What is up, everyone? It's your boy back live with another watch party, baby. कैसे हो दोस्तों? Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another beautiful live stream in which we'll be watching the game of Gen.G versus Peripherals. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Hi, Shiz bhai. Hi, Vinzi. Hi, Obito. हाय शीरो पापी का बेटा बाप को डिस्ट्रॉय, ये क्या हो गया? अरे मतलब ए हैप्पी न्यू ईयर, हैप्पी न्यू ईयर। हाय सुजिल भाई, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। आज का मैच काफी इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाला है और दूसरा मैच जो है वो उतना कुछ खास इंटरेस्टिंग नहीं होगा, तो इसलिए हम दूसरा मैच देखेंगे नहीं, क्योंकि मैं डीएफएम की तरफ हूँ, ना तो मैं डीआरएक्स की तरफ हूँ। ए फ्रीकी भाई कैसे? हाय नीरवी, हाउ यू? ये सब बताओ, गिबली में कौन था? हर्ष भाई, हाइड्रा भाई, ए ऑसम नॉर्बू भाई। भाई वो लड़की कौन थी? अरे लड़की कौन है यार, मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा भाई। सुबह से लोग डीएम करे पड़े, लड़की कौन है? पहले तुम लोग वो सब छोड़ो, ये देखो भाई, आज सुबह का मील 25 ग्राम प्रोटीन, उसके साथ ये पानी आया। वाओ, इसको बोलते हैं ना मील। व्हाट्स अप ऐश भाई, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। हाय ऋषभ भाई। अरे यार मैं कुछ भी बोलता हूँ एलेक्सा चालू हो जाती है। अबे ये ना सुनती नहीं है भाई आजकल मेरी बात। मैं धीरे से बोलता हूँ तो नहीं सुनती, उसके बाद जैसे मैं चिल्ला के बोलता हूँ ना, सुन लेती है भाई, सुन लेती है। अरे वो लड़की नहीं, हर्ष भाई ने विक पहना है। हाँ वो एग्जैक्टली भाई। चैट में पेपर एक्स फैन भरे पड़े हैं भाई। भाई देख, आज मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है कि आज पेपर एक्स जो है ना, पेपर एक्स की बम पे तमाचा मारने वाले हैं जेनजी वाले, और उसके बाद बताने वाले हैं उन लोग कि हम लोग कौन है इस दुनिया में। हगासा गेमिंग वाइटी आने वाला है क्या? आई होप वो आए, ताकि मैं साथ में वॉच पार्टी कर पाऊँ उनके, और हमें देख के ये बहुत मजा आए। दोस्तों के साथ साथ गिव अवे चल रहा है हमारे डिस्कॉर्ड सर्वर पे 1000 वैलोरेंट पॉइंट का। आज शायद वो अनाउंस भी हो जाएगा, डिस्कॉर्ड पे ही अनाउंस होगा। और तुम लोग बोले थे ना भाई, क्लोज भाई ये डाल दो, ट्यूटोरियल डाल दो, ट्रू स्ट्रेस ट्यूटोरियल डाल दो। भाई पूरी रात बैठा मैं सिर्फ और सिर्फ इसी काम के लिए, मैं पूरी रात बैठा और बना दिया ट्यूटोरियल, डाल दिया है। इजीएस्ट मेथड 1 मिनट का ट्यूटोरियल है, बस जाके देखो। ट्रू स्ट्रेच रेजोल्यूशन है, ट्राई करना है, एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क ट्यूटोरियल, एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क रेज, ठीक है। पेपर एक्स फॉर द विन, लेट्स गो मैन, लेट्स होप कि पेपर एक्स आज कुछ अच्छा करके दिखाए, नहीं तो जेनजी तो पेलने वाली है बहुत बुरे से। मेरे को लगता है जेनजी लास्ट मैच के बाद से बहुत ज्यादा गुस्सा है, तो इसलिए जेनजी अभी भड़क जाएगी भाई। आ जाओ फिर चले वॉच पार्टी की तरफ, अग्रसर करते हैं वॉच पार्टी की तरफ, अग्रसर। मैप सिलेक्शन ऑलरेडी। वेट, आइसबॉक्स असेंड नहीं आएगा? लोटस और फ्रैक्चर देखो, ये लेंगे फ्रैक्चर, पेपर एक्स लेंगे फ्रैक्चर। ओह आई जस्ट ट्रेड इट ब्रो। एलेक्स, आई एम इन योर हेड, यू आर इन माय हेड, लेट्स गो। This side map heaven. Oh my god.
Not having success overall, and Gen.G looked horrific.
You have winner announced already. Oh shit,
yeah, I think these initial two bans are interesting. We see PRX stay banning Ascent, even though Gen.G's Ascent looked quite shaky last week. So yes. I was almost expecting a pivot, and we see Gen.G
laptop
banning
work by laptop I have no idea
last week. So a nice respect on bear from Gen.G.
कुछ लोगों के लैपटॉप में काम करता है, कुछ लोगों के में नहीं करता।
I just want to mildly mention, we used to show the map veto process on camera. I think
G2 वाला मैच
because
भाई मैं बताता हूँ चैट,
they take so long.
They are there forever.
They go through like the Excel sheet.
कहाँ से एक्सेस देखना है तो पूरा दिन बस हगेगा। अबे साले। मैं बताना चाहता हूँ चैट, कल मैंने G2 का मैच देखा, ठीक है, अभी मैच चालू नहीं हुआ ना, मैं बताता हूँ। कल मैंने G2 का मैच देखा, G2 पहला मैच हार गई। कैसे तो हार गई? ओ माय गॉड भाई, जेन.जी के साथ कोई नहीं है। हम साथ देंगे आज जेन.जी का। G2 पहला मैच हार गई, मेरी चड्डी फट गई। मेरी चड्डी ऐसी थी 20 से ऐसी फट गई कि भाई आसपास तो पेल देगा। अब अगला मैप G2 ने बताया बौना फिर भी बौना होता है, अगर वो पर्वत के शिखर पे क्यों ना खड़ा हो, और देवता फिर भी देवता होता है, चाहे वो एक मैप क्यों ना हार गया हो। भर दिया भाई, भर दिया। G2 ने जो चाटे बजाए हैं ना, जो चाटे बजाए हैं, I believe in my Indian God big time. Gen.G wins, bro. I also want Gen.G to win this game because Gen.G is not showing us anything at all. Nothing at all, bro. और वो सब छोड़ो भाई, कल मेरे को ये बताओ EG वर्सेस 100 Thieves में 100 Thieves 2-0 कैसे जीत गई? 100 Thieves तो पिला रही थी। फिर भी साउंड ऑन कर। अभी क्या स्पाइक फटने की आवाज सुनेगा ये? ले पेपर एक्स कुछ नहीं दिखा रहे भाई। मेरे को लगता है, मेरे को चैट, आई बिलीव माई प्रेडिक्शंस, Gen.G gonna win 2-1 और 2-0। चड्डी फटी है फिर भी अभी क्या पहना है? अबे भाई चड्डी फटी है तो दूसरी भी तो ले सकते हैं। अबे नहीं, एक्चुअली चड्डी फट गई थी, फिर सील दी ना G2 वालों ने। ए पपी टू यू विघ्नेश भाई, क्या बात है, क्या बात है, क्या बात है। आ जाओ मेरी गोट टीम्स। पेपर एक्स,
Gen.G.
अरे यार पहले Gen.G आई। Gen.G भाई Foxy 9 को क्यों निकाला रे?
Two giants, two of the region's iconic teams facing off not from the top but from the middle of the storm. Gen.G, once hailed for their
Middle of the
structure,
storm?
icy discipline, and meteoric rise, now arrive with something to prove. Their recent stumble raises questions, and today they are here.
Battle of
to
the mids,
answer
baby!
them.
Battle of the mids!
A lot of doubts on this team after that week one. Boom got a big upset win.
मजाक कर रहा हूँ।
Gen.G did not look like themselves. Even in kickoff, they did not manage to make it to Masters Bangkok. On such a historic organization like Gen.G, that can't continue. They need to change things around today to try and get some momentum back for playoffs.
And on the other side, we have
Paper X,
the pioneers of aggressive gameplay.
Let's
Don't
go!
ball control
Jing my
chaos,
God!
Alex says.
Woo-hoo!
They're looking to find a
Fonseca!
way to increasing number of missteps.
Yeah, this was the matchup that we got in the grand final of Stage 1 last year, and now both of these teams looking much shakier than they did a year ago.
Wait, chat.
Now, in
See,
this round robin format,
I'm
one of them will
speaking
actually get
facts.
themselves a
ये
double
दोनों
the board
टीम्स
and, you know,
नए
kind of
मेटा के हिसाब से
play their
अडाप्ट
favors to be
बिल्कुल
able to
नहीं
get
कर पा रही है,
towards that next stage
एंड
of the tournament into
ग्लोबल
the
ई
playoffs.
स्पोर्ट्स इन दोनों से बेटर दिख रही है।
This is a big one. I know this is weighing heavily
तुम मानो
on
ना
both
मानो,
teams.
ग्लोबल ई स्पोर्ट्स इन
Feeling
दोनों टीम से
very
बेटर दिख रही है।
similarly. They have
हरा
so
सकती है
many
इनको।
accolades to their name at this
समझ रहे हो?
point, and their recent stumbles have a lot of people questioning. There's a lot of pressure from the fans, the audience. I'm sure their
ना bro,
bosses. And we have Coach Solo. and
अगर
Alex
जी
here. Oh my God,
इनसे डिफ होगी
never hugged each other
तो वो
before.
एम
That
डिफ
was
हो
the first
सकती है।
time.
I think it's worth noting. It's almost a
Aim diff हो
different
सकती है
kind of
जी।
pressure, right? Before both these
सिर्फ
teams
और
have
सिर्फ
had a
aim
lot of
diff।
pressure to win in a way, where they've been at the very top
पर
of the pack.
स्ट्रैटेजिकली
Now, whoever loses
प्लेबुक
is
के
0-2.
हिसाब से
Now the pressure is to
बहुत
not
अच्छा खेल
lose,
सकती
it's
है
to not
जी।
be the bottom. It's a different type of pressure.
ये प्लेयर लोग टॉप नॉच एमर्स हैं,
It'll be something these
तो
players
इसीलिए
aren't
वो लोग
used
जी
to.
को
They're
एम
not
बैटल्स
used
में
to
हरा
being
सकते
near the
हैं।
bottom of those group standings, so
mean,
it will feel quite different.
Who's the underdog,
अभी
right? Usually
पूरे
there's an
पैसिफिक
underdog.
में
And that's not the
बूम,
case today.
Yeah, I mean, Gen.G have never even lost
Nongshim,
the opening game in Pacific, ever, until this season.
T1,
So they've never been in this position going 0-1 down at the start of a
Boom,
tournament
Nongshim
and having
T1,
to turn
G.
it back around, and part of that comes down to
ये
just
सारी
the
teams
huge
अच्छी है।
changes that they've had to make and how many different adaptations they've had to bed in these new
ये
players
दोनों
into
teams
their
एक टाइम ना
roster.
1 और
So
2
I
रहती
think
थी।
PRX is
Talon,
the kind of team that they have
Talon,
a lot of history, but these two teams are in a very, very different stage of their life cycle as a team at this point. So
I mean, it's a chance
भाई,
for both of these teams to
बट
right
ये जो
their
टीम है ना
ship.
भाई,
You
ये
go
दोनों
to
जो टीम है,
one-on-one,
DRX
just
is also
being
good,
an
भाई, DRX is also
historic
good।
team.
DRX
Now
भी
is the chance
वो
for
लेवल
you to
अपना
kind of
मेंटेन
get
करी है
back on
DRX वाला।
course a little
ये
bit,
दोनों
which
टीम
is
ना
something
पता नहीं
both
ब्रो,
these teams need to
आउट ऑफ
grab with
समवेयर
both
ये दोनों टीम
hands.
जो है
Can't
मेरे
let
को
this opportunity slip.
Now
I'm not
Lotus
putting
is
in
going to
well.
be the first destination. We
वेले
saw a bit of it come from
ए
Paper
कल
X last
आसपास भी
week.
लिखे लवे
Had some interesting ideas, but a lot of it did fall flat. Is that a matter of just, you know, things they practice in scrims not coming to fruition on the stage, or is it something else? And it looks like they're keeping.
It is almost qualify करने वाले तो इस बार कर जाएगी.
Staying with that waylay with the.
Oh, Forsaken मिलेगा यार.
Look to this map, but they have to have fixed their defender side mistakes.
Over on the side of Gen.G, this is about as big as you get in terms of compositional
Forsaken on
innovation from them. They've
duels is my favorite genre.
They're going to be playing the best.
MIB played pretty good, I guess. Yep. First map very good. Second map good competition, but wasn't able to close. Third map थोड़ा सा अच्छा competition. 8-13 was a good game as well.
So that's about the biggest change you're going to get out of Gen.G.
Mark your calendars.
These guys are playing well.
Change on Gen.G, and maybe that's what we need. We're seeing change from.
All right. Chat. तुम्हारी predictions.
Now, buckle up, Pacific fans. You know
First map Lotus है. बताओ कौन जीतेगा?
And it's never ever boring. We're
Hey, my
to
bro.
Komodo and Quack.
Thank you very much, Victoria. That's exactly right. Well, you've got Komodo and Quack here, but yeah, it's a really big
This guy's not speaking.
You know, coming up from the middle of the storm, as Victoria calls it. This is also one
39 Paper X.
I know it's quite early on.
All right,
you know,
for second Willy, 4 second Willy.
But yeah,
Paper X, you guys are with
got this matchup
Paper
in
X.
Group Alpha.
Paper X God of
scary
Lotus.
to think that one
Paper
of
X
these
बहुत
teams
खराब
might
Lotus
not
खेली थी
make
इसके पहले.
playoffs, just given how every other team in this group has been improving.
Yeah, I mean that's it, really, isn't it? Everybody's been stepping up.
I've
on their
met this
call
guy.
to, and it's only the top four that are going to make it in towards the playoffs. So
Hey, how
two
are
teams,
you,
they
baby?
are going to find themselves at the bottom, and I don't think we really would have
मेरे को
thought
मत
that
बुलाओ
week
अभी
two
भाई.
is where
अरे?
some, you know,
क्या भी डाल रहे हो तुम अब आजकल? देखा मैंने.
Is it actually going to like
Bro,
destroy
देखो.
the team? Are we going to like?
I got an
essentially say-
explanation.
हाँ.
समझ रहे हो? That's AI, artificial intelligence. Because AI में लोग तभी चीजें करते हैं जब वो रियल लाइफ में वो चीजें नहीं कर पाते, तो लोग वहां खुशी ढूंढते. तो मैंने भी ऐसी खुशी ढूंढी, छोटी सी अपनी खुशी, मतलब my happiness. तो वो नकली है. That's all fake.
₹2 का एक्सप्लेनेशन तुमने ये पूरे दिन में रेडी किया है. वाओ.
भाई मैं अभी सो के उठा हूँ. मैच पे आ जाओ दोस्तों. पेपर एक्स वर्सेस Gen.G का गेम है. प्रेडिक्शंस बोलो हर्ष भाई. 4 सेकंड वेले पे
720p क्यों है?
हाँ मेरा
Well, I'm
मेरा
hoping
भी
to suggest
720p.
that
ओए
he'll just step into something.
हाईएस्ट क्वालिटी 720p है लाला.
For him, you know,
वो YouTube खोलना
मैं इस
पड़ेगा.
पे देख रहा हूँ, YouTube पे देख रहा हूँ.
हाँ मैं भी YouTube खोल रहा हूँ.
friends. I'm just hoping that they're able to find something here, and maybe he gets a win in this arena.
Possibly. Well, we are already off, and right off the bat, Paper X already poking all around the map, a little bit into the B side as well, where Texture up around A has sustained quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, just floating around the side at the moment. However, front of B for Paper X. We know how aggressive they can be, but a little bit of patience at the moment, exploring towards the A site as well before ultimately settling either on a C split here, or if they want to try and bully their way in towards B. Ash has been spotted out at the top of the upper site.
But we also do have the Paranoia already sent out from Geng straight in towards A link. So a bit of control for Paper X on the B side, the spike getting planted down, but now they have to push out a little bit more with the time they do have, and a double kill instantly being found with Forsaken and Geng pushing off to the other sides in towards C link. Gen.G trying to hold back, trying to fight back as well. Texture will be able to rock them off balance down to Justify. He might have the salvos, but can he truly play this post plant all by himself? Starts off with a frag, tries to tap even further. Salvos into deny the spike defuse, but Texture has a great angle against him. It's a headshot or nothing for Defy, and he's being smoked off by Karen S.
Oh my god, bro! Karen went so well!
happened there?
Picked up by Gen.G.
Karen will get the last kill at the end of that one, but really, being able to get a
भाई Karen को देख वो लोग ने एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया उधर. देखो Karen कैसे मारा.
You know, 2 opening kills technically when the spike plant goes down.
एक और आसपास खेला.
Link control that they're trying to establish there, but then not expecting.
भाई जीरो against
getting towards that one. You could see at the end there as well. The player's a little bit paranoid that there's going to be a potential later flank to come on through.
भाई चिल्लम चिल्ली आज भाई.
भाई ये दोनों हाइप टीम है ना लाला.
Of Gen.G for the pistol.
मजा आएगा मैच में.
Yeah, pretty early on. That's not.
Hey हिमांश मेरा भाई.
Too good.
We're talking
Especially since
stage मुंबई आ रही.
on their somewhat favored attacking side. Still,
मेरे पैसे ही नहीं है कैसे मनाऊं.
we started the round and they are already straight
Oh!
into the
मेरे से क्यों मांग रहे हो tips? ओए, he got 2 with the stinger.
From the team, and they're able to do some sort of damage against Gen.G. Instantly mid-rounding it over onto the C site as well. Geng goes in for the shrouded step. versus Jest.
They can lose this,
He's
bhai.
now waiting for more teammates to flush through.
No!
Quite able to find the shot. Geng will be able to
ये
open up
कैसे
the
निकाल
site.
दिए बे?
Really well done to get in.
Bro,
All
Paper X
together
Mind
through
Freak.
Lucky हुई Paper
by
X.
Sutil.
Oh my god!
for them as
भाई
well,
Mindfreak ने
make
पहले
it-
2 kills किससे
41,
निकाले?
I don't
वो
think that
smoke
Ash is
through मारा
gonna
उसने.
really favour his hand at trying to win this round, so just saving the Bulldog.
Yeah, what a freaky turn of events. Started things off with rifles and everything, but now down to just light shields and the Bulldog, and you've got the threat of more Bulldogs being picked up by Paper X on the other side. Clearly
पड़ेगा
a
उसका.
save, but still, just a bit of a surprise coming out from Paper X.
Stinger
Yeah,
goated,
getting
Stinger
the play in
goated
the
any
first
days,
round
bro.
really does
G2
help
is
them go
teaching
for
the
a bit of a
world.
force buy up
The
into
world
this
is
one as well,
following
right?
it.
And then the fact that you're comboing some salvos and a little loose spray with the Stinger, able to find a double there. And
G2
yeah,
are
just ultimately a good
क्या
idea,
बोलते हैं,
right? As you
G2
mentioned,
are the
Geng
only
shrouded
ones
step
जिन्होंने
to get in front of the
Stinger को
Vice
इतना
Util,
अच्छा
and then
utilize
everyone
किया.
goes
अब
in
सारी
together.
team
It's
Stinger
a really
force
good
करती है.
mid-round adjustment to come through for Paper X, and that'll set themselves up quite strongly going in towards the next round. They upgrade a couple of their lesser weapons into the Bulldogs here. You kind of throw a little bit of a reset over towards Gen.G, who are going to have to come up with some good ideas on this defensive side as well, because if you consider the last installment that we saw on Lotus for Paper X
कैसे मारा
against
उसने?
DRX, they're running in towards this double duelist. The next installment that they get
Bro, ये Stinger कितनी प्यारी है.
Tio did it before G2, अबे यार. Tio ranked खेलता है, ये VCT
quite
खेलते हैं.
differently to how I would expect a DRX to. So they're going to have a couple of different ideas and how they want to plan their assaults because of that.
Very much so. We've got to figure out a way to play with this form of Paper X, which does look quite flexible. I mean, sometimes it's aggression. This time,
G2 straight out
it's a
low
bit
force
of a
also.
play
हाँ.
off confidence, knowing that Gen.G will be
G2
on that
बहुत
eco,
प्यारा
so straight
चीजें
into the
करती है
C
भाई.
site. You know, they're doing their due diligence as well, having the refract and smokes all around.
Just the gamble stack from
भाई Gen.G ने texture को force by नहीं कराया. Oh हाँ.
You can
ये करा
kind
है.
of look for any damage
Suggest
here. You
और
can have a bit of a
Ash,
discussion.
कैसे player
Use
है
these
तुम्हारे
ones as
हिसाब
a
से?
भाई मेरे हिसाब से ना ये दोनों बहुत
maybe you're just trying to
खराब
take the
pick
Bulldog
है.
into the next round though. If you're getting all the Vandals and such,
Foxy
I
9
think it's
was so
a
much
gun that you
better
want to
and
take
Human
into
भी
the
better
right,
था.
so
मतलब
go for the hunt. See if you can
In
farm up
what
any ults.
world would
Just be,
you
I guess,
bench
a little bit
Foxy 9?
cautious if you're giving any more
ठीक
ults
है,
over towards
I mean,
the likes of Forsaken or Divide.
Foxy 9 का pretty
I mean, those sort of
understandable
ults
है
into
because
the next
उसको
round
ये
could,
थे.
be quite
उसके
scary
team
if
वाले
you
issues थे.
get one away
उसकी
here,
synergy
for
नहीं बैठ
example.
रही थी.
Team issues मतलब
अरे उसको synergy नहीं बैठ रही थी Foxy 9 को
Even
उसने
though
stream
they
पे
are
बोला.
trying to set up for some of these exit positions,
ओए
Paper X
ओए
are
उसने
happy
for second खुद मर
to
गया.
go for the chase and the hunt. Salvos, though, unfortunately,
Wow.
will take down a
Wow.
teammate.
Bro, I
and
can
that
see
is very much
Alex
alt
biting
points being
his
picked up by Gen.G. I think
fingers.
Texture had an alt or possibly
Hi
picked up
Deepak
as
bye,
well, so
welcome
he's
stream.
somewhat close to a showstopper now.
नहीं बट
Yeah,
देखो
you
मैं
know,
बताता हूँ
a player like
हर्ष
Texture,
भाई
if he's able to
VLR
get,
पे जो थ्रेड चलता है
electrified
उसमें भी लोग
into
बोल
towards
रहे थे
this
कि
map,
Foxy
it'll
9
certainly
has
propel
some
this unit, that they're having a good understanding of how their opponents are looking to play. And in a round such as this one here, you really do need to have a good understanding
Can we
because you've
back?
got more Gen.G players around this A side. It's not just Texture.
Yeah, Gen.G beginning to find some reads and adjustments, stacking up closer to the A side, but still a trade found by Forsaken. Judge play coming out from Munchkin. Though, and he will be able to eliminate any potential lurks coming out towards the B site, but still Paper X press
यार ये
forward
समझता नहीं मेरे
past
को
this
OBS का
toxic screen. Texture tries to hold the off angle, finds a couple of digs, and even a frag against Mindfreak. That slows down Paper X's pace, where then the paint shells actually does a little bit more as well. Tries to go in with a blast pack for a further frag, but still, Divide finding the trade, Munchkin to clean things up for Gen.G. Gen.G able to put up a strong foothold against Paper X.
Yeah, the difference between the Phantom and the Vandals sometimes, right, as well, just getting that headshot for the 140. You call him Mr. 4K for a reason. You, technically, you know, you should have had that kill if it was the Vandal at the end of the day. But hey, you give them the pass because he was really just providing a lot of assistance and assurance for Gen.G in that round. Not dissuaded by the amount of numbers that Paper X are playing around Rubble as well. Just an all-out fight, which, you know, you generally consider that's the kind of style that Paper X are going to want to play, right? They want to get down and dirty in towards a lot of those duels.
You want to get down and dirty.
You want to second-guess playing around Mounds, because that's where Gen.G are looking to take space, take control. They're trying to force you either in through this lane, through B, or over towards A, where they've got their Sentinel set up.
Paper X has been aggressing over onto the other parts of the map, so Gen.G in the previous round trying to get a read, trying to get an anticipated play ahead of Paper X. Now, with the aggressive play outside of C, maybe not finding too much, but still keeping a lot of pressure against Paper X.
And this is where it comes towards the mid-rounding, the importance of it as well. What ideas are you going to be able to find out? Sheer wall
Just to
up to the
Streamlabs.
front of A looks a little bit different.
Bhai,
So you're sending a drone
सारे
to re-clear
serving,
some space over at Mount.
सारे
You'll just see
serving
Karon, but
servers
Forsaken
एक ही है.
wants to get in with it. I'm already seeing a lot of learning from Paper X in bringing in this Waylay, right? Forsaken's not getting too far ahead of the team, as we've seen from a lot of Waylay pickers so far.
Especially compared
Whoa.
to last week. But as we say that, now trying to go through to Waterfall, Dexter will be able to find him. Something though, looking for the trades, they push past into the site, but still a lot of it being marked by Karen. Smoked up now. Paper X looks for a bit more space, a bit of a safe haven on the site itself, but still, it's not going to be quite enough. Gen.G has everything swarmed up. Something tries to go in ADS,
Gen.G are so bad, bhai.
finds his number. And
chalu
there
hua?
it is, Gen.G.
हाँ, चालू है, चालू है.
Slowly but surely
Let's go.
getting closer
अरे
to
भाई वो
tying up
2
the score.
मिनट के लिए बंद हो
Great
जाता है
damage on
अचानक
the,
से.
explosive entries that Paper X are trying to do in towards the site, but not really.
क्या चल रहा है तुम्हारा
provided
टाइम क्या
the
चल
way
रहा
to be
है?
able to do so, and then you're in a
Time
4
फिलहाल
versus 2
खराब
when the
चल
point
रहा है.
starts to get
अरे.
established. It becomes a little bit difficult when you're not able to set things up for some
29,
individual Hawaiians on
26,
the
correct.
side. So 4-3. You know, keep it a little bit backwards and forwards. Mind Freak on this lurk.
थोड़ा
He's
पीछे
not
है, मैं
able to
पीछे हूँ,
activate
उसमें पीछे.
either as well. That's something that Paper X want to
आ
really
गए,
try
आप
and
गए
instill
तो
in
Paper X
towards this
जीत
one.
रही
You know,
थी.
getting some really good Viper lurks. You know, got a lot of ideas from players like Meteor.
भाई,
for
ये vanity
example,
जैसा नहीं
talking
दिखता?
about, you know, what you want to try and see out of a good Viper
Asian
lurker. That's
vanity.
probably the player in the world to kind of look towards at the moment.
And that's what it is, right? Needing to find those timings. If you are
Vanity
playing that
अगर
role.
वो ये
I do
गाना
feel as though
चालू
it is
कर
a
दे,
bit of
super
an
है ना,
adjustment
वैसे.
for Mind Freak. It's not an agent that he's never played before, but with the slight swaps and roles, you know, Geng now being the
वो
main
Forsaken की
controller
बहन.
for the team, Mind Freak needs to find the adjustments, needs to
उसकी
find
आँख से
his
वो Forsaken
timings.
जैसी दिख रही थी.
What do we hear, Alex? Are you freed up for a Yoru?
Yeah.
Where's the Yoru, mate? There's no
Up
Yoru
we
here. There's
should
Waylay,
go.
though.
Not right here. Yeah. It's like you free up one role, you free up a lot more for it, and everyone wants to play something different. I think Forsaken on towards the duelist, you know, is a bit of a different look as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
क्या मतलब 2x करके 4 बार लोड होके
mind
तो
Geng
वही
on
हो
an
जाएगा.
Omen. There's definitely going to be that learning opportunity for him as well, and how
Harsh
he's
bhai
going
का time
to
क्यों
bring his
खराब है,
own
क्या बता
nuances
भाई?
in towards the likes of an Omen, using it for second entry, using it to combo with Forsaken here to get in front of the Vice utility. You're going to see some really great counters, because a good Waylay can kind of counter every Sentinel in the game at the moment to get past a lot of that utility and stuff. So I definitely see a world in which Geng is going to be used as a second entry to get in front of this utility. But for me, some weaknesses that were exposed for him was timings on smokes and timings on paranoias, and that just comes with, you know, bringing it out for the first time last week, right?
Certainly.
So you're going to look to see a little bit of new life from him in this one.
More experience. But with that as well comes some adjustments from Gen.G, you know, playing a little bit more defensive
Wall up नहीं हुई
off
भाई.
this timeout. So 2-2-1 split.
Wall up नहीं हुई.
And a lot more anchor presence on the C side. I mean, look at that. Somewhat 2 Sentinels. You got the Thorns, you got the Sheer Wall.
Yeah, and the shield wall wasn't actually baited out by Forsaken going for the jump spot just before, so he's already used Lightspeed, he's already used Refract. He's essentially just going to be a body at the moment to just do the shooting. High-low set up in the front of B if you want to try and sniff it out. You still do have your drone, but Forsaken,
बेचारा Forsaken.
50-50 angle to clear, and he chose the wrong one.
That's got to sting.
A little bit.
And at this point, you're running out of options. Into the C side, it's another high-low.
This is being played really well from Gen.G at the moment. You've got to consider as well that sheer wall is still not popped. You can't really try and bully your way
Ash के पास अभी भी wall है. यार दोस्तों मैं डिस्कनेक्ट हुआ तो जीत रही थी Paper X.
Either. And you've already
अब
spent
Gen.G जीत
so
रही
much
है.
utility. There was a fault line being sent out by something as well, and it just isn't quite enough. Gen.G continues to delay them with the snake bite as well.
Yeah.
What do you do at this point, Komodo?
You save at this point in time, unfortunately. There's not really much Paper X can do with 20 seconds to go. You can already see on the radar as well some repositions from Karon over to the A site, because they don't actually know if Paper X had already snuck up rubble, if they've gotten close towards the A site to potentially explode in. Now you'll kind of just get the idea that it is going to be a bit of a save. And it's a bit of a rough one for Paper X as well, when you consider that they did go into this one with
but they're so
Guardian,
back,
right? So
bhai.
it wasn't the
They're so
full
back.
kit of caboodle that you do want to go into it.
Fair enough. But still, we can definitely see, you know,
Let's go.
some of the main points of focus. You need players like Forsaken and Geng to be able to create a little bit more of that space for the squad. But right now, that's tough.
This composition for Paper X at the moment, if you want to talk about early space gathering, you need to just see the drone, you need to see the salvos, because they refresh, right? You need to see good fault lines and flashes set up to try and get Forsaken into it. If they want to use the light speed early on, if they want to save it for later, you're going to have to double swing, things like this.
पानी में बना हुआ oats.
Well, I don't mind that. So previous round, There's a bit of a falter towards the C site, but that does leave Gen.G to free things up a
second
little bit more.
take
Now
him.
you've got to just deal with a lone Suggest. And that allows for, well, Forsaken to dive right in, but Suggest is able to deal with the pressure. A double kill instantly found. Chiwol, not tripped either.
Pretty sure we've seen that exact play before result in the exact
भाई ये
same way
suggest
as well.
suggest करता है भाई ये.
Forsaken going into a dark cover, front side, getting taken down, and
प्लीज बोलो इसमें मत करो मेरे सपोर्ट.
well,
अरे
you'll have a bit of
देखो
an
अभी
answer back,
गई
but into a
तुम्हारी
showstopper that
पेपर
goes a little
है.
bit
सब तो
lopsided. You're
गई.
still stalled from getting
Let's
in
go,
towards this B side.
Gen.G.
It's another untenable situation
Let's
for
go,
Paper X to
Gen.G.
consider. But the spike is also with the entry of B.
Let's go Gen.G.
Yep.
Yeah, what happens when your car stalls?
Let's
Like,
go
what do you do?
texture. Let's
You
go.
do any
Oh
cars
भाई.
stalling or already stalled?
Already stalled.
ये
Already
जीतेंगे.
stalled? Well, I'll push in the clutch and I try and restart it, but I don't think Paper X is going to be able to restart
ये
something
जीत
if you're out of
सकते, ये
gas.
जीत सकते,
Yeah, and that's the problem
चलो,
right now.
peek
You
मत
got
करना,
no
मर
gas,
जाओगे.
you got no leeway
शर्म
into
वरम है
either
थोड़ी सी तो
site.
पीक मत करना.
You've tried in for the dive into C. You've tried for the mid-round, you know, somewhat of a rotation into the B side, but even that gets sussed out
Oh,
by
my
Gen.G.
freak
Hang on.
wins
Thing
these,
that
भाई.
can happen right now.
कर
It's
दिया
Mindfreak
Jinx
with
मैंने.
this Viper's Pit.
Good
All right.
volley.
Good to slow them down, but the Steel Garden,
Oh,
that
shit.
gives Gen.G a bit more confidence into pushing straight in.
Gotta remember though, Viper's Pit, the
भाई
down
जल्दी
play,
जाओ.
Back. Spots up Munchkin
Nice.
though. Ooh! It's just not
Let's
enough.
go,
That
Gen.G.
Steel Garden's effect is definitely
Let's
stinging
go,
against
Gen.G.
Paper X.
If there was an extra second that he was in the pit for extra decay to come down, yes, then the classic would have been good, but
मैं
it just
किसी
doesn't
team को
stretch and
support नहीं
cover
करता,
a
but I
lot of
like
the
rooting
site
for the
with the
underdog.
way that he did position the pit,
अच्छी भाई, एक ही बंदा
unfortunately.
लेट्स गो पेपर एक्स
Hey,
कर रहा
hey,
है.
a good attempt. I gotta
Time
give
out
it to
खाएगा
him.
भाई
You
अब
know,
तो
you
तू.
start to get a
Oats
little
तो
bit
पानी में
excited
बनते
that
हैं नहीं
maybe
भाई,
he'll
दूध
be
में
able to
बनते
come
हैं.
with it.
ज़्यादा अच्छे दूध में
Technically
लगते
did
हैं.
have the gas a little bit on the Viper. That one kind of played into itself. But the fundamentals from the very beginning for Gen.G, you didn't really need to see Suggest move too much around the C site, right? I feel like here, Pilski said it best. I think it was Pilski calling him a bit of a liability in the last series at the moment. Which I mean, you know, if you want to get harsh with it, look, it was kind of true, right? But he didn't need to be the movable object in that round to start things off.
Yeah, in fact, just that one little play
Was
of
it
a
gonna
step
be ult?
away from that saturate. And the
भाई,
next shot comes
Gen.G
up
पे
once again,
3 ult है,
Gen.G
माँ
moving
कसम.
things across the board. A bit of a stack towards C.
ये लोग
And it's
गए.
just tech shot at the A site yet
Then-
again. Last time his head was removed cleanly from his shoulders on this jump peak, so you have to be a little bit more cautious as the drone goes in.
A bit of assistance from, I think, Charon as well. So the smoke to put up a bit of a roadblock. Munchkin holding the off angle. A good flash though coming out. Support Forsaken into finding that entryway. But still, Nightfall already sent through, allows for Texture to get that sneaky peek out. Paper X looking for another route, possibly into the
ये लोग
B side,
वापस B की तरफ
especially with
जाने का try
Mindfreak to
करेंगे.
block things off closer to C-Link. But can you fend off Texture? Yes, you can! With that, possibly the site.
4v3.
And now a retake from Gen.G.
Yeah, see how they're going to play this
Gen.G
one.
बस ridiculous
Play
ult नहीं है
deficit.
ना.
You got a bit of this
Beast
utility
here,
that you
beast
can throw
for
in.
the
Ash on the horn. Paranoia already used a little bit early.
Would suggest as well.
ये peek
Just to
at-
buy the attention away, but the trade's
Ash को
already
peek करना था
found.
वो
Ash
time.
continuing to refill that
हो गया
space
वो.
though. And Forsaken looks to get his way out.
दवाई किधर है?
Got salvos pretty much soon for Devi.
Not yet.
quite yet. 4 seconds. Ash is sticking it. Ash is
Oh, Ash
sticking
stick
it.
कर लिया!
Oh no!
Oh my God, bro!
He's managed to save Ash's life, and with that, the defuse for Gen.G.
You gotta
Let's
remember as
freaking
well,
go,
right?
bhai!
In this high-level Valorant, if somebody is actually keeping track of this refreshable utility, somebody knows how long it's going to be
God,
until the
round
salvos
था
is
बे,
there.
huge
But you're getting
round,
the
bhai.
idea that, hang on a second, if they're going to use
Huge
the salvos,
round.
we kind of already would have seen them if they come in the first couple of seconds. So you got that
Yeah,
really quick
let's go,
adjustment
Paper X
to
कर
just
रहे हो तुम
stay
लोग अब.
on toward the defuse
Wait
as
कर,
well.
Paper
And it
X
doesn't
goat
matter
है.
that the convergent pass goes in because there's no
अबे,
salvos.
2 साल
The
पुरानी
spike is
Paper
not
X
playing
goat
on the
होगी
line, they're just going to
बे.
be able to spam you down.
अभी Paper X सिर्फ
A
goat
win like
ही
that
है.
is boost of morale. Ash knows that his read was right. Paper
अब
X
तो
still
Paper X
scrambling
qualify
to
भी नहीं
look for
करती.
a round. It's been 5 in a row for Gen.G now, back into 8.
Geng repositioned as well, not in the normal spot that you would expect an Omen ult to be. So the fact that he's at the stairs is a little bit
Mark.
confusing for Charon.
With that, he finds one, but still the trades up around Baby Door. Forsaken though, straight in towards B upper already.
अबे पीछे
That's
देख!
something that Gen.G didn't
पीछे
expect.
देख
He was
तेरे!
able to fill the site.
पीछे
They just trust
देख!
each other on the A side. They have no idea.
A little bit. Suggest though, ooh, a little bit of a peek over the smoke, and something will be able to
आज तो
punish
दबा के Gen.G सपोर्ट
just
करेंगे.
alone Ash, and at this
दबा
point,
के Gen.G
not
सपोर्ट
a
करेंगे
round
आज लोग.
likely for Gen.G.
Public
Paper
के
X
against.
were able to throw them off their scent.
Yeah, quick answer. Quick answer back. something that we associate with PaperX. W Gaming.
Let's go,
Straight in
Ash.
towards the A side.
दो
a bit
है,
in
दो
towards the
है.
B side as well. But Ash, I mean, he's
डबल भी गाएगा,
on a
डबल
little
भी
bit of a
गाएगा.
crack.
डाल डाल, डाल. क्या बात है, क्या बात है?
Round 11. Could help an alt orbs if anything.
Nah, now
Spraying over with the Prowler, yeah. Not
now it's
quite
a bit too
able to find
hard when you've got a single choke that you're going to try and
Not gonna lie, both
break it
teams
into
are L, of
three of
course.
them.
it. You got the creds, you just don't
ये
want to get
दोनों
the
team
outpoints
कहीं
over to the
qualify नहीं कर
enemy
रही, भाई.
team. So he's going to back all the way off into our
Battle of the mids.
PaperX paying the respect that is due as well. 5 to
मजाक कर रहा हूँ
6.
भाई.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Rage
I
waiter
mean, when you
Klurge.
consider that was just 5 rounds in a row from Gen.G, who are starting to really find
Gee,
their
PaperX.
momentum on the defensive side as well. You want to throw a spanner in the works, right? You want to try and change things up, and you've got these little
Bro, मैं
aggression
defend
points
अभी पता चला
that
Klurge भाई,
Gen.G
sorry.
trying to throw you away. I think
नहीं
the
भाई,
biggest
मैंने कुछ बोला
point
भी
of
नहीं.
confusion in the
मेरे
round
को
was
लगा आप
actually
काम कर रहे
where
हो.
Geng repositioned
और
to.
वो
I called it a
diffuse
little
में
bit
क्या हुआ
unorthodox
भाई?
in towards these stairs because it pulled Ash away from the
भाई,
site.
अर्जुन तुम PaperX support कर रहे हो?
Died because of it, and
I
there's a
don't
little
know.
bit of a shudder.
नहीं, आप PaperX support करो ना, मैं Gen.G करता हूँ.
Hey, I will say,
All
look,
right, cool.
last round of the half, you reset yourselves mentally to get in towards this new round, and you start things off by throwing down the
what
pit
a-
towards
PaperX का
Mount,
bundle मेरे पास है.
immediately drawing out all these combos of
क्या बात है,
utilities
गुड़ाल
or
गुड़ाल.
outputs into the
अरे नहीं,
seesaw.
हमारी नहीं है, हमारी नहीं है. Sorry, sorry.
Armageddon lights being
हमारी नहीं है.
refract,
PaperX
all
की है.
spent
No, गुड़ाल.
just to get into C.
And Rolling Thunder.
मारो
It's
मारो
already
मारो.
been dealt with, and yeah, with the Rolling Thunder as well. You know, it's a bit of space. But will it be enough for PaperX to really get a strong hold over the site? Off-angle found,
Nice,
Lotus
Sujesh.
trying to refill space and instantly deleted. Suggest, though, able to spam through as well. So it's not quite safe enough for PaperX to get the spike down.
Yeah, this is a little bit awkward. Everybody's going to go for a duel here.
Smokes and everything to try to distract them
मारो
as well, but
Forsaken को.
Forsaken
पकड़ो, पकड़ो लो.
still continues to
ए,
hold.
क्या
The
बात
swing,
है?
though, it's
क्या
too
बात
late
है?
for the
क्या
other
बात
end.
है?
Something for a bit of a double.
ये अकेला
He's not
लड़का
enough.
है.
The
घुसो,
spike's being
घुसो.
dropped.
तुम्हारे
Mind
पीछे.
He's trying to set up a flank, but the pressure has already
Nah,
been
bro.
dealt with.
Yes, sir.
And just
Get on my
marks
god
his
rank
6.
demon.
It's
Let's go.
easy as walking in the park. So 5 to 7 at the end of the first
क्या बात
half.
है, क्या बात
Gen.G
है?
अरे अगर
picked
इतने
things
जन
up.
आ
Yeah,
चुके
nobody
हैं
giving
वो लोग
Mind
दे
Freak
रहे नहीं है
any
साइड
bite
आने
on
के लिए
towards that
जाओ ना
flank and a little
पीछे
bit of lurk as well.
भाई,
And even
for
for the
second
rest
को
of the
तीन
PaperX
लोग ने
members,
fight किया,
they're
पता
in
है?
deep in this C-side. So
ये
they're not
देखो,
going
ये
to
देखो
force
बेचारे
situations
को.
to try and get out of there as well. I will say, you know, this
भाई,
core
something
three
दो
of
मारा था
Gen.G
बे.
are really putting in some hard work in this map so
Something
far.
ने निकाला
On
था
that
काम.
defensive side to really get things started. We've got
हर्ष भाई,
glimpses of Suggest
but
getting in
honestly,
there as well
आप
on this
बताओ,
Vice
क्या
that,
ये
you know,
दोनों
plays a
team
little bit
qualify
differently for
करेगी
him. We've got Ash trying to, you know, do what he
Huh?
can as well. Some
I
growing
don't think
pains
so, bro.
in that
भाई,
spot.
मेरे को
but
मेरे को
now, you
ऐसा
know,
भी
you'll
फीलिंग
switch
आने
things
लग गया है
over.
कि
Gen.G
भाई
to
जी
the
PaperX से
attack.
अगेंस्ट जीत सकती है
भाई मैंने लेजिट यही बोला चैट को कि भाई जी जीत सकती है जी सिर्फ एमडी हो सकती है
भाई कल नॉन्गशिम ने टीवन को टफ दिया है
हाँ वही एग्जैक्टली नॉन्गशिम कितनी क्रेजी लग रही है
और नॉन्गशिम ने Gen.G को 2-0 हराया है 2-0 भाई क्या है यार
भाई हर्ष भाई आपको क्या लगता है इसके पीछे का रीजन क्या होगा
you know the best
इसका
defense
रीजन
is
ये हो
offense,
सकता
right?
है
So we'll go
कि
play attack on this defensive side. We'll get up on in your face.
क्या आपको लगता है कि नए एजेंट पूल के हिसाब से ऐसा हो रहा है
Going to throw a couple of those scenarios in.
या प्लेयर वॉच्ड
You know, it's gonna be that. It's gotta be
I
that.
feel they are
pressure
cooked.
down, rumble, maybe even mount. But hey, how about that? Batman as the.
सॉरी बूम ने आ रहा है बूम ने
लेट्स गो भाई
बूम ने Gen.G को हराया
भाई बूम का मैच मस्त होगा कल है ना बूम जी
ब्रो
कल होगा वो
मैं
मैच
बता रहा हूँ जी वर्सेस बूम में ना आई एम सॉरी टू से लेकिन डोसा भाई है ना सॉरी बोलने वाले सब इंडियन फैंस को सॉरी
भाई,
बिकॉज़ वो कुत्ता बनाने वाले भाई
बहुत मारेगा वो
दैट गाय इज डिफरेंट
ही इज ऑन
We'll
फॉर
see
इट
how it all shakes up. I mean, right now it's not quite playing yet. PaperX
डीसी
still need
पुराने
to work
वीडियो
with this
एक्सप्रेस
current
करके
core.
नया लगा दिया डन लव यू
It's been a little bit rocky, not quite the most solid, especially when we're thinking about their defensive side on this map just last week,
एक बार
like you
वेट करो डिस्कॉर्ड
mentioned.
में नाम ही नहीं आ रहा आ जाएगा
Starting things off though, bit of a stack towards B, 1-3-1, shaking towards stairs. With all that utility is already a bit of information.
Yeah, it's a lot of information that Forsaken can communicate on over. Thorns, the Cloud is now stationed over towards this A site. That's not going to
Christian
be
my gold 100
movable. And you start to see
bro.
some big shifts from PaperX around the map. Because
I want G to win.
A lot of their composition.
I want G
you
to
know,
win everything
You're
भाई
going to have to try and go for
इस
a
बार true
couple of
supporter
these
G
duels
का
if
मैं
you don't have something's fault line ready to combo with salvos, for example. They do have both of them at the moment, though. So if there is a world in which Gen.G are getting close in towards the C side or the B side, they could pop them in to stop
Gen.G
the
अटैक
plan.
करेगी ना अभी
Well, this is interesting. With the
Oh,
drone
ये
out
लोग
from
C-long
B,
जा रहे हैं
PaperX
और
are
C
now
पे
stacking
कोई
up
नहीं है
towards pillars
bro
with
this
two.
is so freaking well
Through that, they might
played
be able to play around the door.
just go
It
just
also
go
depends on how close Device is able to
भाई
get
हर्ष
to the
भाई ये
C-side so
लोग
far.
वहां
Just
से
not a
retake करने
single
वाले हैं
peep.
Yeah, it's going to be a retake
Push
to
कर
the
दिया,
C
push
side
कर
as
दिया.
well, and there might be some early timing with the pillars approach that is starting to come through, but Suggest on this lurk, finding first blood in the round. 20 seconds to go. Here's the plant that starts to happen. There's the salvos that I mentioned before. Not going to see that combo with the fault line because that's going to be for the flank.
Yeah, it's already quite painful for PaperX, especially losing Forsaken as well. Now you got to worry about the back.
short
Up
trades
towards the front. That's where
back
Gen.G
and
starts
forth
to
baby
push out. They have mount control. Now the only thing to worry about is Waterfall, whereas PaperX still has to turn their heads around. Where is Suggest? When's he gonna show up?
bro
And as that happens, now Geng outside of the smoke gets
No,
spotted out
bro,
by Munchkin.
boy.
Suggest finally showing
Very
up at
well
the back.
played by Gen.G, bhai. Very well
had got
played.
them completely surrounded.
They just
Yeah, Suggest is getting involved in a
Just
lot more of
so-
these duels at the
They
moment
just
as
played
well.
with
You
them,
know,
bro.
He's keeping
Yeah,
up
they
with
just
the
played.
old guard,
They just played the game.
even though
And
he's
they are
technically
playing
himself,
better.
but coming back in towards this one, I got to say, his timing on that lurk was actually
let's go,
really
bhai.
nice. He kept PaperX
काफी clean था,
a
काफी
little
clean
bit
था, bhai.
occupied as well with that flank that potentially is going to come on through. So credit where credit is due. That's a good little structured pistol to come out from Gen.G that they do have to alter things towards that C site.
I wonder what he said.
Are they going to be
भाई
able to double
हंस रहे हैं
it? They
Gen.G
did
वाले
find the
पे
first pistol, remember, and then drop to the force buy.
Definitely something to think about. PaperX aren't forcing up right now. I mean, it's a little bit too
next
risky.
match में आता हूँ भाई
Early rubble pressure already, and
Next-
Gen.G are not letting up, pushing further in.
Allah bhai.
Well, PaperX getting
ये
punished
तो आपके जैसा वेले खेलता है bro
for that risky gamble.
वो बेचारा डैश किया उसको लगा 50 जन पीक करेंगे मेरे पीछे से
Now just
एक जन
somewhat
पीक किया है उसके
peeling
पीछे
off.
और मर गया भाई
मर गया
Reeling
वो।
from the loss, Gen.G will be happy to come back in and refill that space as a full, healthy squad. Another one down.
वाह भाई
Just Mind Freak left.
भाई अभी तो तुम पता है हर्ष भाई
Yeah, so
Gen.G
far so
पेपर
good
से
on
अगेंस्ट
the,
मार रही है तो
the
समझ में नहीं आ रहा
anti-eco,
कि
right?
स्ट्रांग है
Not
कि
losing
नहीं
anybody. Bit of early damage from some utility. Munchkin actually, if he's not careful, he might lose his life here from a stray bullet of Mind Freak. But hey, look,
टीम
if
हारने
anyone
लगती है
has
कैसा
to take into the
लगता है
day, that's
भाई
fine going in towards the bonus round.
एप्पल का एप्पल ये लो एप्पल
One of these you take what you
Masters
can
में
get.
भी,
Robert's not even
Meteor
one found.
Reyna
It's
खेला
Gen.G
था ना
with
इस
the
box पे।
flawless.
हाँ
Really
भाई वो
stringing
क्या
some
pick था?
rounds together, if you can
क्या
see.
चिल्ला है
चैट
इसको
में देख रहा था
First
मैं
half as well,
ऑफिशियल
Gen.G
स्ट्रीम के चैट में
picking
भाई
Lotus for a
मीटियर
reason,
रहना
seeing a
who
lot of
picks that what is this
weaknesses
comp
on
ऐसा कर रहे थे I was like भाई
PaperX's
पहले
side.
भी खेले
In the last time they played against
वो खेला
DRX.
था और हगा था
नहीं नहीं भाई 4K याद है मेरे
So
को
I'll be interested
वही
to see what
4K
this
था ना
bonus
बस
round
क्योंकि
is really going to look like for
Chubedo, bhai.
PaperX as well, right?
Oh.
What? Yeah, that one hurts. I mean, look, it was the ego, right? It's one of those.
It is one of those, but it also is a question that is echoing throughout everyone's minds, not just Alex.
Yeah.
But that said, we do have the full buy now. Something
Mara.
able to spray through these smokes, finding texture. That's a good pickup.
Yeah, lasering him down. You'll try and upgrade your weapon as Munchkin right now, but you are a player deficit. You've got a lot of the PaperX members trying to draw a containment field around this site.
Bro,
That
no
is
way.
quite awkward.
भाई ये
for
suggest को
Mind
क्या
Freak.
lurk
Not
मिल रहा है?
expecting Suggest on the lurk, but more importantly on the far forward angle that opens up
team
the
was meter
whole
negative
season.
one?
And look how much space he is just commanding at the moment.
Going to be able to throw out the timing,
जीता है
throw out the
भाई
rotations
दो
from
बार
PaperX
मास्टर्स
as well,
जीता Meteor
especially with the utility already placed down. Cycling through his thorns as well, which makes things a little bit more difficult for
bro.
something. Not just something, Geng as well.
मारा
At least though, PaperX will be able to hold the angle from Waterfall. Forsaken with
ऊपर
good
से
little
bonus
tap.
round एक और किलो
Two
Gen.G के
players
लिए बहुत
left.
अच्छा राउंड हो जाएगा ये
PaperX now pushes in. They've got a little bit of time on the spike. Of course, Gen.G trying to play close plant as well. Like, take a look at Karen's position. That's the one you got to watch out for.
Yeah,
Ash trying to
crosshair
pull the
placement.
attention away to the front while Karen slowly creeps forward. Something trying to stick the defuse.
Wow.
Someone has it halfway, but Karen, that's when he strikes. Forsaken now pushing further in. Karen low HP, but Shrouded steps away. Tries to get ahead of Forsaken,
निकाल
but
लिया भाई।
Forsaken crouches
Ooh.
underneath.
ब्रो
Finds the
उसने
triple
वो
in the
फ्लैश
round,
मिस
and
किया
the
नहीं तो वो
defuse
मेन
from
पे अगर
हाँ,
दोनों फ्लैश पे जाते
exactly.
ना
Yeah, enough time
Round
as
निकल
well.
जाता.
Not worried whatsoever for PaperX there, right? But I gotta
Hard
say,
skill
for
game भी हो
Gen.G,
गया.
it wasn't like that was a weak bonus round for them either, right? They had a lot of that strong weaponry in the very beginning. It was like 4 Phantoms and Vandals, if I'm remembering correctly. And right timing on Suggest, again, you know, his timing in this map has kind of been impeccable for a lot of this contribution effort for the team. but just not able to hold it at the end. You know, the 3 versus 4 when you're trying to establish a lot of your utility. It's the numbers game for Paper X that are getting their trades, having the right calls.
It's something that we'll have to keep our eyes on. Suggest versus Mindfreak right now. You have to admit, Suggest is doing.
Do you feel like Geng jo hai?
But at the same time, Paper X looking to get ahead.
Geng is not jinging.
A bit of a smoke, and for Forsaken to get deep inside, looks for the sprays, but refracts back into safety.
Yeah, how many other numbers do you know for Paper X that they're playing around the mounds?
Really deliberate smoke. A little bit of rubble control as well, and Paper X starts to reset into that 2-2-1 position.
Yeah, one of the big things on a map
like
Lotus as well is very coordinated play with, you know, some snipers behind these toxic screens as well. So kind of waiting to see what Suggest might look to do with it around this A site where you've got Mindfreak out in the open. How is he able to get away with 2? Make it 3!
Further up front as well. Oh, but the Outlaw punches back. Suggest a bit of a trade. Ash trying to get ahead as well, but something will be able to deny that. Spike for Suggest to pick up possibly. Paper X, they do have the numbers right now. Something beginning to push out of C as well.
Mouse tak haath se gir jata hai.
I'll tell you the story, Quack.
Arm sleeve slow jo yahan
guy named Suggest in a 1 versus 3. Back in VCT Pacific, he still has Sheer as well. And for a post-plan scenario too, that could actually be positioned a little bit nicely. The Arcros, Steel Garden.
So chapter 1. He gets the spike down. What's chapter 2?
I mean, the pessimist in me wants to say die, but
we'll see. He already has a little bit of information off of those utilities being thrown out. Ooh, but a bit of a dig that might have sealed the deal right there. Defy able to find a slight time to get into the site.
And then the Prophet says, "You read the story."
Nice.
Yeah. Look, criminal Mindfreak's able to just stand in the open and deliver 3 kills.
That was Mindfreak movement, bro.
But it is the doubling down on the round count there on this defensive side for Paper X, where they equal what they got last time.
Insane.
Wow.
Feeling a little bit better off of that.
Something ne ye jo hold kiya na काफी अच्छा hold
and that puts Paper X right back where they need to be against Gen.G with 9 right now.
Yeah, we're going to have a mound control fight for the very beginning. Again, see if Forsaken will get punished this time, who's getting you know, a little bit more of his own identity on this waylay, though a little bit sticky when it comes into this dark cover play. Again, just forcing Paper X back. Gen.G, do they choose to actually commit towards the mounds this time?
Not fully, not yet. Still that 2-2-1. It's up to Forsaken and something to prevent this from happening. You've got the fault line sent through, but look at the flight path from Texture. A little bit dismayed, but still able to go in deep enough with the stinger.
Yes!
Get on, man! It's just a little bit of damage. The Steel Garden pushes them away. Gen.G should be able to get the spike down.
Spikes get planted here at the moment, but you still got to think about the close proximity because these stingers, there's 3 of them in play. Well, now 2.
With a little bit of a hold from Gen.G.
Even
Phantoms as well. It's really strong at this range, but still a bit of a swarm from Paper X themselves.
Spam करना चाहिए, उसको spam करना चाहिए.
To find that bit of an opener.
Ult आ गया उसका. दोनों का info. No, bro. Well freaking played, Gen.G.
Spots out.
Why your round निकाला है Gen.G ने बे?
Paper X and he joined this round.
Yeah, big force buy from Gen.G. You know, they've already seen what Paper X are liking to do around the mound control at the moment. We're trying to set up Forsaken a little bit forward on this waylay, take the space, because Lotus is, you know, one of those maps, one of these maps rather, that a lot of teams are generally taking either rubble control, especially in Terra Breach meta, or you're taking some mound control, and waylay just adds a little bit of a different flavor towards how you go about that. We already have seen Paper X go for mound control with the waylay, and we've seen Forsaken, when he sees a little bit of util or a couple of bullets his way, he immediately refracts out. So I like that Gen.G have just figured this out within this game and wanted to challenge in towards the C site with that lesser buy.
Yeah, they've always been so strong on the trades, Komodo, and right now, being able to play alongside Paper X's pacing, especially that waylay in play.
Paper X अपने पेस पे Gen.G को नहीं खिला पा रही है भाई.
From pushing into C again though,
Caster बोल रहा है Paper X pacing.
Sneak their way over onto the A site. You've got Munchkin leading the pack. What are Paper X doing?
Caster ने बोला कि Paper X की पेस पे Gen.G खेल रही है.
And I don't think you're really going to expect that if you are Gen.G. You know, just the sharp duel from Forsaken.
Yeah, I see that. They've got the they're close to the ultimates, I want
भाई
to
उनको
say.
पूरे A side का उनको side कैसे खाली मिल जाती है भाई?
PaperX, but Gen.G, they're making use of the space. They're holding down stairs, and that could allow them to do a little bit more damage. Forsaken though, will look to get ahead.
Expect नहीं किया उसने कुछ.
Going for the plant, converted pass on in, combo a lot of this utility.
Refract as well. Convergent paths allows him to
Let's
find
go
the
भाई.
third.
Forsaken is Forsaken.
Forsaken continuing to creep up front. Looks for a bit of support, and that's going to be another frag. Divide picks it up instead. Karan now trying to hold it all by himself, but Forsaken has everything. Down pat, a quad kill in the round for Forsaken.
Yeah, it feels too easy for him sometimes, doesn't it? When he's
अबे
just
ऐसी
going
होगा क्या
around
कि जब तक
shooting,
इनमें से 4 नहीं मारेगा
taking
एक
the
लोग
lead as
जीतेंगे नहीं.
well. Being quite
Deliberately leaving A open.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where if you want to, you know,
Wow,
you've got a
क्या
Viper Spit over at the C site, you're having a couple of bodies behind it, because you do have to remember the composition that Gen.G are playing. They've actually got a lot of drone ability that can kind of, you know,
ये भी
sniff out
Forsaken
what's
का kill था
happening
भाई,
in
ये
the
भी
pit,
Forsaken
right?
kill
If
था.
Ash's Prowlers are thrown on in, or if you want to get just the
Look at
boom
it,
bot
JP
protection, you know, these
father
are the
of
kind of
the-
approaches
yeah, my
that you could
father
get in towards the
did buy me
pit
a game.
and look to get through it.
So being able to understand what Gen.G are looking to pull off, PaperX are able to find some counters.
What?
And right now,
Bro,
3 stacked into the
कैसे?
A side as well. However,
wow.
Gen.G slows down the pace.
Wow.
Forsaken looks for the trades. Will be able to
Bro,
find
this
much
guy
hit.
is
And with the
insane.
saturate as well. Look at that. That's how you use the dash. He finds verticality
Wow.
with it and takes down Karan.
Wait, I guess-
Mindfreak on towards the other side as an anchor as well. The top fragger for the team currently. 2 kills in this round, and it leaves Ash alone.
Just the Sheriff. See if you can get anything here, but it's not going to be the case. Another
Wow, bro, Forsaken is freaking on.
multi-frag round to
Mouse
come
ने क्या
through
खेला है?
for Forsaken.
Uh-huh.
A couple of
Very
ults
well
invested
played.
it, don't get me wrong. You know,
Let's
they are
sit
getting
down,
to
bro.
buy.
Hey,
Technically,
shut up.
one might
Watch
argue
Gen.G
that
win
wasn't
this.
really needed,
Watch
but when you
Gen.G
feel
win
like there
this.
might be some more members
PaperX
of
is
Gen.G,
RCB.
It's okay. There's still some more depth in this map to go that you might even be able to get that one back.
GTA
and you're always gonna be
1650 में
incentivized to try and
stretch
help
race कैसे
Forsaken
करें?
at the moment,
GTA?
right? 'Cause
ये
he's
था।
feeling it. He's on one. He's feeling sharp. He wants to go for
वही
these
सोचो,
duels,
उसने तो
and
आगे
you
फेंका था, वो
absolutely
पीछे कैसे
cannot
गया?
blame him.
Not only do you not blame him, you not even admire him. I mean, this is starting to look like
Gen.G is CSK.
PaperX from 2023.
Well, the biggest thing for me right now is coming in towards 2025,
ऐसी बातें
right?
करते हो
We've
भाई.
got PaperX who are experimenting with a lot of these different role changes, right? And we've got a Gen.G
excuse
who
me.
are bringing in Suggest,
आप
coming
Gen.G
back,
को
making his
क्या
return
call
to
देना
Valorant. We're
चाहोगे?
bringing in Ash from, you know, the
मैं देना चाहूंगा कि Gen.G जो पेस पे खेल रही है वो PaperX की पेस पे धीरे धीरे आगे बढ़ते जा रही है तो वो पेस पे उनको अवॉइड करना चाहिए और PaperX को खिलाना चाहिए अपने हिसाब से.
Where so far we're looking at a Gen.G who are
Slow
kind of
खेलना
trying to
चाहिए.
play their style
Slow
that they
खेलना
were
चाहिए.
in 2024, and that's, you know,
Okay.
kind of the
काफी
reason
slow
that
कर
I
देना
attribute
चाहिए.
their loss to Boom a little bit, right?
Okay.
Where Boom had a really solid idea on how they wanted to
How
try and
views
counter
वाली
those
खर्च
plays,
वैसे पूछो
get
भाई,
up
no
to those
idea.
choke points and explode
GTA
straight in
16
towards the
stress
sites,
कैसे करें?
especially
जैसे
on
मैंने
that
बताया.
set, where you could
अब
look to
तक
kind of
Alex
just
भाई ने वो
abuse
बाजू में
Suggest
बैठे
a lot.
वाले इंसान
Right now,
कितने चापटी
he's
मारे
playing in
रहेंगे?
a way
भाई
that
मेरे को
he's
लगता है
getting a
वो
lot more
बंदा ना
back up,
Alex
and
भाई
it's
को
not
कुछ
really being afforded, right? And
कुछ
he's
तो
also
special-
getting really dirty in these duels on the attack side. So this is a really good little switch up for
What are
Gen.G,
you
figuring out
saying,
their
bro?
own weaknesses, and
भाई
on
वो
the side
बंदा
of
उधर
PaperX,
जिंदा
they're
कैसे
stepping
है?
it
तुम
up as
सोचो ना.
well, trying to activate Forsaken. So we are
उसमें
seeing a
कुछ
lot of
तो होगा.
growth in 1 week of play between both of
ये
these
Alex
teams,
इसको मारते
and it
नहीं
really
है.
comes down to that time out there. Who is it going to favor more right now? Because we are getting towards the tail end of this map.
Gen.G को खोल दे
close to
लंच
it.
रेडी है जल्दी थ्रो करो.
Forsaken pulls out the op as well.
Nah, bro.
Refract not yet used, and he's going to be able to plant himself towards B.
Yeah, would you expect an operator, though, at this current point in time if you are Gen.G? I mean, I highlighted a little bit earlier, one of the good strengths on this map when you are playing a comp with a Viper as well is being able to reposition anybody behind the wall, whether it be into the open like we saw from Mindfreak earlier, or on a standard line to situate an operator on the correct line. I'm assuming that that's exactly the right timing on the wall to
cross है उसके
reposition
पास बे.
Forsaken, and then the rest of the team goes elsewhere. So they're playing, you know, strong side with rifles, operator on weak side, and now you know where it is. So does that give Gen.G enough of an incentive to come and face the operator, seeing nothing from the Prowler towards A, or are they
उसको
wanting
पता
to
है
go to the
फेंके
C
अंदर
side
है.
where, well, there's a couple of bodies here.
Wow.
You might even want to question who is on the operator. If
Indeed,
anything, yeah. They swarm over on towards the C site now. I just heard them counting down 1, 2, 3, and there's the execute. In with texture, but still the aftershock of all things finds Karan. Smoke's gone. Showstopper might have been spent, but texture in towards a deeper spot. In with the rolling thunder, though. Something along with the other teammates will be able to
सालों 10
swarm
सेकंड
the
में भजिया
side.
पकाओगे.
Covered down. 7 seconds left.
अबे
The
ये
spike
क्या?
is already been dropped. This round
अबे
is
वो
over.
स्मोक दे रहा था.
Yeah, unfortunately, Gen.G didn't do enough around the map to really bait out a
भाई
lot of the
मेरे को
utility
समझ में
from
नहीं आ रहा.
PaperX, right? You've got
5
at the end
सेकंड
there,
बचे हैं.
still got something with a lot of his
लोग
breach
साइड के
utility.
अंदर
Still
नहीं
got
है.
Fire with, like you've got everybody on
अरे
PaperX still with a lot of that
something
utility. That if you're
Oh.
looking to go into the C site sub 30 seconds and you're trying to set texture up to showstopper in, you know, you're trying to get a flash in and everything. Well, you got to remember, this is Valorant. This is a game that is
What
still
should
a
I buy?
gun game,
30, 50 or 30, 60, 30,
abilities
60, of
are
course,
quite
30,
destructive
50
in this current meta, right?
85
And
के
you
build में
have
AM4
to be
जाओ,
baiting them
AM5,
out
AM5.
early enough.
And I think this
हो गया
answers
slow
your
Gen.G
question
का.
as well.
हर्ष भाई
20-25
मैंने कॉल तो दिया Gen.G को स्लो खेलना
and an
चाहिए.
op and a bit of a slower
लेकिन heavy
pace
slow
being able
गया
to
थोड़ा.
control around the map this way.
भाई लोग ने
Slight
लास्ट
timing, 30 seconds off
सबसे
for
लास्ट
second
में ये
repositions.
किया.
Early round for a second positions himself again.
Wow.
Down pillar.
But this
Nothing
time,
found though. Yes.
Oh,
this
they
time
have-
it's
they have
quicker from
pushed
Gen.G,
C-long.
right? Up towards the A site with
They
an
have pushed
idea that they
C-long.
can get in and clear through
PaperX
the
के पास
crowd,
पूरा info है
standard
C-long का.
utility to get on up. You'll still have to start to
Oh
clear
my
the site
God,
with the
they
rest
are
of the
so
utility.
stuck
However,
there,
you've
bhai.
got
They're
early
so
C
stuck
flank that's
there.
already noted.
Yeah.
अल्टीज है या
So it's a
देखो
great read
वाइपर
from
अल्ट
Gen.G to be able to throw PaperX
कर
off.
लेंगे वाइपर अल्ट कर लेंगे
Do they
इन्वेस्ट कर लेना चाहिए वाइपर अल्ट इन्वेस्ट.
Good question.
They do.
नाइस क्रेजी अल्ट.
The right time as well. Salvos will break the door. And the question is, does PaperX have the retakes?
Oh, but Suggest is going way too
Good.
deep. They might expect this. They might not. No, they probably won't expect this one right now.
Depends on Suggest's timing. And with that,
Wow,
Suggest
he got
was able to
two.
turn around
Huge.
at the right moment. 2 kills.
अरे नहीं मेरी टीम मारी है.
Pulls off from the top of heaven as well. Just Forsaken and Divine.
Let's go Suggest,
Quite
my
happy. No,
God.
they do not.
क्या
Suggest
बात है.
even more dirt into
भाई
the
PaperX
wounds.
के
And it
पास
stings.
ओवर टाइम तक फाइट करने
Divine
का
now,
पैसा
the
है
only
भाई.
one left, looks to hold on to his weapon, but
क्या
not
बात
even
है,
that.
क्या बात है, क्या
Karen
बात है,
snuffs
क्या
it
बात
away.
है, दोस्तों.
Yeah, Viper's pit at the tail end there. You know, the entrance in towards A covers stairs, covers any baby door entry in towards the side as well. It's a pretty destructive
क्या
one when you
तुक्का है
consider
कुछ
how
भी
much
मारा.
utility you
अच्छा
actually
जो
need to
माइंड
throw
फ्रीक
in
स्टिंगर से
there
दो
to
स्मोक
kind
थ्रू
of
मारा
get in,
उसका
and
कुछ
then
नहीं.
You also wonder, well,
दूसरा
it's
मारे
a
तो
single
तुक्का.
lane.
हमारा प्लेयर
Anybody
मारे
that
तो
is spotted in that pit, well,
क्या
you're
मारा bro?
assuming
क्या
that it's going to
मारा?
get sprayed. So really well done from Gen.G from the beginning.
Gen.G पे
getting
पैसे
bubble
लगाए.
control in towards the A side,
अरे
seeing
नहीं
nobody
भाई.
home.
हर्ष
having
भाई
the,
PaperX सपोर्ट
you
कर रहे
know,
हैं तो मैं Gen.G
the
सपोर्ट कर
contingency
रहा
at the end there with the pit too. New round though, 4 stack for PaperX towards the A side, an early duel potentially here.
And what could be one of their very last few buys. Gen.G picks this up. It's going to be map point, so hopefully the stack helps them out. It's Forsaken up to the top of Rumble. Ooh, finds texture.
Oh, nice,
still
nice
the
Karen,
sprays
nice
from
Karen.
down over.
Nice guarantee! He's my God! He's freaking on, baby! He is freaking on!
And it's just mine.
Let's go, my rank demon!
3 pieces.
Woo!
पागल इंसान.
भाई बाहर निकल के उसने 360 डिग्री में 4 लोग को मारा है.
भाई कैसे टीपीज मारता है यार?
Rocky
ये ऐसे-
भाई.
Of course, I'm placing back
Rocky
into the
भाई.
game, but still, it's Gen.G. They have so much that they can do.
At this point in time, it's just on Gen.G to not make a
बस
mistake
suggest को
here
plant देते
and
ना,
give this
अल्टा
round
जाता.
over towards Mindfreak that you've got to consider as well.
कौन सा
Does
demon?
he go for this?
Ranked demon.
He might
Round
try.
demon.
It is 10 and 11.
It's a Viper though.
Yeah.
You have to. Your only efficiency is going to be on your duels
If
here.
you are Mind Freak, you just feel so
Ui,
alone
cross कर
and
दिया वो.
cold right now. Gotta do everything. As soon
Let's
as he
go,
keeps
भाई!
even a little peep,
क्या हो गया
Munchkin will
भाई?
silence
PaperX से
him.
नहीं हो रहा क्या
It's
bro?
Gen.G up to map point, and they are
not
feeling
done,
way
it is
more
done.
confident.
कॉल दो
Yeah,
ब्रो कॉल दो
100%.
उनको.
I mean,
फुल लगाओ कॉल दो जा.
this Gen.G at the moment has an idea of how they're wanting to play this map. Right? They've done their homework, they've done their preparation. They've
बात
made
है
some
वो.
really good mid to late game calls
Whoa.
and even some great
Ice
early calls.
freaking cold, baby. Ice
Karen,
freaking
right?
cold.
Once upon a time, a
It is
rookie
nuts.
towards
Let's
it.
go,
We're
my
wondering,
God.
What is he going to look like in his Valorant endeavors? And he's coming out with now, you know, we're calling him, you know,
Time
one
out
of the
ले लिया
pivotal
इसने.
core members of this award-winning roster in Gen.G. Like,
He's the
certainly
wonder kid.
stepped into
फिर
it.
पैडमैन
He's the
नेक्स्ट
one-
मैच पे आ रहा खेल ले.
One, yeah, Shrouded steps his way all over.
एलेक्स भाई कैसे बोलते होंगे? अबे साले जा मार क्या
Desperate
कर रहा है?
timeout
नहीं
for
तो
PaperX.
देगा तो.
I mean, those war cries, man, I'm telling you, they are something.
Oh yeah.
भाई एनवीडिया कंट्रोल प्राइस
No,
सेटिंग्स नहीं आ रहा तो फिर
100%.
नहीं
And
कर
if you are
सकते.
PaperX at the moment as well, you know, what are you trying to do, right? Like, we're seeing some great duels being fought by
But Peripherals इतना
Forsaken for
mid को लग रहा है,
sure.
reminds
We're
me of
trying to
G
see all of this
2024.
utility to help set him up and everything, but
किसी को तो G को
when
play
he's
करना
losing his
पड़ेगा.
life and your early
Paper X
round
करेगी
game
ये
plan
चीज़ें.
isn't going your way as Paper X,
अंबती राइडू
there's
statement
nothing
दे
to
दी
really
मैंने.
reactivate back for them currently.
And this
Next
is where
map क्या
I
है?
really do wonder what it feels like for the
Fracture.
players on
Paper X
that
का pick है.
stage right now.
Hi
You
Bain
are
भाई.
Paper Rex. You started out incredibly well against DRX last week. Just to kind of throw that all away. Now you're very close towards pushing to an overtime right now as
Harsh
well.
भाई, your Geng is not
Do you
jinging.
have it? Everyone's eyes
Geng is not jinging.
in this stadium, even right next to us. The analyst desk, their eyes are all glued to the screen right now.
Bro, ये लोग B की तरफ कुछ लगाते ही नहीं है क्या? Oh,
Yeah,
they
I mean,
got
you
no
got to consider
sentinel.
the weight behind the names,
लगाएंगे
right?
क्या?
Paper X, Gen.G,
They
staples.
need to win these duels.
And right now, Geng,
छोड़
I was
दिया.
going to highlight him,
क्या
who's had
Jinx
a bit of
किया?
a shocker. So the fact that he's found an opening kill here.
भाई मैंने भी Geng को बोला, Geng को भरा, मार दिया.
Karen has played before. This time we see a little
High
more
copyright.
from Suggest, but he's working. Geng is working alongside Mindfreak to anchor down the C site.
And this is a really stretched wide default as well from
2-1-2.
Gen.G, right? So what can Texture find over towards the
Suggest को
A
छोड़ दिए
site?
वो लोग.
What timing can he kind of coordinate
but
with this
वो
spark
high low है
utility?
उधर.
Ask for Munchkin, wall up, wall down.
What is this guy
Try and
doing?
clear a lot of this space, which is just a double hold at the A side at the moment.
At least for Paper X, though.
Oh
the
my
open
God,
kill's
he
already
got
throwing a wrench
one,
into
went
their
back.
plans, but Texture, look at that.
His team is
The
already
sudden
towards
peek
A,
out, even
Forsaken
with
his
the
backside.
high-low, someone crouched down. He's able to find
Gen.G
the
is
frag.
trying
That
to look
just might
towards
open
at
things
B.
up. Off of a little kill, Paper X now peels back.
Ooh, Gen.G B-Link से speed बना चुकी है.
Salvos now as well. Can you combo
Texture
them with
still holding
anything
down
to
Forsaken.
ensure a kill, or are you
Plant
just using
आएगा.
them for the time? It
Suggest
has to
का
be
एक kill
a
melt
little
है.
bit of the
They have
latter.
20 seconds to follow it through.
Not unless you can allow for Forsaken to get it.
Oh, he's alone, he's alone, bro. You gotta fight for your team. Let's go, trade them
It's just
down.
down to Divine and his
Nice.
teammates to try to hold it off. Convergent paths, but no, it doesn't
Oh.
quite connect.
No
Until
way, Ash in
Forsaken
1v2,
pushes up
8
with
seconds.
Geng. 2-on-1. Does Ash have it? Low HP. Geng gets destroyed. Forsaken now out from Baby Door, makes a bit of a footstep out with a Phantom. Goes
Oh my God! Let's freaking go, boy! Let's freaking go!
Bringing us to the final destination on Lotus, 13-10.
Very well played from both teams, I gotta say. We had some really great moments of these teams showing their new character in
Thank
the
you so
server,
much
but at
for
the end of
keeping
it,
me
I
in
mean,
this
how
game,
many
Gen.G.
occurrences did we
You
have
guys
of
are
just
my gods.
multi-fragging
I love
rounds in a
you.
row from Gen.G, right? They closed it out with the 3 in a row there, 13-10. It's not
Yes,
the
sir,
most
I called
comfortable
it.
win. A win
I
is
called
a
it.
win to start off this best of 3 though, and on your own map pick as well,
called it.
right? We had
Too
weaknesses
easy.
shown from Paper X, though.
Too easy.
Flip it on over, and Fractures around the corner.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty tricky to say the least. I mean, some great performances,
अच्छा, stream गया, आ जाएगा, आ जाएगा
improvements
थोड़ी
coming
देर
out
में.
from Paper X, but it's
2
still
मिनट दो उनको लाला को, 2 मिनट दो,
little
आ
bit
जाएगा.
wanting. Gen.G on the other hand, significant improvements coming out from the likes of Ash
क्या
and
बात
Suggest. Not just
है.
that for Texture
शायद
to be able to
stream
step
भी नहीं
up as
चाहता
well.
था
And
कि हर्ष
he's
भाई
found
Paper X की हार
opening
देखे इतने
duels
बुरी
on
तरीके
the
से.
defensive side. It's Ash and Suggest to be able to anchor certain sites.
भाई बट मानो ना
I
मानो
think for
दोनों
me,
टीम
one of my worries for this roster
Gen.G
in
का
Gen.G
main
at
checker
the
collab
moment
आया
was
हो.
how are you incorporating Suggest, right? How are you looking to take
Let's
entry
go!
points back from the last series? They're still a
Gen.G वाले
phenomenal
बोलेंगे पर
team,
bundle तो
a
आपने
really
Paper X का लिया.
strong structured core 3, but bringing in him,
आपके
bringing
पास
in
G,
Ash, there's always
Paper
gonna be
X
question
और
marks
G2
with these
bundle है.
rosters, right? I think that Suggest
क्या Paper X
has
meta में
just
fit
found
करने के लिए
things
कुछ
that
ज़्यादा ही
were
diabolical हो रहा है.
working for him
Exactly
on
भाई.
that map, that he
Paper X
can bring
public radio
elements of
exchange.
that into this next map as well.
बदलेश
So incredibly strong for Gen.G.
भाई Gen.G
They must
वाले
be
feel
feeling
कर रहे थे
a
chat.
lot
Gen.G
better
वाले
as
बस
compared
vibe
to
है.
last week. But speaking
तेरा
of
सही
how
है, हर
things
week new
feel,
team
I
support करता है. नहीं
really
भाई.
do wonder what
See,
it feels in
हर
that
week
Paper
new
X
team नहीं भाई. देख मैं तुझे बताता हूँ. G2 on everyone's top any day. ठीक है? G2 on everyone's top, my top, their top, everyone's top. G2 is like देवता सबके ऊपर. ठीक है? उसके बाद आती है नीचे वाली टीम सपोर्ट करना. अब नीचे वाली जो टीम्स है 1-2 जो जीत जाएगी उसमें से आज मन किया Gen.G सपोर्ट कर दिए, कल मन किया पेपर एक्स चल रही है. पेपर एक्स वर्सेस सबसे खराब टीम कौन सी है अभी पैसिफिक में? शिट जेटा टीम सीक्रेट है पेपर एक्स वर्सेस. तो समझ लो ऐसा कोई टीम है, तो इसीलिए पेपर एक्स जा. जी वर्सेस पेपर एक्स, जी फाइटिंग, समझ रहे हो? ऐसे ऐसे G2 पगलू, और नहीं तो क्या, G2 पगलू बेबी। ए आर यू बैक लाइव ब्रदर?
Yes, I am. What do you mean?
Oh, let's go. Let's go la. What is this, bro? This setup? Evo Fox. Guess rank not gold anymore. Wow. माउस देखो उसका
Flat
mouse.
2.
Flat 2 वो
Ryu
gold
का है.
नहीं, he is not gold anymore, तो diamond होगा. Diamond 1.
Flat 2.
Diamond 3 baby. See, अगर कोई बोलता है ना नॉट गोल्ड एनीमोर, मतलब वो कुछ तो बोलना चाह रहा है। हर्ष भाई लोग अपनी फोटो क्यों भेज रहे हैं आपको? हाँ
अपनी फोटो मतलब?
मतलब देखो ऊपर भेजी थी लोगों ने फोटो।
Bro, wow.
वाओ दिस इज सो क्यूट।
गिबली देख हॉबली.
गिबली गिबली। ओह वाओ, ये क्या है ब्रो?
ये है एक लेडीज येलो कलर का पानी पीते हुई.
येलो
सब
कलर
येलो
का,
येलो क्यों?
येलो
अरे
कलर का
वे.
पानी क्यों पी रही है भाई?
अरे नहीं, वो कंस्ट्रक्शन कर रही है.
कंस्ट्रक्शन कर रही है? ओ हाँ,
हाँ देखो बिल्डिंग पे है
कंस्ट्रक्शन
वो, नीचे
लेडीज
पूरी
है।
मुंबई
ओ
दिख रही है.
मुंबई, हाँ सही बात है, सही बात है। ऊपर की सेटअप आपने देख ली है?
या
ओए ओए ऊपर देखो भाई, वो एआई जनरेटेड। अबे रेना देखो भाई, मुंबई के बीच में रेना है। हाँ ब्रो व्हाट?
रिचुअल होता है क्लर्च भाई. पहले 2 गेम्स हारेंगे तभी
हाँ,
जाके फाइनल्स जीतेंगे.
ये किसका रिचुअल है पर भाई?
यू विल नो सून.
पहले 2 गेम्स हारेंगे उसके बाद ही जाकर जीते।
वाह कसम क्लर्च भाई.
ये एआई जनरेटेड है ना? पर
ये क्या रखी है इसने लेकिन?
क्रोनोवाइड का वो ब्रो, रीलोड वाला। अबे भाई बट
जिस हिसाब से उसने गन पकड़ी है, एआई जनरेटेड ही होना चाहिए.
अबे तो क्या मुंबई की सड़कों के बीच ऐसा रहना खड़ी रहेगी?
हो सकती है, हु नोस.
हैं? $51,000, $51,000,
पागल हो क्या? 58,000 है अंधे.
58,000। हाँ मतलब ठीक है यार, 7,000 इधर उधर कर दिया भाई, पर बात बड़ी नहीं है ना उसके लिए फिर।
व्हाट अ ब्यूटीफुल चैट.
वाह, नाइस स्टडी सेटअप।
वाओ सो नाइस.
वाह, डालो
क्लच
सेटअप
भाई,
डालो। हाँ
वेरी ह्यूज क्वेश्चन.
हाँ हाँ।
आरसीबी वर्सेस जी, हु विल विन?
RCB versus G. Bro, I gotta give it to RCB. हर्ष भाई,
हाँ.
Sentinels versus MI, who will win?
कल अगर रोहित शर्मा थोड़े अपने हॉर्सेस कंट्रोल कर लेते ना, 100 मार देते.
भाई रहने दो,
कल
जो बॉल डाली है
अबे यार, इतने स्लो बॉल क्यों डाल रहे थे यार? इतने
भाई,
स्लो बॉल. भाई
गुजरात
वहां
ने
पे
बहुत
पांड्या,
अच्छी बॉलिंग
मेरे
करी
को ऐसा
भाई।
लगता है कल हार्दिक पांड्या और एमएस धोनी ने एक पॉडकास्ट किया है. भाई यार क्या हो रहा था वो भाई. ब्रू वाज शोइंग हिज, oh my god, that was diabolical.
Shit, भाई उसने अपना वेट डाला है बे, ऊपर देखो, ऊपर किसी ने अपना वेट डाला है, वो उसका गेमिंग सेटअप है।
53.9.
हाँ बहुत कम नहीं है? आप भी हर्ष भाई जैसे हाइट के हो क्या? ये क्या गेमिंग सेटअप है ब्रो? ये तो स्टोर है। वाओ, आरओजी
तो
स्टोर
इधर तो मैं
गेमिंग
गया था. तो लैपटॉप से
वाह।
कनेक्ट किया है टीवी पे, ऐसा मुझे दिख रहा है, तो इस हिसाब से इसका जो रैंक होगा वो प्लैट होगा।
रन अबे मैं भी वीडियो बनाऊं। गेस माय कैट्स रैंक का। वाओ
भाई एक चीज इसकी अच्छी क्या है मालूम क्या?
हाँ।
इसकी चेयर इसके टेबल के अंदर तक जाती
अबे
है।
भाई वही सबसे अच्छी चीज है भाई, मेरी भी अटक जाती है।
मेरी अंदर जा ही नहीं पाती मालूम।
अबे तो
सो यू
तुम्हारे
कांट लॉक इन।
अबे तुम्हारे में तो नीचे कार के पेडल रखे हैं ना,
तो वो तो भाई मेरे फुटरेस्ट के लिए है।
एक्सेलरेटर दबाओगे।
फुटरेस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट है वो।
गेस माय कैट।
गेस माय कैट्स रैंक। ये क्या कर रही है इधर यार?
प्लैटिनम 3।
ब्रो कल क्लर्ज भाई रुको एक चीज दिखा।
हाँ instagram.com altf4.com। तुम भी हो इस बार Amazon गेमिंग फेस्ट में? नहीं भाई, लास्ट टाइम था। क्या है? ओ ये देखा मैंने, ये देखा मैंने।
भाई मुझे देख के वो खुश हो गया यार।
वो खुश नहीं हुआ भाई, वो आप पे
खुश
भौंक
हुआ
रहा
है भाई। तो भौंक रहा है मतलब खुश हुआ, वो खुशी से
उसको
भौंक रहा
आपको
है।
देख
क्या
के
खेल रहा है?
उसको आपको देख के टट्टी आ गई। नाइस।
क्लर्ज भाई ये कौन है मालूम तुम्हें?
बताओ भाई, कौन है बताओ।
वन पीस का एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कैरेक्टर है ये।
हैं?
यस।
क्या बात है।
दिस इज नाटूरो।
हाँ नाटूरो। $60
वाओ।
गोल्ड। वाओ ब्रो, विंडोड फुल स्क्रीन में खेलता है ऊपर से। हर्ष भाई चैट तू कुछ और कह रही है।
अच्छा ये वो वाला है क्या? जिसकी बहुत सारी लेडीज होती है।
तुमने तो डीमन स्लेयर देखा था।
हाँ मैंने देखा है।
तो फिर तुम कंफ्यूज कैसा हो गई?
शायद मैंने फिर ये वाले एपिसोड्स नहीं देखे रहेंगे। मैं अभी वाला सीजन नहीं देखा हूँ।
ओ ऐसा है।
बहुत टाइम हो गया यार वो देखा हुआ। भूल गया मैं।
नाइस पंखा। ओ वाओ।
एक्सक्यूज मी, गिव इट टू मी ब्रो। ब्यूटीफुल यार।
नाइस यार, लुक्स वेरी क्लीन ब्रो। ओह नाइस।
ये क्या है?
हेडफोन स्टैंड होगा उसका। नहीं भाई, हैंड सैनिटाइजर है। क्या है भाई वो? अरे
वाह।
ओ वाओ नाइस। पर क्या है इसमें भाई? मेरे को कुछ कुछ स्पेशल क्यों नहीं दिख रहा?
क्या क्या? रुको एक सेकंड क्लच भाई, मैं चैट को कुछ दिखा रहा हूँ।
मैच चालू हो गया भाई, मैच चालू हो गया।
Yes, I very much so remember that, Victoria, way back in like 2022. Now we're getting to see more of that right now on the stage, but at the same time, you know, just thinking about how all of those results from the very first match plays out, Komoda. I mean, you saw that shot of something with his eyes closed in that chair.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have a lot going through your head in this sort of scenario.
आ जाओ, फ्रैक्चर है, पेपर एक्स का पिक है।
Just win you on that when he's feeling himself. That crispy aim, the good old dot cross there.
शो
That
के
always seems
लिए
independent and
ट्रायंगुलर बल्ब है, दुबई से पापा लेके आए थे। ओह
This is, you know, Gen.G have played so much
Beauty
Lotus.
लग
He's
रही है
not open
न्यू
for
पोस्ट
all
में।
of it.
थैंक
He
यू
really
भाई।
understands this map. He understands his role in this map brilliantly. He's in the right positions. He knows the TPs. It's a joy to watch him play, and I'm glad that he kind of this map at least was a little bit of a return to form for him. So that's
Hi Matt
It's actually
Cap bhai,
remarkable
how
that
are
he was
you?
the rookie last year on Gen.G, but now he feels like a fundamental.
Bit of an aftershock to allow for Ash to go for a peek, but Forsaken will still be able to rear his crosshairs around. Munchkin, however, will be able to push up
Paper
as
X
well.
is already
Until
up.
he gets taken out. All that said and done,
I'm back.
Suggest was able to look
Match is
deeply
on baby.
into the seaside and past defender spawn.
Yeah, but is it going to work for anything? That's the problem right now. You get an idea from Ironfree that eventually the lurk is going to be there, and 1 versus 3. I mean, both of
Do you
these
think
guys
Suggest
know,
can have this?
but if you're just playing
You
the
gotta win?
numbers, you're doubling up.
Bro,
and
actually,
maybe not.
if Suggest
like
will jiggle.
gonna get clouded.
उसको एक मिलेगा.
Hopefully
not.
high low. Oh god, they got away.
उसके पास एक
No!
बार.
Blink of an eye to set up for the fault line. So just stays tucked away. You know, PaperX, they still have the spike.
Yep. Reposition again, go for another high-low.
Again a high-low, and there
ओ
it
भाई
is.
साहब.
Forsaken to
ये
pick
दोनों
up
क्या सिर्फ
pistol
ऊपर नीचे
round
खड़े
for
रहने वाले हैं?
PaperX.
Yeah, more multi-frags come through
That's
from
important, bro.
Forsaken. If this is, you know, one
जब
of the,
तुम
one
ऊपर
of the
नीचे
new
खड़े
looks of
होते हो,
PaperX
तो
where we're
easily
actually
सामने वाले को
finally
मार
getting
पाते हो.
structured roles and stuff.
तुम
It
मेरे
is,
साथ
you
ऐसा
know,
क्यों play नहीं
down to
बनाते
this
भाई?
comfortability factor, right?
क्योंकि
When
तुम
I'm thinking
कभी
of this
ऊपर नीचे
roster
होते ही नहीं हो.
Forsaken, you know, on the duelist again. Okay, that
और
makes
तुम
sense.
बार-बार नीचे क्यों होते हो फिर?
How is his breach looking
तुम
like? Because
कभी
that's
जाते ही
seemingly
नहीं हो
becoming
आगे,
one of
तुम
the more
आगे चले
common,
जाते हो.
picks for him, and I mean, I think his caliber of play, he's going to make any agent look, you know, kind of above average. But for breach, you know, to set up this team,
Bro,
really
Forsaken Neon खेल रहा है.
timing to really be consistent.
भाई 4 सेकंड
That's
डुएलिस्ट
where
कर
it
दिए
does
वापस
get a
पूरा.
little bit more
That's
tricky
nice.
to be able to pull off these plays.
अभी
but at the
4
same
प्लेयर
time,
इनके
Gen.G
डुएलिस्ट खेलते थे. D&D.
Okay,
आई 3
just
मतलब.
picking up the alt orbs right now.
Bro, bring
I do
back
like
Geng
that.
on.
I mean, fracture, there's 4 of them.
duelist.
It's not a bad
Bring
idea.
back
A
Geng.
bit of Pac-Man.
Geng duelist पे नहीं है इसलिए हार रहे.
Bring back Geng.
There goes the second pellet.
क्या बात है हर्ष भाई आजकल
Wow,
नए गाने
lot of
सुन रहे हो?
discipline. He's not going in for the peak, knowing that there might be
Reel देख रहा
a
हूँ भाई.
lot of them on the other side. As I say that, he does go for the swing.
Reel देख
Finds
रहा हूँ.
Ash though, not too shabby.
All right,
And
this is
smokes it
an
off.
eco
I mean, we had it on the
round,
analyst
baby.
desk, right? Switching duelists onto a brim.
Suggest नीचे
when he's
suggest
not on
पीछे
the
देख ले
iPad.
मेरी जान पीछे देख suggest.
Just point and click.
Suggest
At the end
पीछे
of the day,
देख.
Valorant is point and click.
पीछे देख भाई
Just
इतने
like
जोर
that.
से बोल रहा हूँ कहाँ तक आवाज नहीं जा रही
Second
है.
kill found in the round. Gen.G still in the same spot as before. Now you've got Mind Freak chiming on the other end, but Gen.G with the information that they had from before, trying to look for the pinch against Geng.
अबे अबे अबे.
She will find it. That's not too bad. In the
How?
pistol rounds, able to find a bit of damage
भाई
against
कैसे
PaperX.
से
That's
ये
a
लोग?
couple of rifles lost, but still,
वो
of
क्या
course,
कर रहा
PaperX
था
will
वो
pick up the
अपना
round.
4 सेकंड.
Nearly a flawless
पागल
anti.
इंसान.
Knife करने जाना था क्या उसको?
PaperX now they're going to have to
भाई texture
fashion
भी
out some
नहीं
good
होता है.
defenses in the 4-lane map. You know, one of the
ये
things
तो
when it
हमने
does
ये
come
भी देखा.
towards fracture as well is you got to think, right,
ये
are we
क्या है
using
चैट?
the likes of
अभी
a
throw हो
Vice Lord
जाता.
to be kind of a glorified alarm bot, right? Are we looking to just leave it in
Oh my
one
God.
position, going together?
Bro, oh my
भाई,
god, they
कुछ भी
actually
लगा
went in
भाई.
for the knife.
कुछ भी लगा उसको.
Jeez Louise, all right.
Bro,
well,
actually knife करने जा रहे थे
got the buys.
साले.
Gen.G start with 3
दो
north side,
round
2
जीतते
south
नहीं
side.
हैं.
PaperX pushes out.
पटेली पहले
alongside
मारते
the
हैं.
stealth drone stuns and relays. Suggest trying to stay
Ooh.
alive. Ash is
ये
just,
winner
Ash
W
just
gaming.
kind of abandoned him, deserts him. But with that,
Bro,
a bit of
4-man
information and a
push.
timed read as well. Gen.G will be able to push into the B side, blocks them off of the angle with the salvos as well.
उनके पास सारा info
Will they
है.
have the spike plant off of this?
अभी texture के पास city है.
Should already be pushed near spawn. The answer's
Oh,
gonna
oh,
be
आहा
no.
texture
That
भाई.
so
मेरे
offensive.
जैसा
This
खेला है
round is
आपने.
turning on its head.
Oh my.
Texture actually
what
plays like
happened?
me.
With that though, Karen left to kind of fill up the blanks. He finds a bit of a double, but still nothing
Nah,
much
bro.
found
Klurge
after
भाई,
that. PaperX
एक बहुत
will be
genuine-
able to find those
हाँ,
trades
ये है.
needed to pick
हाँ,
up the
question.
bonus.
हाँ.
अगर नियॉन
Yeah, I
जब
mean,
वॉल
it's one of
करती
these
है तो
common
वो
things that we
वॉल
are
से
seeing on a
चिपक
map
के
like
जाती है
Fracture
लेकिन
when you
अगर
are
फिनिक्स
running.
वैसे
This is something
सिचुएशंस
that
में
I
वॉल
think,
करता है ना
you
तो
know,
वॉल के
Vice
बीच में एक
Comps
गैप
can
बनता है
do
तो
quite
वाई
well,
हाँ.
right? If you are just
Exactly,
considering,
एक छोटू सा
the
gap
sheer
बन जाता है
walls
जिससे आपको
versatility
दिख
when
जाता है.
using it as a glorified
Yeah.
alarm bot over towards Dish,
That is
where it more
wrong.
commonly is. You open
That
up
is
your
very
team to
wrong.
go
That
for a
is
crunch on
racist,
the
bro.
south side, the attacker side, spawn side of
That is
Taking
actually
tree
racist.
control, it kind of does make sense when you consider this composition.
क्या
that
मतलब
PaperX
एक
are running.
एक ही मैच जीते हैं Gen.G तो knife तो जरूरी है.
So hoping to expect more of that. You are on the defense and you do need to get proactive. Swapping onto different sides though, and now hearing a lot more pressure again back into its
Oi.
bench. It's up to Mind Freak to pilot this Vise. He tries to reposition himself. There are a lot of smokes up around the site. Pushing out though, Geng will be able to find the first frag. Denies a little bit of entry, but still, Gen.G
Abe,
pushes
Mo.
past tower. And that's Mind Freak gone.
Oh, they should have heard him.
Stingers and everything. Yep, a bit of noise as well, but for Forsaken, just a
Oh
land this
boy,
nasty
son.
relay bolt.
Wow.
Slides forward as well. Looks for the third, but Texture answers back.
What skill
Low
मारेगा?
HP, but still a doable one-on-one until he throws out the fast
Almost
lane.
भाई,
So
Positioning है भाई,
almost.
timed
positioning है.
peak finds the fourth round
Almost
for
5 HP में निकाल लिया था
Wanting
उसने.
to really get dirty with these duels. I mean, it was working.
भाई,
how
Neon
many
show
times
चल रहा है
over
भाई.
on the Lotus, right? Setting
हाँ
up
ना,
for
तू दो
Forsaken,
मार,
multi-frags
मैं दो
on
मारता हूँ.
multi-frags. He's just getting comfortable back in his own element. And you've got, you know, a lot of these smokes that they're playing around with. You don't need to keep it
ऐसे गेम देखने में मजा आती है चैट.
Chaotic around the
ऐसे
side
गेम
as
देखने में
well,
मजा
right?
आती है.
Just get the gunplay happening, and it's working a treat at the moment
Nice.
for Paper X. And I think one of the things to really consider here is we've seen 4 rounds. It's pretty much 4 different ideas. So they're really, you know, trying to explore and keep things guessing on for as far as Gen.G are concerned.
भाई फुसिकन कितना फास्ट खेल रहा है. कैम थोड़ा गया, ये किया गया, वो किया गया.
Deal with some of those concerns early on.
Oh, that's a good ult.
Straight into the B site, but Forsaken has kind of gotten away because of that sprint. So back in towards the safety of the
Oh my God!
Canteen, something will be able to find a spray through the smokes. And now for Karen to
Karen!
hold, he's able to find the microflick, snaps back onto a texture,
Are you
chiming in as well from Canteen. A bit of a swap around in positions, and Paper X are now finding themselves a little bit dazed and confused.
You gotta do it
Flashpoint
too.
out, but Spike not yet.
They're very low though.
Gen.G,
They're very low.
A little bit pinned
Karen
down as well, Komodo.
Oh my God,
Still
Karen.
though,
Oh my
Paper
God,
X
let's go
trying to
भाई.
reposition
इन लोग का
themselves
रिचुअल
at
है
the
सर. पहले 4
sidelines.
राउंड
Karen
हारेंगे,
and Much can
फिर मैच
find the
हराएंगे.
back to put
उधर
Gen.G
आर्केड
on the
के 3
board.
जनों ने
Yeah,
पीक किया था,
Orbital
उसमें
Strike
से
is
एक बंदा है ना
actually
निकल गया उधर.
भाई उसने दो, हाँ उसने
3
दो
जनों
को
ने पीक
मारा.
किया था.
और तीसरा वाला ट्रेड करने आया ही नहीं.
वो चले गया उधर से.
Something था, something. अबे शॉर्टी लेके आया था वो हर्ष भाई.
हाँ, अच्छा शॉर्टी था
through
उसपे.
these smokes, some risks being taken for the side
Battle
of
of
Gen.G
upper
as
middle,
well.
mid.
But
अरे यार
ultimately,
ऐसा
right,
मत
a
बोलो
bit of a
भाई.
reset when it comes to that
कुछ
55-second
लग रही
mark.
Klurge, love
Munchkin,
you भाई.
Karen, they don't overpressure themselves, right? They don't push forwards.
क्या बात है, they're so bad.
Something पे तो vandal था.
Reset a little bit, and now you're switching into a new round where we've got this tree control back again. We've got the shear wall up at Dish to just make sure it's watching it. This worked for Paper X last time, remember, and it's gorgeous to start off yet
खोपड़ी
again.
में घुसा दिया
Even with
लेजर
the
बीम.
camera and the trips, Paper X are still moving forward. Just double keying it as they've been known to
ये
do.
क्या है
Just
भाई?
tries
just
to
trip
avoid
होने वाला
by
था
हाँ ना,
pulling himself in
एक
towards
किल लिया
A
और भाग
main.
गया भाई.
Gen.G
अभी अल्ट खत्म हो
looking
जाएगा
to
उसका.
recollect,
अरे इसका point
regroup
क्या था बस?
themselves, and
कि भाई आजा
re-engage
एक
in
किल
the
मार
B
के
site.
आते हैं. ऐसी मार देता.
Yeah, just to recontact back in towards it as well. Go through the
ये
shield
लो,
together. Try
ये
and
दूसरा
explode on
नियॉन
in.
चालू हो गया.
Bit of a contact play up towards it, but now I foresee the problem, right? You've
कसम
got into the
भाई.
site. The spike will eventually come from Dish.
Karen को
because
देखो.
I think even
माइंड फ्लिक का अल्ट है,
ओ,
जिंक का अल्ट
Karen
है.
नहीं.
रिनेबल है भाई. Oh.
you go for the plant, but you've already got a Paper X.
Oh bro,
that is
how is he
ridiculous.
getting those
Just
kills?
as you thought that they might have been able to get
Bro,
closer into the
Karen
site,
क्या
Karen
निकाल
into a
रहा है,
deeper position,
Chad?
wipes the taste of blood off of his mouth and finds punches back against
Peek on
Paper
your
X.
brother, bro. Peek on your
Bit of a
brother. Peek
flashpoint
on your
as well,
brother's
and all of a sudden,
contact.
Jing
Peek on your
needs to
brother's
turn his
contact.
crosshairs
Let's
away.
go, Karen.
Off of contact now, Karen swinging as well. Divine
Oh,
needs
क्या
to
मार
save.
रहा है अभी?
Not even
Wow.
going to be able to.
भाई Karen क्या खेल रहा है?
HP to spam with that one, but you know, 2 rounds attributed to Gen.G. Multi-kills for Karen, getting 2 kills yet again
भाई
to
वो Karen
really get
कितने
them
low
back in
HP में
towards
मारा है,
this
देखो.
round when you consider, you know, Paper X, W Gaming straight up in
भाई
towards
ये
the
लोग
spawn, looking for it, just
एक
over,
HP है वो.
just not really, you know, calculating that they're going to be over on the rafters. So nicely done for Gen.G. I wouldn't be surprised actually if we want to take a bit of a timeout for Paper X soon. Wouldn't be too bad. You know, you don't want to afford Gen.G to get a wriggle on towards this attacking side.
Karen
This
आज
is a
करके
round, though,
आया
that's
लगता है भाई.
haphazard, right? For Paper X, you're not going in with a sensational
Fact बोला
buy.
आपने.
You've got some
Karen आज
extra
करके आया.
strategies if you
Warm
need
up.
to stall Gen.G, right?
Oh,
That's unlucky.
yeah, not quite.
There was an edging
Really
session
able
in
to
Discord
stall
giveaway
currently.
just
A
done
lot
now.
of
Let's
oohs
go.
and ahs from the crowd as
Come
well, with
on.
the war cry from before. But
Shot.
as I say that, Mind Freak, a bit of a push out from Dish will be able to pick off.
भाई Paper X इतना side heavy क्यों खेल रही है
भाई?
भाई? बताना चाहेंगे?
Not able
पूछना
to
पड़ेगा.
retrieve the gun though, unfortunately, for Paper X. So we're just going to see some moments of individuals here. See if anyone else
अरे
can hit some
घूम
sharp
दिया भाई.
shots. And I mean, if you're going to be tempted
वहाँ
whatsoever
लेने भी नहीं आएगा
to
कोई.
use a couple of these ultimates that Paper X do have,
पर
you
भाई
know,
को
one
risk लेने ही
kill,
नहीं है.
one more kill, maybe you're going to
वो
dump
देखो
them
ना,
in,
उन लोग को dish मिल
especially
गया.
if Gen.G are
इन लोग
gonna try and
को
play for
मिल
the
गया
tide
यहाँ से
here
main.
with their recontact back towards this A side.
ये डिश मिला, ये लोग मेन ऑलरेडी वेट कर रहे और वो लोग बी पे ऐसे भूखे नंगे खड़े हैं.
Utility now for the execute,
Bro,
and especially with texture on this
किस
neon,
चीज का
able
वेट है
to
भाई?
get deep behind enemy lines.
30 seconds left.
Alrighty.
Paper X nearby, salvos on both ends, fault line as well. But the orbital strike has been avoided. That is huge for Gen.G.
उसने ult चालू किया
Seconds.
section.
And with enough numbers, they could still get the spike
There's still an
down.
Armageddon though. You have to bait out this
Wait,
Armageddon. There's 10 seconds
texture
and
ने
it's just going to be thrown in.
बेफुकट यूज
Trying
किया
to get
भाई.
their way through. Armageddon now deployed, and with that, no spike plant found.
Bro, उसने
Gen.G
अल्ट खोला,
able to
अपने हाथ में
strike
चलाया और
back.
रख लिया.
Paper X out of position.
Bro.
All the kills found in the round.
They used
not
four
playing for the actual time that the
ults
Armageddon can buy. Everyone
and they
trying
lost
to face the fights.
4 ults कहाँ
When
यूज
that
किया
ult
उन्होंने?
does go on down.
4 ults use किए Paper X ने.
I mean,
1,
it's at the
2.
cost of, you know, all of the
What?
ultimates being invested in that one as well, right? Orbital Strike,
दो ult use किए ना?
Garden.
4.
A discussion now.
You might need a timeout off of
चार
that.
कैसे
Oh,
ult यूज किए
100%.
भाई?
If you're not taking
अरे
a
ठीक है
timeout
भाई,
at this
3.
point in time,
3.
yeah.
But what do you say in this
Ooh.
timeout? You got a minute. Surely you can't reprimand the players for this.
भाई जब
Oh,
उन्होंने
no.
साइड
I mean,
पे
you
वो
gotta think
सैलवॉट्स
Paper
और
X
वो
as well, right?
अल्ट
What's
किया
been
था
working?
तभी
Some
अगर
tree
वो
pushes,
तेजू
we're
अल्ट
getting
भी एक
really
साथ आ जाता ना
aggressive
तो वो
with
सब
Forsaken.
फट जाते
We're
हैं
getting,
तेजू ult बहुत
great
बाद आया
shots
भाई.
coming out, and
बहुत-
for
बहुत बाद आया,
Gen.G,
बहुत बाद.
we've seen, you know, a couple of
कुछ
moments
मिला ही
from
नहीं ना
Farah
साथ में.
who's been able to answer back, right? We're seeing them re-clear things after some early engagements. It's a slow down
भाई.
effect for Gen.G.
0-3.
They're really starting to
अरे
play
भाई.
with time, right? It's the
क्या
old
बोल रहे
Gen.G
थे?
style of you've got a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it's the beginning at the
Oh,
moment.
Alex भाई सरक
Paper X
गए.
are winning. It's just
Alex
the
भाई सरक
end
गए
that
रे.
they're not able to.
खत्म है.
That's what it is. It's always been what it is.
वो एलेक्स भाई के बाजू वाला बंदा है इतना.
10-13 from the first map. That 8-0 against DRX.
I mean,
The Paper X fan in me is crying, but the professional
ऐसे बैठा है.
caster in me is trying to say, Gen.G is just doing such a good
हर्ष
job
भाई पूरे
of
कास्टर्स में से सिर्फ
recognizing
एक
Paper
कास्टर ने
X's
बोला है
tendencies.
वो जो
Well, the
बिकता ही
professional
नहीं
in me
है.
is saying that there are so many
उसने
moments
बोला है
that
बस
we're
Gen.G
seeing
जीतेगी.
really good growth scenarios
सबने
for
Paper X
both
बोला
of
है.
these teams that, you know, this is the caliber of
आज ये
gameplay.
लोग मुंह
How they
दिखाने
come
लायक
out.
नहीं बचेंगे.
First week would have been cool. Right now though, a lot of
अंबत्ती
utility
राइडू
around
जैसे
Arcade.
कास्टर से भाई.
No casualties just yet.
Until, you know, more flashes over. Paper X still
क्या
looking a
बात
little bit
है?
antsy, trying to hunt down for some of these frags. Geng from the other end
Oh, no.
will be able to get that pinch up against two players. Texture, though, deep in towards tunnel, still looking to get his way out.
अरे
He's
चला है
got away
something
with
ने.
a couple of kills off his own.
Yeah, that Rolling Thunder
3v3.
actually out from something, not able to finalize texture.
3v3.
You have the north side wrap crunch from Paper X, where now let's flip it upside down. Let's see Gen.G do it.
And trying to pull off one of their own, but mainly
मैं अब
the
गाली नहीं दे
objective
सकता.
of the round, the spike being dropped. Gen.G needs to come back in to take these fights against Paper X, where Paper X are
भाई
trying
उधर
to
देखो
retain their
पीछे से
hold
दबोच
onto
रहे हैं
it.
इनको.
Geng has a full kit of smokes, deploys his first
भाई अभी
one.
क्या करेगा इस स्मोक्स को अभी?
The problem is, Geng can
45
just reset
seconds
them
है.
yet again, more so than Charon, so you have to go for it.
No,
It's only
texture,
free,
let's
line
freaking
free.
go, my boy.
Gets bit.
Getting a little bit too curious, and you know what they say happens to that cat.
30 seconds
Want the
left.
corpse? Give me the corpse. 20 seconds, give it to me.
That would be huge for Gen.G now, wouldn't it? Something
Wait,
still
wait,
close
wait,
by.
wait.
Being able
Not
to
like
get
this.
detected, still finds that
Nice.
frag.
Not like this,
Geng
bro.
off to the other side of the boxes, finds Charon.
भाई मुझे लगा ये
Able to
जाने वाला है
see-
round.
भाई अभी चले गया था बस वो समथिंग अगर नहीं मारता
If
टेक्सचर को.
Suggest was able to get off the
Texture
neural
whiff किया.
theft, you know, would that
Texture
have
बहुत
been
गंदा whiff किया वहाँ
a
पे.
different ending towards the
first
round?
time,
Would you have been able to start
Neon
to
का
spam
nerf
through the
work
box?
किया.
Look, I don't know. It didn't happen. And Paper X, the early idea of getting the early aggression towards Arcade, right? What did we just speak about? The beginning they've looked good in. It's the end that they've
Batman की
not
full
really
reaction
been
back,
able
वो
to
Batman
finalize
है.
in those past
हर्ष
couple of
भाई,
rounds where Gen.G were able to string
वो
them together.
एलेक्स
This
के बाजू
time,
में बैटमैन बैठा
they
है.
were able to solidify the end of that one and hold on
NX
towards
कौन
the
है
lead.
भाई?
अरे
Give
एलेक्स
themselves back
एलेक्स
a little bit, hold
पता
on to
नहीं,
that
पता
spike. Still though,
Paper
the
X
next
की
round,
उसके
Gen.G
बाजू
will
में.
answer
कौन है
back
वो?
with a
Assistant
little bit
coach
more
कौन है
aggression
उनका?
of their own, so a bit more space now. Back up towards Arcade, possibly looking to get tower, but not quite yet. You've got Suggest all the way down tree. He might just get pinched though. Not quite in the spot to use the camera, and with that being taken out, now he knows.
Yeah,
Has to regroup.
He knows his time was coming, but at that point in time, he's bought enough for his whole team to get in towards the B site. Nobody's home. There's no ultimates that you need to contend with on the side of Paper X. And you yourselves, well, hey, let's just have a little bit of a dance with our big ones.
Take some big steps. Throw Paper X off balance. So, but Paper X able to
3v3.
have some steps of their own as well until the Armageddon gets deployed. So, Paper X needing to avoid that for now.
what is this
Timer
side?
still ticking.
Acha.
Something though. His
Attack ulti.
position could be pivotal for this retake.
2 सेकंड लगेगा जिंक
Flashpoint
के
does buy a bit more time.
Nah,
bit
bro.
more presence being made known, and Geng pushes up. The trade found by Suggest. Fault line sent through, but it's going to be
Oh my God,
Munchkin that
Munchkin.
finds the trades right back.
OMG,
Until something
brother.
swings out from the left
Nice.
side. Still more frags
Harish
found
bhai.
for Paper Rex to stick that defuse in
हर्ष
the
भाई
end.
वो पैटमैन है पेपर एक्स का 6
I'm seeing a huge rat through spawn
भाई
from
वो
something
कैसे
not able
झिंगिया
to
है बे?
assist his team.
डरा
but
हुआ बैठा है भाई
eventually
वो
will come forward and the one
झिंगा
versus
कहाँ है यार?
one,
अच्छा तो
he
दिख रहा है।
will best.
नहीं मतलब डरा हुआ है भाई वो
तो वो उसके बाजू में जिसके बैठा है वो चमाटी मार सकता है कभी भी।
It's that early aggression that has been
खौफ दिख रहा है
tampered
उसके
with.
चेहरे पे बे हैवी खौफ दिख रहा है चैट उसके चेहरे पे
Always like seeing the replays as well and how everyone's just
ऐसे
moving
बैठा हुआ है
around the map like Fracture as well with all the different corners that you can play with and
मुझे बहुत
corners you can
मारना है
hide
लेकिन
in. Never want to overlook them, which is going to be a big
मैंने
one
कुछ
right
नहीं
now
किया मैं
because
तो
if you're
खेल भी
seeing
नहीं
this
रहा हूँ
Sands control in towards A main for Paper Rex, they're going to have a potential massive wrap back towards this tree area again where Gen.G are looking to slowly go in towards.
Like you said, you know, that's what Paper Rex has been good with. The early start, you know,
Oh,
some of
Munchkin
these
got
rounds,
out.
we've seen them from the past 2 rounds now.
ऐसे
on
गुराड
opposite ends of the map.
और घुस जा उसके
Now,
मुंह में घुस जा
bit of a different pace, and it's a sun peek out from
खा
Geng.
लेना उसको
Surely aware that Gen.G are trying to pull off the B
अरे
split once
माँ
again.
कसम।
The aftershock.
भाई
of
वो
something.
अल्ट कर रहा था मर
We're
गया
seeing it now from the back, and all of a sudden Munchkin and Karen need to watch out for many angles, trying to backpedal themselves in towards tunnel. But
भाई
Paper
ये
Rex
खेल
just
रहे हैं ना पेपर एक्स सब
relentlessly
गोटेड राउंड
chasing
गोटेड
them
राउंड
down.
गोटेड राउंड।
Yeah, unfortunately
ये
for
ऐसा
Suggest
double down
there as
करना
well,
चाहिए।
the aftershock he was not able to get out of it and even
जिंग ने
throwing
वो
his hat in the
main
ring,
वाला
the
मारा ना
neural
पहले।
theft to
That was
try
good.
get all the information. Well,
बहुत
it
अच्छी
didn't
opening
really
दिलाया
work out,
उनको।
right? A bit of a different look for Paper Rex because they're not
जिंग ने उसको अच्छा रीड
aggressively
किया
getting
वहाँ
a
पे
main control this time. They're just going a little bit slower for it, clearing it out with the stealth
Nice,
drone
भाई,
and
अच्छा
then
खेले
getting
पेपर
the
एक्स।
wrap later on. So I do like that they themselves have some different, you know, fast takes, slow takes in this map of Fracture.
Sometimes it's that variety that really throws off Gen.G's expectations. Once again, though, Gen.G trying to go for the same site. 4-1 split this time.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on Mind Freak to be
जेंजी का
able
अटैक
to
थोड़ा सा
bucket
डायबोलिकल है
down this B site by himself at the moment.
Maybe
Spotted out
diabolical
behind eyes, but being self-sufficient.
चढ़ गया
All
चढ़
right,
गया
now to reposition.
चढ़ गया
Against Texture as well. The overdrive will come in handy.
20 एचपी
But
मेरी
will it
जान
be
अब
enough
मत
for
जा
Gen.G
आगे
to truly get their way
हो
in? The
गया
Shield does
3
buy a
लोग आ
bit
गए
of
आर्केड
time for
बैठ जा
the
इधर
rest
सूरज
of the
बैठ जा
Paper Rex speed
बैठ जा
force.
मेरी बात सुन
Transition
दिल
away
के
from
अंदर मेरी
They're gonna
बात
be
सुन
aware
मैं
of
तेरे
this
अंदर
top
घुस गया हूँ
door
यहाँ
side
बैठ
flank too quickly.
बैठ आर्केड आ रहे ए
And with that, just does allow for Paper Rex to truly get in. Suggest, unfortunately, a little bit of a ball being dropped. Still now, Munchkin very much so alive. Hit by the fault line though. Geng's trying to hunt him down. Up for the one-on-ones. Munchkin dances around the boxes, and something will be able to.
Oh my God!
forward with
Bro,
the
why
shot,
would he
but
do
the
that?
rifle clutch found by-
Why would he do that?
Yeah, he answers back this time, able to win the 1v1 against something, not
Bro,
drop it.
Paper
when
X are their
really
own
Gen.G
enemies,
is
bro.
Find something, right? You're starting to see Paper X get a good
Paper X
grasp
are
on
their
this
own
defensive
enemies,
start.
bhai.
Start from the beginning of the half, a couple back. You got Texture going in with the ultimate. He's on the relatively low HP, but I gotta wonder as well, right? On a map like Fracture, if you're playing a Cypher and you've got this really
वो 1v3
standard camera
निकाल
towards
दिया
the
भाई.
north side, if you're not being proficient enough to check it whilst also layering in towards the side, I mean,
Let's
getting
go, भाई.
snuck up on from north
Speaker
side,
out.
that can really hurt. And,
Bro
and a
thinks
lot
he's
of
on
the fault
Yoru.
becomes your own on that.
Yeah, it's still something that needs
पेपर एक
adjusting.
जब तक थ्रो नहीं करती ना भाई उनके पेट को ना ठंडक नहीं मिलती उनका
Gen.G
खाना नहीं
were able to
पचता है
Yeah.
जैसे तुम लोग खाना पचाने के लिए हाजमोला
Especially
लेते
with
होगे
Munchkin being able to
पेट
pull off
सफा
that
रोक
clutch.
दफा लेते होगे
4-7, maybe even
है ना
4,
कुछ तो लेते होगे
5-7.
इस सब
Ooh,
गोल
this would be really interesting.
ये
for
लोग ना
Paper Rex
भाई
if they do want
राउंड
to
थ्रो
rip it. I
करते
mean,
हैं
there's 2 players here.
All they do
अरे माँ
something that was somewhat pulled off before with a waylay from last week, but here it goes. In with the frags, and in with a lot of space being found and collected.
Why Paper X attack कर रही है
side as
भाई?
well. Everything going right for Paper X in this round.
पेपर एक्स अटैक कर रही है
में एक बंदा बोला था
क्या?
कि फ्रैक्चर में तुम डिफेंस अटैक जैसा खेलना और अटैक डिफेंस जैसा.
Bit of a timing.
That's how you win fracture.
Positions in the tower.
अटैक जैसा
So that's going to be now just
और
हाँ,
attack
समझ
defense
गया
जैसा.
समझ गया
You would
in
need
Canteen.
you would need a
वही कर रही है
generational
Paper X.
fumble from Paper X here
Well,
to be able to
मतलब
win
पेपर
this
एक्स
one.
आपकी स्ट्रीम देखती है
no, we say that.
Can be,
It's
can
like
be.
No. It's not going to
Shit.
happen.
Generational fumble and a miracle. What's the story this time, Komodo?
Story?
Generational fumble.
There isn't one. It's fine.
नहीं
There's,
होने
there's
दिया,
no
नहीं
fumbles
होने
here.
दिया. Nice.
8 to 4
Good
half
flash,
is
good
really
flash.
good from PaperX, I will say. Enough to set themselves up for the attacking side when you do
ये बात
consider
हर्ष भाई
Forsaken
4 बार
has
सुना
been,
चुके हैं।
you know, finding
हर्ष
his
भाई को ऐसी
groove
थोड़ी
on
ढोल
how to
बोलते
play
हैं।
entry
बजना
back
भी
in
तो
towards
है।
this roster, right?
तमड़ा
Way
मड़ा मड़ा
late
मड़ा
play
मड़ा
was
मड़ा
actually
मड़ा
looking a
मड़ा
lot
मड़ा
better, even if there
तमड़ा
was,
मड़ा
you know,
मड़ा
some
ढोल
little
हूँ
fumbles
मैं
on it, but
बजूंगा
on towards Neon,
कैसे
right?
तमड़ा
He's
मड़ा
gonna
मड़ा
be
मड़ा
able to
मड़ा
do a
मड़ा
little
मड़ा
bit
मड़ा
better than
मड़ा
Texture was
मड़ा
able to do here.
अब वो राउंड को क्लिप करके 10 की अलग एक क्लिप आने वाली है जिसमें भी वो रो रहा होगा कि बेचारा
Bro,
क्या
it's
कर
not
रहा है।
Valorant, bro. Hey, yeah, you promised us a tactical shooter game, and now this game is filled with
ऐसा नहीं
abilities.
बोल नहीं ऐसा वो बोलता नहीं है
all
रहने दो।
these early round aggressions and PaperX have
मैं थोड़ा
begun
ज़्यादा
to
hype कर दिया।
tighten some of their plays a little bit more.
भाई वो टेंस जब भी बोलता है ना हर्ष भाई वैलोरेंट के बारे में
I mean,
कुछ
Gen.G
भाई मेरे को
running
दुख फील
one of
होता
the
है
more common comps. You
मेरे
see
को
a
ऐसा
lot of
लगता है
teams
यही
run
एक
this
रीजन है
one
वो
for a
रिटायर हो गया
specific reason, right? No one really
ऐसा
playing
नहीं है कि
in
भाई से
towards the vice with this
मतलब भाई का हो गया था
assortment of agents
भाई
as
को
well,
खेलना ही
so
नहीं
we're
था
gonna
और
see hopefully
क्योंकि he saw it
suggest
coming.
not be a bit of a weak point as
अभी
well.
देखो उसको
Stress हो
कितना
गया
अच्छा
था
लगता होगा नहीं अभी उसको कितना अच्छा
Yeah,
लगता
that
होगा
is
देखते कि
100%
यहाँ पे
true,
मैं
but
नहीं हूँ
changing it
अच्छा
on
है
towards the Cypher, you know, there's a lot of
नहीं तो क्या
pressure
गाली
on him to
पड़ती
make
ना?
sure he's getting the assistances and for Ash as well. What's his
So he
utility combo is going to
made
be
the
looking
smart
like
move,
playing
bro.
on this Taeho with
switching to
Klurge
watch
as well.
party
Both teams kind of finding themselves into similar positions or
भाई
similar
कैरॉन की बहुत फैन गर्ल्स है यार।
circumstances. See how it all plays out
आपकी
in
भी
the
है, bro।
second half. At least though for
मिल
Gen.G.
के आए हो उनसे शर्म करो पता चल
तुम तो
गया
डायरेक्ट
ना
भाई
वो।
फोटो डाल देते हो।
Yeah, we're going to have just another go on
Hey,
Arcade.
तो danger ही हो।
यार
Let's just restart
AI
now.
है bro artificial
Take a
intelligence
look at the heat map after this map. I mean,
it's just my
that's
imagination and what I
where
dream
all
of
the X's are gonna be. Gen.G in with the force.
Appreciate
stack.
for
Oh,
being
the
used. अबे यार।
salvos, though. Okay, a bit of fault line as well, but Texture just able to sidestep
टेंस
off
तो
of it.
भगवान ही है ना फिर भी
Counter fault line as well. Karen coming in.
मैं तो
with
बस
the
बता
frag
रहा
of
हूँ
his
वो कैसे
own.
बोलता है
PaperX trying to call off
AI
the
edited
hit.
है
Yeah, now
Straight into A.
there is only Ash here, so if you are able to best him, that would... Ooh, nice shot coming out.
Bro, what? Bro,
Yeah,
वो कहीं से आया एक शॉट
no
मारा
real
निकल लिया
information, though, that Dish is still being played, so you've overwhelmed Ash, but already the rotation here from
Yeah,
Texture.
look at Texture kicking things into high
Oh,
gear.
4v3,
already into the
4v3.
site.
These guys are low. These guys are low.
Bit of damage
He's
found,
pushing Chidi.
But still
सुन ले
the
मेरी
fight
बात.
planted,
नहीं
and
नहीं
that would
नहीं
be
कर रहा
nice in terms of economy for PaperX. That said, Gen.G still looking to
Expect
find
it,
this
expect the
retake
sheet, expect the
through
sheet.
A main. Interestingly enough, they make a lot
Expect.
of noise around
Nice.
the door. But
Expect
with
these as
force
well.
in numbers,
Please
the
expect
flashes
करो,
as well,
please.
they
Nice,
need
bro.
at
तू
least
मेरे
2
दिमाग के
critical
अंदर है.
kills just to buy left. He might have the salvos,
Nice.
but
दिख
I
लिया,
don't
दिख
think
गए,
he's
रॉकेट्स
got
दिख
enough
गए.
in the frag
आओ दवाई भाई
department
बाहर आओ, बाहर
to
आओ,
peek out.
बाहर
He's
आओ.
being smoked off as
Come
well.
on दवाई भाई, नीचे
Reloads,
कूदो. ये
repositions, but
ये
Foots has
क्या
been
बात है
spotted,
कमबैक आ
and
रहा
that's
है.
gonna be Texture with the
Comeback
triple
आ
in
रहा
the
है.
first round in the second half.
Yep, good idea at the
हर्ष
very
भाई,
beginning of the round, right? You use all
घिबली
those
में आपका
combos
forehand
of
छुप गया
utility
भाई.
to gain some arcade control, and it goes two ways. You win the duels and you gain the space, or there's no one there and you gain the space anyways, and then you look for a wrap somewhere else, right? One of the big common things, especially on a pistol round, where you can play your breach flashes as well on top of those sewers. Really sharp shots to come out from them in these pistol rounds, not leaving any corners unchecked. Comes a little
RCB
bit
comeback. Both
unwinnable
PaperX
for
करती है.
Device. So the way back in
Gen.G
towards
को
this map at
RCB
the
मत
moment
बोलो.
to bring things closer, pistol round towards Gen.G. But for PaperX, I mean, we saw this in map 1 when they
Gen-
did get the
हर्ष
play
भाई
down on
Gen.G
that
के नए
attacking
दो
side.
एडिशन 5 और
They
3 पे हैं.
forced
क्या
up,
कहना है
they
आपका?
won it.
Oh yes, they
क्या
do.
बात है? क्या बात है?
A lot of noise made already though, and Gen.G will be happy to dump their
बहुत बढ़िया,
utility
बारह.
right back
Oh,
into
yeah,
the choke
yeah.
point.
तुम लोग
Yeah.
जीते भी नहीं है राउंड।
Yeah!
So quickly, the triple
Texture, my
vote. The
God!
spike has
My
been dropped.
God,
Munchkin right around the corner as well, alongside Ash with the Stinger and the Spectre.
बार और मार
Just
और
mind
मार.
freak.
दे दे, घुस जाओ उनके
Full
अंदर.
HP, sure, but 5
क्या बात
opponents
है?
off to the other end.
भाई फोर्स बाय में बैठा दिया हर्ष
we're gonna
भाई.
start things by opening up the door. That's a bit of a bold move.
ये लोग
But a move
4-5
that
किए
gets
थे।
trusted.
अबे देखो ना भाई, वो
Don't need hard
तीन मार
analysis
दिया.
in that one, Quack. That's just Texture
Bad.
shooting with the Guardian with them all flooding
उसने
out
Texture को
of
अभी
the
कुछ और बोला.
dish of the drop. Just see it back again here.
Texture बोला.
He does work around
भाई
that
उसने
wall.
Texture
and
बोला वो
pillar
Texture
of
को?
the
ना,
side
exactly
nicely, I
ना.
will admit,
मैंने
but
भी वही
everyone
सुना.
was getting activated. That's forced by PaperX not knowing their way.
उसने
So
Texture को
consider
कुछ
next
और
time
बोला
they
भाई.
have their proper weaponry, well, it's gonna be the
I
round
guess
after
उसका
this next
pronunciation
one.
वैसे होगा हर्ष भाई.
Then you just knocking at the door
वो
of
टी
PaperX,
को
right? Trying
कर
to
दिया.
equalize things.
It's PaperX home.
Well, they have
चैट
been
ने भी
so
वही
far.
सुना।
सबने भाई भाई उसने ऐसे ही बोला
Bro, we still have yet to see them in the second round. Gotta say that.
ना ब्रो
Salvos right now for early aim and control.
भाई मतलब गेम प्ले तो वैसा ही है फिर भी टेक्सचर का इसलिए
Can you
बोला
find an open up steal a
Boom
gun,
Boom bam.
make things, you know, one step
Let's go भाई. अरे मोटेटो भाई आप.
Still the utility dump. PaperX trying to find some headway.
इसको देखो भाई.
In with the
अरे वो.
Geng adding some assistance as
अरे
well.
वो.
Comes on over.
Another day,
Malone
10 tanking
Munchkin.
himself.
Finds a
Wow.
tap.
That's silly. Honestly, that is absolutely silly.
Still a bit more space.
Bro,
though. Look
no
at
way.
Geng swaps over, hands the Bucky.
वो एक बकी ने क्या
And up
काम
around
किया
tower.
है?
Now Munchkin a little bit afraid to push up front.
They know they tagged Munchkin as well. They know that.
So they're
डब्ल्यू
happy to
गेमिंग ना
stick
मान रहे,
around the
ना मान
corner.
रहे भाई.
Overstay their welcome, as it were, because Gen.G, there's no chance in hell that they're giving PaperX the boot. Suggest, though, it certainly will
बट इनके पास
try.
गन्स है.
So taking down Geng, but you've got 2 left. Something holding up by drop. Oh, nasty flick! And you've got a bit more utility as well, but that's not needed to
अंदर
buy
तक
in with
feel
the
हुआ
Guardian.
भाई.
What a round by
बिटा दिया
PaperX.
भाई, बिटा
भाई,
दिया.
top
Shit all
खेला
went
है.
down.
Right, who would win, the Bucky boy or
भाई वो देखो ना,
all of these
6-4.
better weapons?
यार knife अच्छा है
The
ये.
positioning though,
कौन सा
I
knife
mean,
था वो?
Ash was stunned up, so you got to give credit for
वो
that
अभी जो
one,
आया
and then
नया.
just
हाँ, मैं बोला ना,
mechanics
crazy
on the
दिखता है वो
ropes
तो.
as well, juggling
भाई,
over different
ये क्या
weaponry
कर रहा
for
था?
PaperX.
सिर्फ
They're getting
1750
in, right?
का हर्ष
They're
भाई.
hitting the funny shots. They're then settling themselves down, and the eyes are certainly on the prize. You know, it went from let's find some damage
Everyone
to
is
hey, we
sleeping
can
on
win
it,
this round,
bro.
let's win it.
That's one of these
Bro,
like
वो देखो ना पर 6-4.
You gotta love it
कौन
when
सी
that
चार?
The music
6 और 4
behind it.
suggest और Ash.
And stuff. Yeah.
Don't know what that song's called, but I know what you're talking about. Still though, next round comes up. PaperX not looking to slow down their
क्या बात
pace
है?
whatsoever. Relay bolts from both sides.
हाँ,
but
वो
now
बहुत
it's
बढ़िया.
PaperX going
ऐसे ही
for the
खेलो,
wow
सालो.
peak. Munchkin gone. Ash
बहुत बढ़िया,
out of
क्या बात
position.
है?
Texture off
Good
to the side
trade,
to
good
try to get
trade.
his teammate. A double
Good
kill.
trade.
And now
As a
last for
team
Ash.
like this,
Peak,
friendship,
peak once again.
friendship.
Suggest out from the top. Mindfreak trying to answer back in a one-on-one.
No way.
And Karen's down in the dirt.
1v1 going the way of PaperX this time. We keep trading them backwards and forwards. If you remember that the Munchkin something
दो इसने
duels
मारा,
that we
दो
had on
इसने
the
मारा,
last
दो
half
इसने
as
मारा,
well.
दो इसने
I
मारा,
think
फिर
we've just
आखिरी में
seen, like,
PaperX
the
ने मारा.
trading of both relay bolts, of both special deliveries, fault
और
lines.
कसम
Like, we want
एक
this
जगह
Sands
पे
control at the moment, but
गेमिंग करके
unfortunately, it's
खत्म
just,
कर दिया है इस
you know,
गेम को.
Gen.G wanted a rewind time. They're not able to win that one.
10 लोग स्टैंड पे नहीं पड़ गए.
Both sides
हाँ ना भाई.
not afraid to go in for
क्या
that
game
brawl,
है
but
ये?
भाई वो एक इतनी सी जगह में पूरी फाइट हो गई.
have been
हाँ ना
successful.
भाई,
Yep.
trades full कर रहे भाई.
ये देखो, ये देखो, ये देखो.
With that though, okay,
हाँ
we got it.
साला
Enough
एंटी PaperX जैसा ही
Trying
खेल
to
लो.
go for the spin.
अरे
Two PaperX
बाप.
are happy to stick themselves together, watching
Bro, what
each
is
other's
going
back,
on?
shoulder to shoulder. Still though, out
Bro,
from
what
the
is going
main
on?
area. Suggest finds a double. PaperX answers back. It's just Ash left with the Sheriff.
Bro, यही
Damage
देखने में
bound,
मजा
though,
आता
so
है
it's
भाई.
Still not too bad for Gen.G. They are still in this
Let's
fight.
go भाई.
At the end of it all,
Valorant बंद
though,
होने
you gotta
वाला है.
admit, PaperX, they are close to that match point.
Yeah, 100%. And with
Why?
being as proficient as they were in the previous
गुस्सा
couple of
गुस्सी
rounds,
gameplay.
they are going to be all getting their ultimates in towards the next round, bar one. I mean, if Devi picks up
भाई-
the orb, right, he gets the Armageddon.
भाई,
and
हर्ष-
he's got
हर्ष भाई,
Mindfreak
हर्ष भाई.
trailing a little bit. So these can be these really
ये मैप कुछ भी हो
scary
जाए,
rounds.
Haven
I
PaperX
wouldn't
जीत ही नहीं
actually
सकता.
be surprised going into this next round.
आ
But
गया.
if we do
Gen.G
see
का
some
बहुत
sort
strong
of
है Haven.
orb maintenance on the side of Gen.G, right, because I've just noted that they're
मतलब Gen.G के core का बहुत strong है, नए players का नहीं पता.
And in this sort of situation, you need something big from Gen.G to start to come back on this defensive side.
Do wonder what that
To
could
be honest,
be,
मीन
though.
से उठा देने वाला गेम प्ले. हाँ ना.
For sure, but right now,
अबे हाँ भाई
as the
इतना
rounds
फास्ट
play
खेल के
on,
ना ये दोनों
with
वार्म अप हो
PaperX
जाएंगे
going
नेक्स्ट
for that
मैप के
sense
लिए.
control,
Ash और
Gen.G
सजेस्ट.
tries to wrangle it back from them.
भाई
PaperX
9
still
किल
has
पे
the player on
5
the
किल
south
पे
side of the map.
सालों से डुअल्स
So
नहीं
Gen.G
हो
a
रहे.
little bit more spread
काम
out.
के नहीं है भाई
They
ये
are
लोग.
happy to peek all the way out just to check if PaperX
ये
are
लोग
on
ने
the other
Foxy
end.
9 को
Not
बेंच
too much
किया
in
है.
terms of the
इसके
information
लिए
department, and PaperX
मैं तो
will
डाउटर
find their
बनूंगा.
entryway into the B
कैसे
site.
नहीं बनूंगा
To
भाई.
be able to get in here as well with not really needing to use too much of their ults whatsoever until that orbital comes on
खत्म
down.
करो ये
They're
मैच
gonna
भाई,
set
मेरे को नहीं
themselves up
देखना
nicely
और.
for this post.
खत्म करो.
Being able to block.
खत्म करो.
Gen.G.
माफ कर दो मुझे.
Oh, a bit of positioning from something
Oh,
as well, but look
sorry.
at that. Oh, he
Bro.
still picks the frag against
Bro,
Texture.
still.
Oh, Ash for the trade, so not too bad. And that's
You
going to be
died
the
to him
Armageddon.
like
You're right.
this?
Still no.
वो texture को मारा.
Right position, the right timing for it.
हाँ वही
Armageddon
स्टन
out,
होने के
another
बाद भी.
Armageddon back in from Devi. Mindfreak
चलो,
goes
GG.
for the peak. Devi finds the frag.
GG.
Taken out for the last one. PaperX to
नहीं,
reach
slide करते-करते मार खाया वो.
point.
convincingly as well. How they've been playing this one so far. I mean, I think this is like one of my favorite things to see in this game of Valorant.
Of course, bhai. क्यों नहीं Foxy9 को G भी ले लेते?
Doesn't really matter. Something still getting that kill, using his rolling thunder just as he dies as well.
ये देखो कैसे मरा?
It does not matter because PaperX still get the round done. They still got it, and they've got 6 map points. They're sitting in a like really comfy chair, laying back at the moment. It's padded.
Nah,
Good
bro.
place to be for them.
Definitely shaking
Even पे
up
something
those,
जेट ले ले
initial
भाई
round-
something
initial
खेलेगा ही
map
नहीं
nerves.
duelist भाई अभी सारी टीम एक duelist पे stick कर रही है एक player जो duelist खेले oh my god you guys are not winning duels as well now
Straight back in with the A hit.
oh shit
Mindfreak finds the first. Forsaken now in with the next overdrive as
duels?
well. And Gen.G
oh
looked to
my god you guys are
reclaim, but it's
cooked
not quite happening, not yet. Oh my word. Steel Garden as well for Mindfreak.
Yeah. Able to actually gather it from the previous round in this round
Samsung
and use it.
0.6
And it
800 DPI
feels as though
0.6 नहीं भाई उससे भी
everything
ज़्यादा
is
है
over.
Yeah.
0.7
Karen.
तो सिर्फ और सिर्फ 4 सेकंड का है
You have the neural
Something का उससे भी
theft.
ज़्यादा
So
है
trying to take their time with things, keeping themselves together.
बहुत fast
Neural
sense पे
theft
खेलता है
deployed.
something.
PaperX still tries to keep them away.
he is my Russian
Taking
goat
play for the time of it. Yes, that's what that
Something is the
utility
Russian
is
Bandana
for.
himself.
Forces Gen.G to reclaim space again, but back up towards tower. That's where PaperX are all playing around. Here comes the utility once more.
Nice,
Karen
bhai.
out
अच्छा
of
खेली.
position,
अच्छा
so
खेली.
uncomfortable.
अच्छा
Just
खेली
to put
बड़े.
PaperX back up on top of their own map. pick.
Klurge, bro,
the
sit down.
final
Hey, shut
score
up.
on Fracture, 13-6.
next
Very
map
confident
Gen.G wins
looking map for PaperX in that
मेरे को
one. Some
चाहिए
really
ये
good
ना
ideas,
पेपर
some really good.
और इंटरव्यू में फोर्सिकन आके भीम वाला गाना गाए
अगर ऐसा करता है bro तो मेरे को भी चाहिए
भाई कितने ऑब्जर्वर बैठे देखो
ओ भाई साहब
भाई YouTube पे किसी ने डाला रहेगा क्या कि VCD का ऑब्जर्वर कैसा दिखता है
ऑब्जर्वर पीओवी डाला है ना एक ने अरे नहीं वो जो सब कुछ जो पूरा स्ट्रीम कंट्रोल करता है ना उसका पीओवी एक बार ट्विच पे डाला था भाई ट्विच पे बोल रहा हूँ ट्विटर पे डाला था किसी ने भाई वो बहुत क्रेजी दिखता है हाँ ये देखो
Follow me along. It is pretty cold. I'll try not to trip on the stairs. And let's just have a look. Okay, let's go have a look starting off with the observing area. So these people are actually working live. We're going to have to try and be quiet. But first of all, we have Harry or Harry Copter.
ये देखो
ना भाई ट्रोल कर रहे हैं लोग
भाई वो लोग एक Xbox कंट्रोलर पे है
ना ये ट्रोल है भाई चैट ये ट्रोल है
ब्रो नहीं उसके पास एक छोटी चीज होती है हर्ष भाई जिसमें एक वो रहता है डायल रहता है समझ रहे हो नहीं डायल गोल घुमाने वाला तो उससे वो रिवाइंड करके क्लिप करके समझ रहे हो हाइलाइट्स बनाते हैं इंस्टेंट
हाँ वो देखा था मैं कहीं पे
हाँ वैसे
He's on the roller. As well. We have Jacob. That's going to be on replays here to my right. So we're going to have
हाँ ये देखो this guy ये देखो
But hello.
ये हाईलाइट कर रहा है
Lovely to see you as well. It's been a while. So can you tell us what you're doing here?
Yeah, so here we're doing replays in this truck. So behind me we've got people doing player cam reactions. Here we're doing the in-game stuff. So I've got different feeds and I'm using this machine that looks very
different
scary.
feeds, it's the same feed 4 different times.
Who are watching the broadcast on what's going
क्या
on.
बोल रहा है भाई टीवी
What is like the big round button for?
टीवी क्या बोला
This button, as you can see, if I spin it back, I can go back and I can spin it forward to go forward.
Thank you.
So super simple. I'm going to be clipping a few kills here if any of them happen. So let's hope Cloud9 wins and get some kills, and then
Oh,
show them at the end of the round.
अरे ये बात है
Thank you so much. You look really busy, so I'm going to let you crack on with that.
फिर क्लच भाई तो बैठे हुए ही
Here to
है
here, we have player cams, we have
आईपीएल का इससे
observing,
टफ
we have
सिस्टम होता है
replays.
अबे
That's
तो
cool.
आईपीएल
What's going on?
Okay, thank
Because
you.
at the
भाई
end of the day,
वीसीटी कितने लोग देखते हैं आईपीएल के कंपैरिजन में इतने आईपीएल देखते हैं अगर इतने तो वीसीटी देखते हैं इतने तो
नहीं,
डिफरेंस
नहीं,
आएगा ना लाले
अच्छा
वीसीटी में ट्रूस्टर
भाई,
अलाउड है
वो बर्ड व्यू के लिए कंट्रोलर रहेगा शायद
नहीं हाँ जो ऊपर से लेते हैं सही बात
चैट ये
है
ब्लॉग अगर आप लोगों ने नहीं देखा तो आप भी देख सकते हो हर्ष घूम रहा है पे
As you can see,
भारी ना
spin it
लेकिन
back.
ये वाला बहुत भारी सिस्टम था ये
क्लिप करने वाला
हम्म
नाइस भाई
सिस्टम गेम प्ले
है मेहनत
Bird
है वो मेहनत है
रेड डेड
क्या बात है नाम के जैसा सेटअप
डेड
अरे रेड डेड नाइस भाई।
अल्लाह भाई
बना दिया भाई।
हेवी। शीश इतना अंधेरा है भाई लेकिन वीडियो में।
अच्छा 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 कुक किया उसने। वाओ वेरी क्यूट।
हम्म
ये कौन है?
कैप्टन अमेरिका का छोटा बच्चा
फिर
इताची उचिचा।
हाँ ये कौन है?
ये है
हाँ बताओ ये कौन है?
एस से कुछ तो नाम है इसका, रुको।
नहीं जी से। एस से उसका।
गोजो
यस
या सट सुजिन कुछ तो नाम है ना उसका।
गोजो सटोरो।
सटोरो सॉरी सॉरी। देखा मेरे को आ गया।
लास्ट
और
वाले को।
ये
हाँ
एक्चुअली नारुतो का भाई रहता है और
नाटूरो का भाई।
और इसका नाम होता है
हाँ माइटी राजू।
काकाशी।
नाइस। आज तो काफी स्मार्ट हुआ है।
ओह क्या लड़का है।
हाँ
नाइस चेटा ब्रो। टेबल हाथों से बनाया है, क्या बात कर रहा है।
वाओ ये हुई ना बात।
अबे क्या जमीन पे रखा है क्या टेबल।
अबे नहीं कहाँ ऊपर तो है।
ऊपर है ये पक्का।
हाँ हाँ देख
ऊपर
चेयर है ना बाजू में। देखो हाइट।
क्रेजी ब्रो क्या
भाई,
बात है।
क्या बात है। इंडिया वर्सेस पाकिस्तान क्यों देख रहा है भाई पर ये?
तभी निकाला रहेगा ना उसका।
भाई उसको मजा आता है। अबे हाँ अच्छा मेरे को लगा मजा आता है देख देख के बार बार। लेट्स गो।
Hi bhai, I am currently Plat 1, also a YouTuber named Prayer Talks. Please support me. No.
कैसे हो भाई?
Sorry. Keep up bro, all the best for your YouTube journey. Wow. Study well.
Standard 11 physics, nice.
अरे भाई तुम माउस कहाँ? Excuse me. अरे तुम्हारा माउस हिलता है क्या इधर से?
हाई सेंसी प्लेयर होगा ब्रो।
Could be.
जज नहीं करना।
Beautiful. What a beautiful trimmer. यार बाल एक्चुअली बढ़ गए साइड वाले।
अबे पर ये कितना अच्छा रूम है। नीचे देखो वुडन फ्लोरिंग, ऊपर भी वुड, टेबल भी सब वुड भाई साहब। लड़की सेटअप, लकड़ी सेटअप।
Stop being racist. Guess these characters. Okay. पोपाई द सेलर मैन का एक बिछड़ा हुआ भाई। एंड ये एक कार्टून लगता था बचपन में। नहीं वो तो
जॉनी टेस्ट है ब्रो, जॉनी टेस्ट।
नहीं वो देखो ना एक लगता था जिसके ऐसे क्या था यार, इसके उसके कपड़े ऐसे होते थे थोड़े।
ऐसे होते थे सही बात है। किक बट उसकी क्या हर्ष भाई?
नहीं यार कार्टून नेटवर्क पे लगता था।
हर्ष भाई उसने अपनी स्ट्रीम लाइक नहीं की है।
तुम बताओ क्लच भाई ये कौन है दूसरा?
मेरे को नहीं पता भाई।
कैसे नहीं पता?
मैं थोड़ी देखता हूँ भाई तुम्हारे जैसे अनीमे।
क्या ये तांजीरो है? ना दिस इज डायबॉलिक।
अरे बट हर्ष भाई ऊपर स्ट्रीम लाइक नहीं की है।
टट्टी इंसान भाई कोई लाइक ही नहीं करता ना, यही तो सीन है। कोई लाइक ही नहीं करता आज।
शिट
शायद मुझे छोड़ देना चाहिए।
नहीं भाई मैं
ट्रोल
लाइक
कर रहा है। अच्छा ट्रोल कर रहा है। तांजीरो नहीं है वो तो कौन है चैट? अरे उसको इमेजिन उसको खुद को ही नहीं पता रहेगा तो हेल ना।
भाई रॉकली है। ओ क्या बात है, क्या बात है। नाइस सेटअप, रेटेड आउट ऑफ 10।
ओह भाई ये कैबिनेट कितना बड़ा है।
लंबा है भाई वो, बड़ा
बहुत,
नहीं है।
बहुत प्यारा सेटअप है। अगर आप ब्राइट मतलब थोड़ा फोटो निकालते ना लाइट में और अच्छा समझ आता हमको।
बट अच्छा दिख रहा है भाई। उसने कंट्रोलर स्टैंड भी बराबर लगाए।
आपको एस्थेटिकली बनना था हगा से
अबे
लाइट लगा दे यार, देखने दे हमको।
उसके पास एक PS का कंट्रोलर है, एक Xbox का।
वाओ Bro, it's 2 win 1. F1 के लिए भाई आपको आना है, आपकी बुक कर दूं क्या? वैसे चारिज़ार्ड फॉर यू भाई, डिलीवर कर रहा हूँ.
वाओ, चारिज़ार्ड का पोकेमोन कार्ड, ये क्या 10 करोड़ का है?
हाँ क्या?
ऐसे कुछ तो होता है ना, क्या बता. Who
पैडी
won
कितने का
second
रहता
now?
है?
Paper X.
नो वे लिख दिया ला एक बंदे ने, मोहित ने. मोहित भाई कितने का है जल्दी बता. WTF लिख रहे भाई, मतलब ये बहुत महंगा है, ये बहुत
हाँ,
महंगा है.
$10,000, 15,000,
मोटी
20,000,
पार्टी है, मोटी पार्टी है.
$1,00,000 का होगा भाई, मेरे को तो लगता है भाई. और वो केस में है हर्ष भाई, समझ रहे हो तुम?
भाई लेकिन क्लर्च भाई,
हाँ,
मेरे को लग रहा है कि ये ना नकली होगा. पूछो क्यों?
क्यों? अरे
असली होता तो एटलीस्ट मेंबर तो होते ना भाई, एटलीस्ट.
और कम से कम 2-3 हजार सुपर चैट भी करे होते ऐसी.
एक क्लर्च भाई को, एक मेरे को.
हाँ,
चैट अग्रीड डिसअग्रीड.
उसके पास
Wow.
भाई, उसके पास निंटेंडो भी है, प्ले स्टेशन भी है, पीसी भी है. वाह कसम.
मेन चीज है उसके पास यार, पैसा.
हाँ सही बात है, सही बात
भाई
है.
लेकिन बहुत प्यारा सेटअप है, आप बहुत प्यारा सेटअप है. स्ट्रिंग्स भाई का सेटअप है ये. वाओ. रेड टकला भाई, माउस पैड अच्छा है. ये माउस पैड उधर मिलता है ना जेनेसिस पे.
जेनेसिस पे हाँ भाई, अभी आउट ऑफ स्टॉक है बे. बहुत अच्छा माउस पैड है ये. देख मैंने बनाया है, कॉपीराइट इनकमिंग में.
रैम्बो, ये हाइड्रोफ्लिक गेमिंग सेटअप.
अबे वो कुछ और ही है.
पता नहीं क्यों ये चेयर के वैसे मुझे लगा हाइड्रोफ्लिक गेमिंग.
पुराना वाला.
यस. नॉट ऑल हु वैंडर आर लॉस्ट.
भाई
वाओ
हर्ष भाई, तुमने हाइड्रा भाई का ओजी सेटअप में गए हो क्या? देखिए हो क्या ओजी सेटअप, मतलब जो उनके
तो
पापा के घर पे.
गया नहीं हूँ
भाई मैं देखा हूँ सेटअप. हाँ मैं गया था ना उनके साथ. भाई वो वाइब है भाई, वो जगह कुछ तो है उस रूम में ऐसा. नाइस ब्रो, गुड कार. तुम्हारे सेटअप का फोटो डाल दो. नहीं, मैच स्टार्टेड, लेट्स गो. मैच स्टार्टेड आई गेस.
Versus Paper X, it's none other than Komodo and
Just mentioned it. They've been a little bit upsy-daisy, but all down to this final map where Paper have swapped around the roles. How will this look now?
I mean, it's the same if you hide all of their names, right? So it should play the same way, but whether or not
Yoru
we've got
and
more
Neon.
comfort now that Mindfreak is back
Neon,
on towards his fabled Omen. And we've seen like Cypher before, we've seen Geng have a Taeho.
Well, at least for now,
Predictions bolo.
off with a very
Predictions है मेरी 13-0 Paper X.
Picked up. You got the gate crash back in to refill A possibly if needed. And that's also why
भाई ने
Gen.G
heavy prediction दी है chat.
trying to be a little bit cautious with the push with this push in.
Yeah, but they're going to get in towards the site and there's going to be nobody home, right? No traps that they're going to walk into. There's just a camera that you can use a little bit later on from Divide.
I must say,
So a good old-fashioned
Gen.G wins this.
5v5 A-site retake.
Spike quickly down. Divide on the Cypher up in heaven. But the main point of entry
5v5 retake.
up by A-Link. Karen
Karan में बहुत अच्छा angle है.
blocking off the exits. And that's going to be the couple of tags.
Wow,
Ooh,
Karan!
look at that, the double tap up to the top as well.
Wow!
Texture has everything locked down. Just Geng being able to
Gen.G
find
wins this chat.
a little bit of a consolation prize.
They're gonna
but the
win this.
round very much in the hands of Gen.G. Ooh, Karen. A bit of a risky dive. The pickup by Geng nonetheless, but still round ultimately picked up by Gen.G.
इसको
getting
देखो
in towards that
वहाँ
A site,
कसम ये
setting
क्या
up
डैश
poison
था
cloud far forward towards the
Why?
entry as
Wait,
well.
Geng
You
Teho
can
खेल
kind
रहा
of
है?
refresh both smokes there between
अबे ये
himself
लोग-
and Caron if it's really slowly played by PaperX, so they know they have to get activated quite early, and it's all
तो
going to come
खेलना
on the
बनता है
back
ना
end
जब
that
कुछ भी
cameras
खिला रहे
opened
भाई,
up
जिंग
and
का
it
झिंगा
spotted
बना
out some
दिया।
members on the site, right? But
हाँ ना,
unfortunately for them,
जिंग को
if
सैंपल
you're
बोल रहे
not
तेरे को
being
रहने
positioned
का है
enough to
तो
find
खेल
any of these Gen.G members in the beginning of the round, well, they're all alive to just belittle you on the side itself. So it's a good little pistol to come out from
क्या
the
बात है भाई
career
भाई
side.
है
And now it's to
Vibe चल रही है,
see no
chat.
force buy from PaperX because they're not on the attacking side and getting the
Heavy
pistol
vibe
around,
चल
but
रही है.
on this defensive side, trying to command some space up through lobby and surprise Munchkin here.
It's also a fact that PaperX didn't find too much in the first round, so they can't truly afford too much if they
Something
want to
big
go for
on
the
this
force
kill,
buy.
bro.
But they are happy to triple swing in. Gate crash as well for Forsaken, and that's going to be Suggest rearing his sights.
Forsaken
Does
spawn
find the
फिर भी
frag.
गया।
Now finds himself somewhat swarmed. Every PaperX player converging into his position. It's just a
Guns
ghost
ही नहीं
though,
थी
so
बे
not
इनके
too
पास।
big of a loss. And Gen.G are happy to get that spike down on C.
Yeah, eventually Jing's going to have the salvos back online, but they're just going to line up for
Oh, he gets two
texture.
there.
That's some armor-piercing rounds that he must have equipped.
उसमें OBS में
Komodo.
करना पड़ेगा एक्सचेंज
Fault line
OBS में
out
आपको
from
ये करना
something.
पड़ेगा जो वैलोरेंट का गेम कैप्चर है उसके ऊपर
But
फिल्टर
ultimately
लगाना
for
पड़ेगा
PaperX, they're
स्केलिंग
trying to
का
find some taps. It's not
अरे
quite gonna
टेक्सचर
go
भाई आराम से
through.
2 सेकंड लेके
Salvos
मारे
in something with the
अरे
Marshall.
मां
Does find a bit of a tap. Oh wait, what?
Hang on.
Double kill.
Refresh the one
Caron
way.
still trying to be careful. And Jiggy with the jump peek. Look at Mind Freak's something's crosshair placement. Oh, he comes back into it. Finds every kill. No defuse, but he's happy with that one.
Oh, Gen.G.
Crazy, bro.
They get
Crazy,
the round,
crazy,
but at what
crazy.
cost?
He got
Something's
3
able
there.
to escape with the 3 kills, the Phantom as well, so that's an upgrade into
भाई वो
the
सेकंड
next
लास्ट किल
rounds.
क्रेजी था
Halfway to his.
अबे लास्ट वाला भी बराबर वैसे ही था भाई
Yeah, and you're going to see on this defensive side as well some
Bro is
quite
showing
the
why he was a
prowess with
Jetman.
an outlaw in this sort of scenario as well, because it's Gen.G.
वो Forsaken हगा नहीं तो round निकल सकता था बे
More favoring the lesser weaponry to have a a salvageable situation, a bit of a half buy. We can maybe
वो
get this round.
Cypher
If we
कौन था?
don't,
ये
it is the
Cypher
bonus
आगा।
round.
दवाई
So it's a
दवाई
wise idea for somebody like Forsaken to come out with an outlaw in this round. That'll mince out a couple of these players.
Apart from that, Gen.G, if you're in their shoes now, you're constantly worried about what PaperX might throw your way.
Gen.G के पास
So
गन है क्या
taking
नहीं
things
Gen.G
a
के पास
little bit
सिर्फ
slower than
बकी
before,
स्टिंगर्स
trying to
और
work with his
एक ही
Viper as
वैंडल
well, the toxic screen that
Yeah.
Big Time has mentioned before.
क्लच भाई टाइम बताओ
We've seen when you're running a Viper
118,
this map, and
117,
this cut towards the
16,
B-side as well,
15.
how you try to play around it, how you try to get these
तुम्हारा
works
पीछे है क्या?
happening, and Forsaken's just read into that one. There was a lot of
Pause करूंगा
Cypher
एक
you still
second,
hear
एक
Quack
second.
as well. It's still here.
तू एक्स कर दिया
But Caron once again with the shrouded steps up behind. Something finding the trade. Ash
Bro
to answer
Caron हमेशा
back.
दो मार के जा रहा है
Texture has the angle, has the positioning with a Bucky. Mind Freak though trying to get ahead. Will be able to track down his first target, the second one as well. And now to just suggest out from the open lanes of mid. Oh boy.
अरे आप तो वही हो ना जो
Smoke helps
मैच
him
के
put the
बीच
volleys
में
on.
माइक बंद कर
Alright, hit
देता
by
है
the flash. Will burn down the timer just by a bit, but still. Oh, that came a little bit close.
It looks very close there, doesn't it? I was going to say, it's a 1 versus 2. It was a 2 versus 3. A bit of ill timing from Geng to be able to get out that drone when he's on the side itself. So these are going to be some sort of teething issues with him going on more of an agent than his,
His first debut on
utility.
is something.
He's played one before, so it's just going to be teething
आज
issues. So the
गुड़ी
biggest
पड़वा
issue
है
Happy
हमारा
New Year.
न्यू ईयर
right
है
now, right?
ये हमारी
Driving on
भी है,
utility.
हिंदी लोग का
We've
भी
seen
है।
it be a bit of a plague for him.
Oh, Happy New Year.
So again, it's
क्या बोलते?
really big learnings for this
Chan.
whole team.
Chetty
And in this sort of round as well,
Chan.
right? That was the bonus round to come through
Happy
from
New
Gen.G.
Year.
How close
Happy
do
New
they make that
Year.
one look when
Yeah,
Caron's just
I'm
playing at the back side, getting all that damage?
आज साउथ इंडिया में भी रहता है
PaperX will have
हाँ
to
उनका भी
वो
उगाड़ी
सब
रहता है
नहीं
ना
गिन- वो सब नहीं गिनता
अबे
right
Bro
now.
you
at least.
racist
Bro, it's
man
racist.
Again, the shrouded step. They've kind of missed each other until Forsaken.
देखो पेपर एक्स
turns
मार रही है
upwards.
भाई नहीं जेंजी मार रही है जेंजी मार रही है
Gen.G happy to trade right back.
They've just won every duel around
एक
the map,
सेकंड बोला
essentially.
पेपर एक्स मारी है 4 मर गए
We didn't get to
चार
catch
मर
too
गए
many
भाई.
of it either.
They all happened at the same time. And then Texture's just there to close out the
Wow.
round. So sometimes that does just happen. PaperX trying to get
भाई
a little
अभी
bit
ये
too
लोग कर रहे
aggressive
होंगे हर्ष
over
भाई.
A, a little bit too jump
नोमान
spotty
भाई
at C,
तुमको
and
बोला
then
था
you
मैंने सी पुश
already
करना
have
है.
Gen.G on
तुम
the
सी
line.
पुश
That
नहीं
one
कर
is
पाए.
a
भाई
little
वो
bit rough.
कितना एक्यूरेट है ना.
What do you got going for you as PaperX in this next round? I mean,
फीडर
you've got
डालो
to feel
अपने
hungry
मुंह
enough
में.
to use a
उसमें
dimensional
डालो.
drift to try and find any space on this defensive side to get an
भाई क्या
advantage.
crazy बोलता है
Already
वो.
proven that you're being able to do that with just a little bit of the lesser utility over through A before getting traded out by Gen.G.
Roger that. Oh, Gen.G. Now
हाँ ना.
I've seen a lot of
अबे हाँ,
the
आज
early
हिंदू
round
न्यू ईयर भी
aggressive
होता है. आज
plays
से
from
नवरात्र भी
PaperX.
चालू है.
Gen.G starting to find some
आज
adaptations.
सबका
against
न्यू ईयर
that.
होता है
आज
भाई.
नहीं शायद कल है.
So keeping
ईद
themselves
भी आज
grouped up
है.
नहीं,
really
आज
hard
कल है, ईद कल
towards
है.
ईद
window.
कल है.
PaperX with the stack.
Secularism
inside
at
the lobby.
peak.
Gamble stack towards A.
ईद मुबारक.
See if the strength in numbers approach is going to be able to do anything for them when they hear all this utility coming up. You're going to potentially go for the flank. I wonder if they're just going to dark cover the alarm bot and
आज ही
sneak
है
by,
नवरात्र भी. वाओ.
or if they're just going to trip it. So it will be tripped. So the idea for Gen.G, they know the flank's coming.
Might
Oh!
have some ultimates, but they're
That
not
was such a
quite
good
able to
read.
deploy them. As you mentioned, Komodo, all of these trips and everything being red, Texture trying to
Nice.
get ahead of it as well. And now with that,
एक
okay, a
बात
bit of a phantom
बताओ.
picked up.
बिरयानी
Still
हाथ
could
से खाते हैं ना.
find a
हाँ
couple
भाई.
more, both jumping together at the
भाई
same time.
हाइड्रा
Jeng-
स्पून से
Ooh,
खाते
what a
हैं.
flick!
Eee!
What?
But 11
Yeah,
HP.
bro, disrespectful
And the time
behavior.
still ticking against him.
Now you know where Karen will be with his flash.
Oh, the flash close range though.
Oh shit.
Oh, by the Gen.G
Still
classic.
in and quick with the dolphin dive on the classic right click.
हाँ अंश
It
भाई.
gets close,
14
man.
पे
It's another
नेपाली
round that
New
gets
Year भी
really
है.
close to the way
Nice,
of
भाई.
Gen.G. I mean, you got to be a little bit more cautious if you're just going in towards these fights.
नेपाल जाना है
Technically
यार
in
एक
deficit,
बार.
right? Gen.G, in a lot of those fights, they weren't in the stronger
Oh,
numbers
क्या
at the very
crisp
beginning.
दिया बे.
What if the classic didn't work for Karen there? What if, you know, it's always the question. What if, question mark? Now you're going into a fresh round where the guns are back for PaperX and they have picked up 2 extra ultimates to be able to get another round on this
4
defensive
अल्ट है PaperX
side.
के पास.
Setting up their Cypher more
क्या करने वाले हैं
efficiently
लोग
towards
4
the
अल्ट्स
C
का?
site.
एम डुअल्स में तो भर दे रहे हैं इनको.
Once again, PaperX.
अरे
trying to
माँ
creep up,
मंचकिन
but
एक्सपेक्ट ही नहीं करेगा फॉरसेकन का ये
Gen.G with a
प्ले.
bit of noise
नहीं
off to the
करेगा
other
करेगा
ends, but
करेगा अब तो करेगा.
एक बंदा लिखता है
Forsaken definitely
हाइड्रा के
needing
तो
to
नाम में
respect what
हैदराबाद
could be
है.
done
वो
on
कैसे
the
ऐसा कांड
other
कर
side.
सकता है?
Quite a slow one from Gen.G as
भाई
well,
हाथ
right?
से खाते हैं
PaperX,
भाई, तब
they've
बोलती
had
हूँ उसको तो भी
to
स्पून
contend
में
with a lot of
हाइड्रा
ups
भाई
and down
वो है
plays.
पोटैटो था स्ले है
Being slow
स्ले.
and fast this time though. There's going to be a big
भाई
test
आदमी है
on
ना थोड़ा.
towards Mind Freak on
गर्ली
the C
पॉप है
side.
हाइड्रा भाई.
He's already tossed out the paranoia as well.
क्या हाइड्रा भाई ने अपने
Aegis
नेल्स
up,
करवाए.
Salvo sent all the way through. Now the
You never know,
Armageddon
bro.
coming out from Geng.
एक
It
बार तो
does
करवाए
somewhat
तो
keep.
black
Oh,
out.
well, Gen.G has been
nice!
killed. The
अरे
seven
भाई!
comes through.
ऐसा
Munchkin
मत
and
करो
everyone else
भाई.
have been able to
Nice
blend in
भाई.
this side once again.
क्या बात है
Geng,
भाई.
the only one left. Even with ult spent, not
क्या
quite
बात
able
है
to
भाई.
hold Gen.G
Let's
is
go
near
भाई.
unstoppable
Gen.G
right
जीत
now.
रही
Yeah,
है.
timing on that suppression as well on the backside, not able to Shrouded step out, but he still manages to get a kill before being traded out. But
इसका
ultimately,
पैर
I
टूट
mean,
जाता
a
अभी
lot of
भाई.
those ultimates being exchanged around the
देखो, ये
seaside, the
मेरा
Armageddons
पिकाचू है
providing a little bit of
और,
space.
ये मेरी
Gen.G
यूनिकॉर्न है.
getting a lot of the
ये
crossfires
दोनों
at the
एक
end of
दूसरे
it
से बहुत
and
प्यार
sneaking
करते हैं.
Munchkin in towards window as well. I mean, you watch back on these replays at the moment and just the Gen.G guys dripping that kill feed in red. Eventually, they'll target towards the spike plant, but the round gets done with the extra kill. So you got to have a discussion
ईद
now.
कल
You
है और
have to have
चांद
another
हाइड्रा भाई के
talk with
पीछे निकल रहा है.
PaperX.
Can't escape it.
पीछे कैसे निकल सकता है?
Can
अरे सिर
coulda,
पे.
shoulda, woulda, all we want, but the scoreline is what it is. And Gen.G are
अरे
just
मतलब मैं
doing
बोल रहा
a
हूँ पीछे पोटैटो
phenomenal
ताई का रूम है ना.
job
तो पोटैटो
Oh,
ताई is
leading
the moon.
PaperX's plays currently.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
beautiful.
one of the massive
जाऊंगी
weaknesses
उसके
that we
पीछे.
saw from PaperX against DRX was this defensive side, right? They got a single
Word
round
play था
that
कि नहीं?
defused
अरे
the
यार.
with it. Apart from that, DRX on that double duelist, right? That opened up
चांदवान
them
नहीं हूँ
to
मैं.
have a lot of different options for some
हाँ,
rate of
भेड़िया
flames,
हो.
for some quick dives. This is a different look, right?
बड़ा
Gen.G,
ज्ञान है.
the nature of their play right now with their
अरे
agents,
हर्ष भाई
it
वो
plays a
आपको
lot
रिक्वेस्ट कर रही है
differently,
PaperX
but
के खेलने के
they're
लिए.
still really just layering their approach. They're
लड़का
getting
था
their
वो.
duels, they're getting
अच्छा
their trades.
लड़का था.
PaperX is trying to find
क्या
a lot of
पता
this
भाई.
space heavily
अब तो
towards
भरोसा
the
उठ
A
गया.
site early on in this map. And whilst Forsaken has, won a couple of those duels, how often has that just been mitigated almost immediately?
भाई ये लोग फिर से 3-4 किल पे हैं, सालो मारो ना,
What
कुछ
PaperX
तो
are
दिखाओ।
trying to execute. So coach's intervention and PaperX look to show Gen.G some different looks. Yeah, it is an eco.
क्या कर रहे हो
It's
ब्रो?
an eco. Gen.G
लगता है अपने बियर बाइसेप्स की नई पॉडकास्ट देख ली।
rush anywhere at the moment. They're seeing if PaperX are going to throw anything their way, if there's going to be any mid control, anything up through the wings of the map. That's why you'll see the alarm bot positioned over towards the C side at the moment. A slower progression through towards A.
कैंसिल होने के काम करते हैं।
You're the one for me, Jana, you're the one.
Again, with time elapsed, they go back to
What is this
what
lady
they're comfortable with. They stack up. Gen.G, however, not a full commit.
Yeah, all the utility that's just been expended for PaperX
Keeps PaperX on this A site.
Yeah. And now you're just going to be able to waltz up towards B. If you want to stretch it in towards C, you possibly can as well. This is where you can
Bro,
use
it's
your
going to be a
Viper's wall
6-1.
as well to this
It's going
B
to be a
site.
6-1.
You could still technically even have a lurk if you wanted to, so something going to be interested for
Bro, कितना
lurk
प्यारा ult है
control
वो।
or flank play. It's going to be the ladder now
तो
with the
शादी
plan
कर लो
and
ना।
pit to the B site.
The first thing is that you have to deal with texture. Maybe the second player as
Ash
well.
मारेगा यहाँ पे
Ash,
4 किल भाई।
happy to watch his team's 6. Salvo's just a flush him out of position as well, and PaperX should anticipate where he is, but still, with the flash, Forsaken not quite able to convert. Ash will continue to remain as a thorn in PaperX's sides.
Oh
And another
भाई
obstacle in
साहब।
with the Viper's Pit as well. The triple from Ash dealing
वो देखो दवाई
significant
को देखो हर्ष
damage.
भाई।
Divide with 1 HP.
मार भी दिया हमें एक।
A good little
Oh भाई
domer, but
साहब।
still.
What's up next
That's
operator
the
मेरा
round.
भाई? How are you?
6 on the board for Gen.G. I mean,
मतलब हर्ष भाई आज आप IRL कर रहे हो मंडप से?
invested a Viper's Pit and a lockdown, but they're
क्या सड़ा रहे
navigating
हो
these
भाई?
rounds well, right? They're trying to 100%
Potato ताई बोल रही है भाई।
consider that there's been a couple where they've had one soldier, no soldiers remaining, right? They want to try and 100% these rounds to make it a little bit cleaner for them in the next couple. They still have to manage their own.
But हर्ष भाई मेरे चैट में किसी ने लिखा है genuinely हर्ष भाई शादी कब करने वाले हैं?
For them.
कल
Well,
अबे
maybe Karen, but you know,
जब मिल जाए भाई।
there's no 9K caps.
कर ली थी
तुरंत पकड़ के शादी कर लेंगे हर्ष भाई पहले।
Still though,
अब
the
नहीं
scoreline
रुकना।
is what it is.
फर्स्ट डेट
PaperX
मंडप पे
having some ultimates in their pockets right now, but
ये
Gen.G
फर्स्ट
once
डेट
again
कुछ नहीं होता, हमारे यहाँ शादी होती है।
slowly stretching their
मांग भर
legs
दो।
down mid, trying to find some trips.
पर मैंने तो माचा टी मंगाई थी।
From PaperX, it's just texture.
No!
Pull back all the way through, but with the trip, Divide will
मर जाता।
punish. Still
अरे
though,
गया।
Gen.G off of the contact, straight in from Garage. Rolling Thunder collapsed in full. Divide looking for an opportunity
Oh
to
boy,
strike,
क्या
but
play
Munchkin
किया
denies
उसने।
it outright. Gen.G has the sight. Something still trying to hold out from C-Link. Forsaken trying to create some chaos with the flash.
Oh, what
out
is he
from
trying to
Garage.
flash?
Finds
Nice,
a
bhai.
couple. Out from
Oh,
Geng as well. And
boy.
that's
Finally
got
a round,
PaperX
4 second, go to
able
gamer.
to strike back.
Quickly in towards that retake as well. What might have been thought of a
मेरे
big
लैपटॉप
play
में Nvidia
turning
नहीं है
in
तो मैं
towards
कैसे
the
करूँ
C
ट्रू
play.
स्ट्रेच रेस भाई लैपटॉप में मेरे को आइडिया नहीं
And
है
in the
भाई
chaos,
लैपटॉप में कैसे होता है।
PaperX, I mean, they weather it through. Forsaken, right? Taking it a little bit individually. He got some assistance from the salvos that come out on towards the site to force the Gen.G members into a spot of bother. Some good repositions as well from Gen.G around that site when they're trying to establish a plan, I will admit, but it's the little later on part, right? It's just having Geng and Forsaken, the chemistry that's been built for so long, able to quickly just fashion something together.
Still need a lot more of that. Gen.G building up to some of their own ultimates as well.
Yeah, PaperX changing it up this time, putting Divide towards the A site by himself, but sneaking Forsaken
video
up
पे पूरा
through
comments ही
grass,
वही है।
and that is not how you want a round to start. He's by himself, right? How
हर्ष
much
भाई
did we
कोई गर्लफ्रेंड है क्या? नहीं
see
भाई
suggest,
मैं हूँ बस।
you know, die last time, or just a peek out of Garage from an individual?
Yeah, that's going to leave a mark, Komodo.
I think it was Flashback who was peeking out Garage a lot that was being taken out when these two guys played.
भाई वो चारों ए पे ऐसे आए हैं।
Just a week ago.
अरे!
But still, we've got Divide up
भाई
on
इनसे
the
trap
side.
नहीं टूट
His
रहे क्या?
trips allowing him to find a single pick.
लिटरली 1 सेकंड मिलता है ट्रैप
Armageddon
तोड़ने
deployed,
के लिए।
allowing for Gen.G to get the spike down safely. Drones out from PaperX though, and they're looking to play off of the timing of things. Divide with the flood back in, takes down Karen. Ash
Oh,
in around
Ash!
the
Oh,
cage,
Ash!
the trades! It's a triple.
Sorry,
for the
bro, I
player,
was
and
doubting
it's just
you.
Spike Freak left.
I'm so sorry, Ash. I
Suggests
was
to close
doubting
it
you.
out.
Again, another quick attempt at a retake.
क्या
this
map
time
जा रहा है
before
इसका
the spike is
लड़के
even
का?
being planted for Paper X.
क्या
So
मारा है भाई
Gen.G
वो?
able to dance
अभी
around the
नहीं,
site,
पूरा
using those
पूरा
cages
map
quite
पूरा मार रहा है
nicely.
बे.
Ash and just doubling on down.
देख
That's a
क्या
huge
control है
risk
उसका
at the
map पे.
very beginning from Forsaken to
control
go
है
out by
भाई.
himself, by the way. So you might want to reel that in.
क्या
a
control
little
है?
bit
तू
later
lucky
on.
अबे साले
Or really now,
बाहर
right?
आके
Because
दे रहा है
Paper
भाई
X,
shot.
You're trailing behind
ये
quite
lucky.
significantly.
भाई वो लोग ने
Forsaken's
क्या
side is
adapt किया है
still
उनके push पे.
playing them.
Let's go, क्या hype है बे उनका.
Look for them. Are we gonna
Heavy
see some
hype है
mid-control
team का.
attempted? Salvo's gonna buy some
Nah,
time free.
bro.
Little peekings out, Garage.
Bad
You're
util.
gonna already just have to sit here.
Forsaken फिर से shotgun लेके
How
बैठ गया साला.
close Gen.G are gathering this mid-control.
सांस लेता हूँ Forsaken भाई मेरे जैसी हरकतें करने लग जाते हैं.
Wants it.
फीडर डालो मुंह
A
में.
bit risky though. Munchkin happy to play with the economy as well and outlaw in this round. And Gen.G just
नुमान भाई.
once again waiting for a single peep out from Paper X. The drone confirms that there is a
Numan
bit of presence
bhai.
in garage, and that pushes the rest of them happy to push into the A side.
अरे
Still
नुमान
though with the
भाई.
peeks out. Bit of a trade.
Go
Maybe
A
weapon
fast, go
picked
A
up.
fast.
I mean,
Keep
every
your
time
spike
we've
on
seen
side, brother.
silence
Don't
around the
die
safe
there,
side,
don't
no
die.
Paper X
4
are
of you
not
on side,
playing
3
there
of them
whatsoever,
behind
right?
you.
So
One guy
Gen.G
towards B.
eventually
Take
should
CT,
recognize
plant
this
backside.
and have to turn around to
No
watch the
freaking
flanks.
way,
Forsaken
bro.
again. Just cannot
Oh my
get
god, be
anything
careful, be
happening
careful.
here.
He's shot, bro.
Well,
Be
the
careful.
Violets will
Be
come
careful,
here
he's
for
shot.
pieces, so in
Oh,
with the
nice.
Sheriff, but that texture out towards A link. And also off to the ends, Divide.
Oh, texture बचा लिया round भाई. Texture बचा लिया
will
round.
continue with this forward momentum.
Texture ने बहुत अच्छा
Yeah,
expect किया
Ash's
सबको.
assistance is looking pretty phenomenal at the
बराबर
moment. I'm
उसने
not
shot
gonna
expect
lie,
किया,
whether or not
बराबर
it's good
उसने CT
timing on the
expect
early
किया.
salvos, or he's just being a body to be able to watch other angles for the names like Texture at the moment. I mean, he's really looking a
देखो
bit
texture
proficient
का
on
किस
this
देखो.
map specifically.
Shot expect किया.
And then you still got some, you know, great timing
City
on all
expect
of these
किया,
smokes and
भाई.
assistive utilities to come in from Karen as well. I mean,
Danger
Gen.G,
हाँ
they are-
texture भाई.
they've certainly adjusted things in the middle of this game in the weeks difference that they had from the previous one.
Feel too good when Forsaken's not able to find too much, but here comes
target
the
switch.
operator, able to find the first. Tries to go in
TP
for the
out,
next
buddy.
as well, but
TP
Davai
out.
is here and able
TP
to assist.
out, buddy.
Ooh, not quite the gate crash, but still, Karen, Shroud
Oh,
steps
Davai
over.
won the round for
Davai
them, man.
finds him.
भाई
Quite a
वो
reaction,
भाई.
quick and aware.
Target
Just
switch किया
Munchkin
उसने.
left. Tries to deliver the spike all the way over onto A.
भाई
but
decide
Paperworks
नहीं कर पा रहा
happy
आज
to
किसको
play with
मारना है.
numbers.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a 1 versus
अरे,
4.
but
There's
हर्ष
no
भाई,
pit available for
Paper X में
Munchkin
जब एक
either,
बंदा
but
pop off
you get the
करता है,
orb,
तभी
you
Paper X
plant,
निकाल
that's an
रही है.
extra 2 that'll let you go 2
देखो
away
ना.
towards
क्या
the
तो
pit.
AFK
You've got a minute to play with as well. These are the sort of
Alex के
scenarios
side में
that
Batman है, हाँ
can
भाई, Batman
really
है.
showcase value in an individual if you're able to find a
Paper X
kill or
का नया
two
player.
before getting a
आप किसके
plant, for
side से हो?
example, but for
भाई
Paper
मैं
X,
लड़का
they are
वाले के
just
side से हूँ.
not giving it to him. Now they know it's planted at A. The question is, Munchkin, how many kills
Oh,
do
दो लोग
you
lurk.
get?
Because if he gets enough, that could be a pit.
Oh,
and
he's
that
going
could
short.
be
The drone's going short. Brother, you gotta
stopping off
expect a
his
peek
round.
there.
Yeah, next round as
Expect
well.
a peek there.
Namely that.
You heard him going short.
Give Gen.G the 9 and 3. Salvos at least, just in case, but ultimately Paper X
Munchkin
has
can
the
actually
site
win.
currently.
Munchkin can
though,
actually win this, भाई.
happy to play off the first. Paper X now in for a bit of a triple, but what is that spray?
Oh my god! Oh my freaking god! Boys! What did he just do?
What did I just say? It's the individual moments that can certainly showcase us champions, right? In these sort of scenarios, it's a 1 versus 4, man. They didn't technically even peak individually. Yeah, sure, something did first in the beginning. All right, you give him that. Now we know where the guy
Bro, you
is.
missed
But you're in a
everything.
dark cover. 1, 2, the spray transfer there. Geng comes out the exact same angle. He doesn't need to move his crosshair, man.
You can't escape the truth, Komodo. That one breaks your heart. Down to the last of the first half.
Shreds it into pieces.
Wow! Wow!
ब्रो वो लोग 1v4
भाई 1v4 हर्ष भाई क्या निकाला है?
Play, putting Forsaken to be individual over towards the A side.
Chris.
Try and hold a forward line with the Guardian here.
Ooh.
Okay, a difference, Quack, a difference. He gets the opening kill.
Flashes out
Oh,
over.
that's a nice
Swan,
flash,
looks
that's
for
a
a
nice
little bit more,
flash.
but still punished once again. No gate crash found.
If you're able to now as Gen.G get into this A site that's open as well, you
Oh
set
my
yourselves
God.
up a Viper's Pit.
Okay, at least starting to read more of Gen.G's tendencies now.
Gen.G's feeling so good on this map, bhai. I hope unka defense hamare jaisa na ho.
Should have the timing, but the salvos from Ash throws it off.
Oh, bad TP, unlucky there, brother.
Through a tight angle.
No, expect this shit, man. Expect this shit.
Offset clutch from before.
Nice.
Pulls out the pit, denies possible entry.
2v3, one guy flanked.
Rears his crosshairs over
oh my god, bro! Oh my god!
How has he found both there?
Just Mind Freak now. And with that pit still up, I can't imagine
no
Mind Freak able to do
freaking
too
way!
much. He doesn't have the flash
PaperX,
either.
you are nowhere, brothers! Nowhere! He's going to triple guys, but he's going to be 1 HP. He's going to get traded off so easily. He gets close to the spike. He's going to be 1 HP there. See, he's just 1 HP now. Now they just need to blow on him and he's going to die. A single blow of the bullet or their gun's muzzle or the... Nice. Oh, Munchkin क्या खेल रहा है भाई?
ये भी round उसने ही निकाला है भाई.
Done it again, another 4K for Munchkin.
10-2. ये आपकी PaperX है भाई. ये जीतेगी मैच.
ये है BT हो गई है heavy.
Forsake him, but then gets hungry for some more. Traded out. Yeah, you got something structured on towards suggest, but. I mean, when that pit goes down, it's just Munchkin, isn't it? 4 big kills. I mean, that...
Nah, bro, for real,
that's rough.
Gen.G अब अच्छी लग रही है देखने में भाई.
Towards your teammates, well, technically corpses.
भाई सोचो ना भाई, इनके 2 प्लेयर लास्ट मैच नहीं खेले, ये लोग मैच हार गए. और अभी इनके 2 प्लेयर वो खेल रहे हैं. भाई 10-2 स्कोर.
Side was a worrisome side for PaperX, but it was the
पूरी मौत मर रहे हैं भाई.
It means that on this switch up, if you have any faults, if you drop the pistol and the second round, which are arguably, you know, the weaker ones, right? That's already 12. That's much more than Gen.G. It has to start now, and you've really not given yourselves any breathing room.
अरे माँ कसम फिर वही बात कर दी ना.
Almost feels
भाई 2025 में छोटी सोच रखते हो.
For PaperX right now.
For Gen.G, right? They're one of the teams that we're thinking in this group alpha.
Alex को बोल रहा है वो
a lot of people would say
कि भाई देखो ऐसा गलत हो रहा है हमारे साथ. हमें मारा जा रहा है मंचकिन के द्वारा. और बाजू में पैटमैन रो रहा है.
Think about that's what Alex could be thinking about as well. But you just don't have that much time to worry about all of these concerns.
Yeah, I mean,
you need to turn this map around. Yes, Group Alpha, you lose this, and that could impact the rest of your performance in this season. And Gen.G are just bursting at the seams to bring this to its conclusion.
There's a lot of pressure on this pistol round for PaperX, man. Like this has to 100% be theirs. They've got to get the bonus round. Like that's just
next
so
night
much.
market का क्या होता है?
Oh, look at Gen.G.
PaperX winning England straight rounds of different pistol now. PaperX ain't winning shit, bhai. This is Munchkin's map. You gotta understand this. कि मंचकिन यहाँ से अकेले के दम पे निकाल लेगा.
Oh, here it comes though.
Look at them. Basic Korean round. They push A. Bro, ये हम 2021 में देखे थे. Vision Strikers करती है ये.
And with that, something with the support to push out.
Nice.
Finding the frag, but Ash
is 1v1 now.
Are you serious?
The little corner unchecked.
Bro.
Finds a double.
And remember,
something with low HP getting the spike down.
Ash is not the person that tags something as well,
something
right?
So
you got to consider how much damage has been done towards him. 20 HP. Fault line. Gonna come online eventually, but Ash is just
something
used
अच्छा
his
खेल सकता है.
so he's not.
भाई Ash के पास HP है वो react पे मार सकता है.
Timing
and
positioning. A bit of luck.
Where could they be? Something. Considering, thinking about it. Spots him by the little sliver.
दुनिया भर की पटेली मारेगा.
Boost as well, but PaperX happy
भाई
to take that one.
I mean, you needed it, right? You absolutely needed it. Does it incentivize you as Gen.G though here for this next round when you know they're 10-2, 10-3 up right now? It's one versus one at the end of it. Do you go for a force? If you're playing towards the numbers and you're doing 2024 Gen.G things, you want to play to your strengths, right? So just take this round for what it is. It's an eco, and then have your big old guns in the next one, and that does look like what is going to happen.
Well, at least happy to see some of these smiles, especially in something space.
Bro, that guy's 16 and 8.
He's happy to try to keep that forward. Salvo straight in for quick A main control.
Yep. See if they can continue to keep on going here, if Ash and if Karen are going to do anything over here.
Look at texture up by mid though. You've got the trip, so
yeah, you can't really get past that, can you?
Trying to keep our eyes on that at least, but still Forsaken to get deep back behind sight. Forsaken with the stinger kill to start things off. Fault line out, but Ash with a nasty right click.
क्या नसीब चल रहा है इनका आज?
Another dive from Karen, but Devi will be able to convert. Finding Ash now as well, so that's a safe site, a safe plant. Devi hearing the footsteps off the other end, feeling the punch from Texture Sheriff now, but at least positions made known. Mind Freak for the swing, in with the support from something. Suggest still able to at least sneak a kill off. It's not impossible. Mind Freak is down quite low, but in with the sprays out the sides of the smoke. Suggest repositions.
If you can get Mind Freak here, I mean, you're pretty happy.
Crazy को बना दिया.
Spike.
Just need to spray him down though. So back off to the other end. Forsaken now onto the Vandal will be able.
Who got the Vandal?
I mean, the bonus rounds now, Quack. You really need to see this flawless run from Paper X that they started off with against DRG reenacted, DRX rather, reenacted here. 8 in a row is what we're going to kind of be chasing. And then you'd be tying things up if you consider the first 2 that they've already accumulated, right?
Do they have it in them? At least we're seeing them kind of shirk
Paper X
off
बहुत
all
off
these
feel
worries
करती है
and
मेरे पास लगता है
concerns.
chat कभी-कभार. Paper
So
X
now
बहुत
even
off
with
feel
a bit
करती
of a
है.
half bias, Stinger or Bulldog, Paper X
इसके बाद किसका मैच है? इसके बाद DFM DRX है, वो मैं नहीं देख रहा.
to stare down Gen.G's barrel. Gen.G though, repositioning across the map.
Yeah, bait out a little bit of this utility from Suggest nice and early to give
See,
you
this is going to be 11 and
back
4.
towards Garage if you want
Paper
later
X
on.
really needs to win this round.
Just the
तभी कुछ
patience
कर
from
सकते हैं वो
Paper X
लोग.
at the moment.
If they
Not
lose this
seeing
round, then
any
this is going to be a
overeager
done
players
deal,
of
भाई.
Gen.G give up their hand early.
How are you gonna work around this
Bench shift हो जाएगा, shift हो जाएगा.
utility?
Well, he's going to try and do it
Nah,
dry
bro,
with the
you don't have
spike,
to
lose his
peek,
life,
lad.
get traded out, and shift in
Again
towards the C
trade.
play.
And that's another trade out from Munchkin as well. So
Again
the C
trade.
play, unfortunately not quite
पीछे
working
देख.
out too well for
अबे
Munchkin
चमन,
this
पीछे
round.
देख.
यार
Why do we have a spike on
Heaven
Forsaken
जैसे
who's
map
leading
पे
in
ना.
towards Garage?
Isn't
तुम
that the
अगर
question?
बिना
how do you
info के
retrieve
ऐसे
this?
push करते हो तो that's diabolical.
है ना? नहीं,
तो वो
रॉयम पे बहुत
Whatever it is
भरोसा है
now,
उसको ऐसा लग रहा है मेरे
definitely
को.
is Gen.G leading the round.
देखिए तुम
तुम्हारा
leading the
ड्रोन
scoreline
विन
as well,
ड्रोन विन
11 to
डालो
4.
ये वो करो
Yep.
नहीं.
बिना यूटिल के वो जैसा
One
पिक किया,
more
जैसा मैं रैंक में
kind
करता हूँ.
You know, fault that you
और
can
मैं
have
भी
in this
वैसे ही
map
मरता
as
हूँ.
Paper X, and then it needs to be the flawless run for an overtime. It's a little bit bleak for them. That was the bonus though, remember. So if you do think about that one, they got enough to go at this next round. If you try to pace things a little bit together as a team, right? All 5 members towards this A side of things. Geng a little bit lesser equipped here. Devi, no shields behind the Vandal. So it does look a little bit weaker for them for sure, but at least you'll start to get a bit of pressure towards this A site, right? You're already making a couple of these Gen.G members scurry on over.
Yeah, shake it off. Still though, the pressure.
हर मैच गेमिंग करोगे?
That's what I'm thinking.
I guess.
कब करोगे?
Rex at least just
क्या करोगे?
looking to
I don't know.
Valor
improve
खेलोगे
and
तो बताना.
solve as much as possible.
इसके बाद मैं जा रहा
I mean,
हूँ
it's
थोड़ी
this
देर
point
बाद
in the
आऊँगा.
round as well that if you are Ash, you can use
Alright.
that drone down long.
इसके बाद मैं थोड़े टाइम बाद आऊँगा chat. अपन खेलेंगे आज गेमिंग
There's
करेंगे.
already an idea that this is territory that you don't occupy, right? So eventually he'll throw it. They're a little bit too close for comfort, so you know this is where the hit's coming down.
So a bit of information for Gen.G.
Saw you,
Very
brother.
well informed. Karen still in a great position.
Oh my God,
to
Karen.
answer back. Spike dropped.
Oh my
and he
God,
still
Karen,
finds
bro, they are
another.
feeling it, brother. Paper
Paper
X
X
is.
still trying to break their way out of this A-long position, but Texture with a single tap takes down
Devi आ
Mind
गया
Freak.
अंदर.
Devi might have slipped through, but still Karen left in unanswered. A quad kill picked up and
क्या
it
खेल रहा है
brings
Karen?
Gen.G to match in series
Late
point.
night stream नहीं, इसके
Big
बाद थोड़े
time
1
with the
घंटे 1-2
big
घंटे
G,
बाद.
Gen.G. I mean, he's had
What time is
something
it?
here.
3:50
At
right
the end
now.
of the day, there's still a core
5:30
3 dynamic
now.
on this roster with some
Paper X, you don't.
world-class coaches. Sometimes
Harsh
that
bhai,
might just be
क्या
enough.
tap
As
tap कर
Quack
रहा है
has got his
बे?
head in his arms as one of
Bro,
the
he's-
ये
longest
टाइम आउट
Paper
काय
X
के लिए निकाली?
fans.
I mean
just
टाइम आउट
support
काय के लिए
him,
लिया है? क्या ये
Paper
टाइम
X-
आउट के ब्रेक में
I mean, what colors am I wearing,
इसकी
Quack? Is
जमापुर की
that
टिकट निकल
not
पाएगी
support for
इनकी?
Paper X
नहीं
enough?
यार वो
bro,
टिकट निकालने के लिए टाइम आउट
To
किया
those who might not
नहीं
have seen
नहीं,
Komodo, he
वो
is
decide कर
wearing
रहे हैं.
purple, you know,
आज
something
रात
slightly
को
purple and pink.
पिलो के
Paper X
कौन सी
colors,
साइड
basically.
सोना है?
But all that said and done,
क्योंकि
this
एक साइड
is
तो haters
still
ने गरम
the
कर दिया
score.
ना.
Yeah, I mean, Paper X
So,
again.
and HSK chuckling away.
The biggest thing, man, is like defensive side
Shit,
haven.
bro.
you can have
That's a very
ideas and
old
stuff,
meme,
but
bhai, jo
it's
Ben
just
Kai
a
ne bola tha.
position that it's not favorable for PaperX. Again, risking to
Nah, bro,
float
you're
it
not an
here
OG
in
viewer.
this series against Pearl.
You are a
One
lockdown
might,
kid.
You know, have a thought, would Pearl have been a better option to go for in this series? We'll never know. We're not in that timeline.
Ching, my god.
But they're on the attack, right? They had great macro ideas on how to play that side against DRX. They've got great ideas on how they would do and attack things, you know, on Lotus, on Fracture.
But not before.
एक 9 kill
Not
पे
having to
4
be in
kill
this spot where they're up
हाँ
against
अर्शमान का
series
माइंड
point
फ्लिक
before.
4 पे है बे
So again, it's a bit
Suggest
of
के
that
भी आधे
pressure
पे है
and a lot of chances for Gen.G. And with those chances,
Big time
Gen.G
ने
having
सही
to
pick
take
किया
some
था
risks as well.
Big
Pushing
time
down seeds,
कहीं तो सही
taking a
हुआ
bit of pressure off of one side of the map.
भाई आज बिग टाइम को ऑरा फील होगा अर्श भाई अकेले ने जेंजी को पिक किया था
Straight into garage again.
खत्म
The quick punish from Karen.
खत्म
One way off the other end as well.
Little by little for PaperX. I mean, divide down. Jet texture. Oh, look at him. Just look at him.
Turns away off.
How is he still
High gears
alive?
away.
Oh
How is
my
Eleven
god,
doing?
bro.
Overdrive back in, and that's some damage done.
Ew.
PaperX trying to scramble for some defenses, but Karen's here again to deliver them to their doom. The final score of the series, 13-4. 13-4 on Haven.
And for the first time
Too
after
easy for
16
Gen.G, right? Too
straight
easy.
games in a row for Suggest, he has finally found himself victorious.
That's a scoreline, that's a statistic that you have to be happy about. Gen.G, there were some doubts about them, you know, a lot of the predictions went in a bit
16 games के बाद जीते ये लोग
But coming
नहीं,
into
Suggest,
this very
Suggest.
first map of the series today,
Suggest
shut
अकेला,
a lot of that
16
off.
games के बाद
Suggest
जीता है।
finding the lurks, Ash in with
इसके पहले भी
incredible
Gen.G आ रही थी
support
ना?
on the Teo.
Yeah, absolutely.
भाई
I
की
mean,
streak continue हो गई।
massive differences this week compared to last week as well, right? For
Wow.
those two newcomers to the Gen.G roster. For PaperX though, it's the tear out the corner of your eye again, right? You get another series that's going to a 3-mapper, and it's just not working for them when it matters the most right at the end.
The results
Oh,
are what
Foxy
they
को देखो, Foxy को।
are.
फॉक्सी आया है
But well, it is
अरे,
still early in
बेचारा।
the season. We shall follow
भाई
forward
Foxy को
with
लाना
every
चाहिए टीम में,
single
हाँ?
player's journey. I mean,
At
sometimes
least
it
suggest-
can be a bit of a
है,
goldfish, or
हंस रहे
shake
तो
some
है,
of these
इतने
losses
अच्छे से।
off, but that said, you gotta improve.
नहीं,
You still
उसको suggest
have
करके
to
लाना
keep
चाहिए
working
मतलब।
at it. And Gen.G
भले
are
उसको
doing
fill
just
कराना
that.
चाहिए।
The improvements all
Better
across.
खेलेगा वो।
And it brings them to these
भाई
Gen.G looking
this
strong.
huge win against
पांचों से
PaperX right
सबसे अच्छा
now.
है ठीक है मंच के
100%.
सॉरी कैरॉन
नहीं भाई ऐसा नहीं है
All of our
कैरॉन के
PaperX
लेवल
players,
का है वो
कैरॉन
we are
टेक्सचर का
wrong.
कैलिबर अलग है
It is time for us to bow down to big time.
Foxy
Let's
उससे
not-
थोड़ा
let's
सा
not give them a
पीछे
big
है
head, hey?
It
भाई
is also time
टॉक्सिक
for us to
क्लच
toss
मिनिस्टर
it
ऑफ इंडिया है
over to the winning
India?
interview today.
नाइस भाई बट Gen.G एक्चुअली स्ट्रांग है फिर तो करेगी क्वालिफाई टोरंटो के लिए
짧게 부탁드려요.
자, 승리를 정말 너무 오랜만에 며칠 만에 한지도 이제 모를 정도로 너무 오랜만에 한 것 같은데 비록 제 자신한테는 좀 만족스러운 경기는 아니었지만 그래도 좀 팀원한테 고맙다는 말 하고 싶네요.
상암에서 첫 승 아니에요?
그런 것
रूम
같아요.
कितनी स्ट्रांग होगी फिर हाँ
젠지에서의 첫 승도 축하드립니다. 네, 앞으로도 좋은 모습 기대해 볼게요. 카론 선수 모실게요.
भाई क्या क्या हुआ
Congratulations
अर्श भाई
Gen.G for the first win of stage
क्या मालूम?
1. Now I'm standing
भाई
here
उससे
with
बात किया वो
Karan
बोला
now.
मेरे को बात नहीं
Karan,
करना इससे बात करो
Congratulations on the win. I feel like this win was
Karan
a
भाई
sigh of
बताएंगे।
relief for the team. I mean, especially what happened after the Boom series. So what were some things that you
Stick
guys were
to G2
able
please
to
hey
point
shut up
out,
Shishan
after
bhai
that
your
opening
team
match
ain't
against
winning shit
Boom.
your teams are not winning anything you are just sad in your life right now
이번 승리가 굉장히
Sen ने जीत
중요했던
रही
게
आपकी PaperX ने जीत रही
e스포츠전 이후에 좀 많은 의료의 시선도 있었고 또 선수들이 그 누구보다도 가장 많은 얘기를 나눴을 것 같습니다. 좀 어떤 진단을 내릴 수 있었고 어떤
क्या
얘기들이
बात है
오갔는지부터 들어보고
समझ
싶네요.
रहा है
일단은 이제 저희가 스크림에서 많이 이겨왔고 그러한 부분들이 이제 대회에서 많이 나오질 않아가지고 저희도 이제 막 게임을 하면서도 막 스크림 같지도 않고 이게 저희가 하는
Who do you support
바이브
then?
그런 것도
Hey
없고
G2
그냥
on
게임이
top
게임 같지
any
않았어요.
day G2
그래서
on
저희가 그냥
everyone's
얘기를
top
하면서
baby G2
그냥
हर
이던
दिन
말던 하고
सबसे
싶은 거다
ऊपर
하고
G2's gonna
그때
win
그냥 후회
everything
없이
this year
진짜라는
बट
말을
उसके अलावा
했던 게
हर
도움이
दिन
컸던 것 같아요.
कोई टीम तो सपोर्ट करनी पड़ती है आज
이제
Gen.G कर दी
나라 형이나
आज Gen.G कर दी
형이나 감독님이나 다
मेरे सपोर्ट से
저희가
मेरा
대회를
हाथ
치는
जिसके ऊपर
사람들이
रहता
다
है वो
그렇게
टीम
말을
जीत जाती
해줬던 것 같아요.
Well, yeah, we had a good flow going on with our scrims, but we just weren't able
Nah,
to translate the vibe.
but the team
and
that I
also the
support
results,
is
onto the
.exe.
stage, and it felt
Hey, what is
weird. It
that
didn't
team?
feel like us.
Your
We weren't really
team. I
playing
support
like
your
Gen.G. We weren't really having fun like Gen.G as we do usually in the scrims. So we just went, you know what? Chuck everything, let's have fun, and let's have the confidence to go in and do whatever we want to do. Win or lose,
G2
it doesn't
versus
matter.
T1,
Let's
hey,
just
shut
play our
up.
best game, and mostly it was the coaching staff, Munchkin and
Live
Tipster.
देखने का घमंड है.
And I guess the whole team kind of agreed to do that, and I think that kind of mindset really turned the switch on for us and
Unlucky
allowed
था,
us to win
unlucky.
tonight. Now
एक
let's talk
गोली से
about
दूर
the
थे
new
हम ट्रॉफी
starting
के.
lineup, which picked
एक
up
गोली.
the first win of stage 1 for Gen.G here. Ash and Suggest coming into the team. Now, how's the teamwork, and how do you think you guys are gelling in together? What do you think this starting lineup kind of
तुम दोनों
offers
तो हग ही रहे हो.
for you guys? 이제 새로운 선수들이 합류를 했잖아요. 애쉬 선수도 있고 서제스
얘도 또
선수도
허그래요, भाई.
이렇게 주전 라인업에 이름을 올리고 오늘 함께 첫 승을 거뒀는데 팀워크나 팀합은 어디까지 올라왔는지 그리고
obviously
이
Lanzos, हाँ, Lanzos रखो
라인업의
भाई.
장점은 뭐라고 생각하시는지 들어보고 싶네요.
일단
आज ये पिकाचू खत्म हो गया. भाई.
팀합이나 그런
boy.
것들은 이제
फाड़ दिया
조금씩은
इसके
올라오고
बीच
있는
से.
것 같고 저희가 이제 스크림에서도
피카츄 बीच से
많이
फट गया
이겼던
भाई.
이유가 이제 사실
देखो 자-
에임이 좀 좋은 편이기도
피카츄
하거든요.
के
근데
माथे
이제 대회에서는 이제
छेदा
그런
हो गया
부분들이
भाई.
좀 안 나오다 보니까 그런 부분들에 있어서 좀 더 집중해보자, 얘기해보자. 그리고 어차피 이제 퍼시픽 어찌 보면은 이제 애쉬 선수도 이제 신입이고 그리고 서제스트 선수도 쉬었다 온 거기 때문에 약간 저를 보는 것 같았어요. 저도 초반에 막 그렇게 잘하진 않았거든요. 근데 그런 부분들을 이제 이겨준다면 저희도 이제
क्या बोल रहा है भाई? वो बोल रहा है कि
우승이라는
पेपर एक्स
단어를
टट्टी खा लिया
한번
आज.
외쳐볼 수 있지
ऐसा बोल रहा है वो
않을까
शायद.
생각하고 있습니다.
नहीं भाई ऐसा नहीं बोलना चाहिए.
Well, yeah, it was definitely something new, and I think our teamwork and we're starting to get on the same page and starting to play things as a
क्या बात है
team.
Gen.G?
And I feel like the reason why we performed really well in terms of our scrims was because of our raw mechanics,
Swishy
our
भाई, ये क्या लिखा
firepower,
है?
and we just weren't able to show that on stage. But with Ash having his debut year in Pacific Tier 1,
Debut year.
also Suggest coming back from his long hiatus, it kind of felt like watching me last year, so I could really relate to that. And we just really focused on getting that team synergy up and getting the vibes, making sure that we were able to perform our best on stage. And I think we're on the right path over here. Now, for you, as you mentioned too, I think having to go through a
कल G का
roster
मैच है, yes sir,
change
G
was
fighting all the way.
something new for you. It's a new experience. You didn't have to do that last year.
कल G
So,
का मैच है,
you know,
इंडिया
can
की
you
जर्सी
talk to
पहन
us
के आऊंगा.
about
ठीक है.
what the roster change feels
जीतेगा
like for you, and what
जीतेगा
this process means for you as
इंडिया
well. 카론 선수 작년에는
जीतेगा.
사실 로스터 변화를 경험하지는 않았잖아요. 이제 올해
Hoping
들어서
that Patrick
좀
Popo.
로스터 변화를 경험한 건데
I
개인적으로는
hope-
좀 어떤 시간인지도
Hashtag
궁금하거든요.
EDG for the
왜냐면 좀
win.
느끼는 바가 많을 것 같고
सारी
해야
की
하는
सारी
역할도
ऊपर की टीम
굉장히
सपोर्ट
달라질
कर
것
लेते हो
같아요.
सालो वही हार जाती है.
제가 이번 시즌에는 그래도 이제 계속 이 팀원들의 변화가 있고 로스터에 좀 변화가 있다 보니까 사실 좀 저도 이제
야, 맞아.
멘탈적으로 안 좋고 고생을 좀 많이 했어요. 근데
Who was also
이제
looking good, you
계속
know?
게임을 하다가도 좀 잘 안 되고 저도 이제 난항기를 겪는 와중에 그래도 형들이 계속 저를 믿어주고 그리고 이제
DRX for the win.
열심히
बस यही
이제
सब करते रहो
할 수
सालो.
있는
Thank you for the video promise,
그런
Klurge भाई.
것들을
Respect,
이제
love you.
도와줘가지고 저도 이제
भाई सोया नहीं हूँ
조금
पर
더
वीडियो कर दी.
게임에 집중을 하기로 하고
ऐसी आएगा
사실
नारे लोग.
최근에 멘탈이 좀 안 좋았어. 왜냐면은 붐
High
때도
spectrum build,
이제
भाई.
제가 집중을 하나도 못해서
पैट्रिक का ट्रैकर थोड़ा है
게임을
बोल
졌다고
ट्रैकर
생각을
कौन दिखता है
하거든요.
भाई.
실제로 그렇게 이제 집중이 안 됐기도 했고 근데 이제 PRX 전에는 그 일주일간의 이제 형들이 도와줬던 말이나 저를 믿어주는 그런 모습들이 저를 좀 더 이제 집중을 할 수 있게 성장을 시켰던 것 같아요.
Well, yeah, to be honest, going through a lot of changes in terms of the roster changes and other meta and little changes as well, it just took a toll on my mental, to be honest. And also, you know, going back to the Boom series last week, I wasn't able to fully concentrate, and I felt that on the server as well. And really, it took me a while to get things together and get into that right mindset to make sure that I fully concentrate on what I was doing on the stage. And it was, you know, the OG
Nice
members
vibe.
of Gen.G G, you know, the older teammates that really helped me to hype things up and make sure that I kind of reset my mentality and play my best. So I think having that faith in each other and them having faith in me really helped me out a lot through this tough time. And you know, my mental's in a good place, so thank God for that. And I'm really glad that I was able to pull my weight today. Now, lastly, let's talk about innovation, because I think in the beginning of stage 1, a lot of teams from different regions, they try something new. They completely reinvent themselves as well with the new style and the new comps. But I feel like Gen.G, you guys are kind of micro-fixing little things, decided to kind of stick to what you guys do the best and stick to what you know. So when it comes to completely changing things up, what are the talks around that? I mean, do you guys feel like just reinventing the wheel is enough and that's what the team needs at the moment? Or do you feel like at some point you guys just need to chuck it out the window and try something completely new, you know, innovate? 변화에 대해서도 좀 여쭤보고 싶어요. 계속해서 사실 스테이지 1이 시작하면서 여러 지역 팀들이 스타일도 많이 바꾸고 조합도 완전히 바꿔오고 있거든요. 뭐 예를 들어서 페이퍼렉스도 새로운 조합을 선보이고 있고 퍼시픽에서는 DRX도 되게 새로운 시도해보지 않았던 그런 스타일을 시도하고 있잖아요. 근데 젠지는 조금 더 큰 틀은 유지하는 쪽을 선택한 것 같은데 여기에 대해서 팀원들 코칭 스태프와는 어떤 얘기를 나누고 있어요?
일단 저희 같은 경우에는 이제 요원의 폭도 사실 이제 다 잘해야 되는 건 맞지만 그래도 이제
बाय
बाय बाय। चलो दोस्तों, अब आता हूँ मैं 1-2 घंटे के अंदर। अभी बज रहे हैं 4:03, 5:30 6:30 के अराउंड आता हूँ। खेलते हैं वैलोरेंट फिर, ठीक है? चलो बाय बाय, टेक केयर एवरीवन, सी या, लव यू ऑल।